Hahn. I didn't know you were a screamer. And Rosenberg.
Happy Jewish New Year, not Newish Jew Year.
This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
3 o'clock in the big city. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg with you until 7. And then, if you're watching on YouTube, like you should, like you dream about, then you just pivot right to the Couch Cast tonight, where everybody is going to be involved as we watch the Jets and the Dolphins. As the Jets try to get their first win of the season the way the Giants did. And Michael is going to be a part of it, and he's nice enough to join us here to start the show. Hi, Michael.
Hi, Don.
Get your Marty McFly vest on. We appreciate that.
Oh, we're off and running. Shots being fired early.
Wow. He's got something to say to me. That's the only reason he's having me hang around.
I heard. I got a little preview. He didn't seem happy.
What was the line from Back to the Future when he had the vest on? What did the guy say?
Space Boy?
You come. You just get off a boat or something like that, right?
Yeah. No,
At
that's about. It's the vest and the pants.
Yeah. So you look good.
Thanks.
I appreciate you giving us a couple of
You
minutes.
look like a man who is finally done traveling and game after
He's
game
happy.
after game. You get your nights back pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the smile.
School's out for
Like,
summer.
look at the smile on this man's face.
Well, I mean, this could go on until November 1st.
That is true.
Hopefully.
Every night I'm still working.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
But not in the same capacity.
You're not traveling.
Well,
You're
I'm
not
still
traveling.
getting home at 1 in the morning.
I know, but you're not traveling.
Okay.
Okay, that's part of it.
Yeah.
And we'll see. We'll see how far this Yankee run goes.
This is a much
Congratulations
harder
to the
run
Yankee
than last
fans.
year. As I said at the
Well,
end
no,
of the
this
show.
is very different.
This is tough.
Which
Red
I find
Sox,
interesting.
Blue Jays, Mariners.
Oh,
it's
hang
hard.
on. No, Don told me. I'm not worried about the Blue Jays.
I
He's not?
said
That's what he told
I
me.
told him.
He
and
said
I still
that.
believe this. I still believe it's a much tougher path than last year.
Absolutely.
Because you have no respect for Central Division
I have
teams.
no,
You
I
never
have no, and nor should I.
And you don't even like their families.
No, I listen. I don't know their
Hates
families,
the family.
but I'm sure they're very vanilla like the rest of the division is. Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
I said it last week, and I'll double down. Even though the Blue Jays, give them credit, they did what they had to do. They swept the Rays, and they held on to the division. Is that if the Yankees get by the Red Sox, they're going to the World Series.
You did
I really
say that.
believe that.
All right.
Meanwhile,
I think this is going to be tough. The Red
No,
Sox
I'm not saying
Toronto's record against playoff teams: 38-28, run differential plus 31.
Right, and what was
Best in the American League.
and what has it been down the stretch when they could have finished off the Yankees much sooner
Were they
than the
playing
last
playoff
day
teams?
of the season?
I'm just telling you, they play well against the good team.
Now,
Okay.
hold on. Before,
Well, they had a chance to finish the Yankees off a couple of weeks ago during the gauntlet, as Michael called it, and they lost 2 out of 3.
And they also lost 2 important pitchers.
All right,
Barrios
so
and
I'm
Bassett.
standing by what I said.
can I ask Michael one more thing, though, before you get
Do
into
it.
it? Because you're about something that's kind of slightly different than just the Yankees. Do you feel, Michael, there's a chance that an incredibly competitive three games between the Red Sox and Yankees could reignite this thing to getting to where it used to be? Because the Red Sox and Yankees has not had the same zhuzh in recent years.
Well, I think it will tomorrow. It'll start. It hasn't had the judge because the Red Sox have fallen into the habit of finishing in the last place.
Right. Or winning the World Series.
Well, they haven't won it since 2018, and they've won 3 since the Yankees won their last one. But they've had 4 last place finishes during that time too.
But do you think that this series could do a lot?
I think it's
for
going to be
them?
red hot.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Red hot.
I hope you're right.
No, it should be, and obviously the narrative changes completely if the Yankees were to lose.
Yeah.
That the hatred for the Red Sox would probably build and build and build.
I had to move this out of the way so I can get full
I thought you
frontal
were showing
K.
me something
no,
on the computer.
I'm not.
Yeah, I
I
thought
needed
that-
full frontal K.
Hey,
Peter's looking over like he's Mr. Wilson over the fence. like you got to move it out of the way. You got to see the man.
It's a great point by you.
But obviously,
come at me, dog. What's
I'm
up?
disgusted.
What are you
Let's
mad at me
go.
for?
And we're live on YouTube. We're going to
Embarrassed.
set records for this
Mets are an
conversation.
everything
Come at
I
me,
listened
dog.
to the start of your show. I had to listen to it.
Right.
I always make sure
Must listen.
that whatever happens, I'm listening at 1 o'clock. And
We shouted all
today,
the YouTube records, by the way. In the
I
first
had
hour.
to listen.
You
at
did?
1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Of course you did.
What?
And-
Hold on. What? How high did you get?
I think 2,500.
Over 2,100?
Excellent.
Yeah.
Of course.
Strong.
Is that surprising?
One of them was Don. Please, Don, go on.
Well, because I got to flip to the app. I wasn't on YouTube because I was driving. I wanted to be responsible. But you flip to the app when I'm in the Holland Tunnel because I didn't want to miss a word. Which is interesting because then when I get on the app, I'm behind and then I'm caught up by the time I get out. But whatever.
Listen,
The words
Don't-
that you
don't-
heard.
First you
I
got to
know
Don't
download
work
the app.
Well, I was all. No, it is. I think this is worse than 2007 because 2007 you lost to a really good team that was hot. The Mets got cold. Phillies got hot. They blew a 7-game lead with 17 left to play. They chased down the Reds. The Reds didn't chase the Mets down. The Mets chased the Reds down.
Right.
Reds stink.
I agree with you.
This thing that's going around in Cincinnati, like where they got like Dan Grassa and Sal
Very
Licata
funny.
on
I
SNY
saw, yeah.
talking about, I don't fear the Reds. I fear the Mets. The Mets lost it. I don't want to throw any shade at the Reds. Good for them.
Couldn't agree with
they
you
got
more.
no payroll. Great.
They backed in.
But
So
the Mets,
what did I say wrong?
the Mets stalked them down. All right.
Right.
So you're right. This is an absolute, unmitigated embarrassment.
The worst kind of embarrassment.
One of the worst things
mitigated.
that has happened to the Mets ever. And Yankee fans should relish in it because we've had those conversations. Don't be a fraud. You root for both teams. Oh, I want the New York teams to do well. Garbage. You should love it if you're a Yankee fan.
Right.
Just like any Met fan would love it if the reverse had taken place. But what I had taken exception to you is that forget social media. It's a cesspool. I don't know if there's been no Met fans on this station. Me, Dave, Rick, all right? Anybody behind the scenes. Any Met fan that I know ever uttered in any kind of seriousness, oh, now we've taken over the town because we got Soto. What kind of good? Nobody, who would think that? Forget about the social media garbage.
Did you take phone calls? That's all that we're saying.
But they might have been going to take over what town?
Oh,
Take over
but
just
you
because
didn't
of
hear
what?
Big
Can we
Brother,
play the
Little
season
Brother?
for?
You didn't hear that phrase?
I saw it on social media. What logical Met fan would call up and say, "We now own the town because we took Juan Soto"?
Aren't those mutually exclusive words?
What do you mean?
Logical Met fan?
Well, this is what I was going to get into.
Oxymoron.
When you're calling Met fans creeps on the air.
No.
Oh,
I
my.
said the certain subset that all summer,
But that's
every time something
why
happened,
is it?
I would get a tweet.
But why is it? Why is it
now.
though, Peter?
Go ahead, I'm listening.
That the very vocal minority of people, the yo-yo, because any idiot, and I will call them idiots, all right, that would think because the Mets got Juan Soto before they even played a game that they're going to own the town. Give me a break. The Yankees have owned the town for 30 years. You think it's all of a sudden going to change overnight? Stupid.
You said no. You said I know you didn't say that was the
right.
case. A lot of Met fans.
I
did.
don't think it was a lot of Met
I think
fans,
you're
Michael.
wrong.
I don't think it's a lot of Met
They
fans.
felt that they won the World Series and they took
No,
the city
because
away
this
from
is
the
the
Yanks.
problem that I have.
Here we go.
Is that because I think a lot of Yankee fans, because we took phone calls on Friday,
Right.
who were like, yeah, the Met fans stuck out their chest because they got Juan Soto. I wasn't allowed to stick out my chest. I wasn't be proud of my organization to finally reach out and get one of the biggest free agents in the history of the sport.
Absolutely.
Like, it feels like Yankee fans were like, oh, what are you talking for? So you got Juan Soto. We couldn't be proud and happy that we got Juan
And you
Soto?
should, but again, maybe you're saying that social media is a cesspool, but it is our connection as well.
Because
as
they
phone
went
calls.
after you because of the stupid comments not that your comments were stupid, but the way they were taken about that he was glum. He was glum,
Right.
being a Met.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
Right?
Peter.
Glum boy, I remember that.
Now, I want you to know, Peter, I want you to be proud of me. I always look for your pride in me.
Thank you.
How I've grown.
Yeah.
Because there was a part of me, because there was a lot of pictures of Juan Soto in the dugout yesterday looking very, very glum.
And you didn't post.
And I was going to post one and go, guess I was right. But no, I've grown.
But you're better than that.
I'm
But
better
again,
than
let's
that.
just
Look at you.
So I don't get why it's. Yeah, you should be upset if you're a Met fan, obviously, and Yankee fans should be very happy about it.
Right.
But it's not over, right? I mean, because what if it probably won't happen because it's the Mets. But if they turn around and win the championship next year, so he's not glum anymore. Like, it's still fluid. He's got 14 years left on his contract.
But you do know that I said he was glum entering Yankee Stadium. I didn't say he was going to be glum for the rest of his life.
No.
But that subset of Met fans
He was
who
glum
I
because
despise,
he
they're the ones
right,
who
but I
continually harped on it.
I don't understand why you give fuel to those people.
Because they give me fuel.
But it's a cesspool.
But I thrive in a cesspool.
You love that. That's his favorite kind of pool.
It is.
Because I just don't because I think you're feeding into them. Any Met fan who think, we're going to own the town because of Juan Soto, we didn't even play the game yet.
Alan, did you hear that from Met fans? Now
I was
there's
just
a new
asking,
big brother.
I wanted to check to see, just to get the timing right. Soto signed on the 11th of December.
Right.
You guys still had 3 days of show left together. 13th was the Christmas show, right?
Yep.
That was the last one. Okay, so you had 3 days. We don't have the archive since we moved, but you had 3 days of calls. Now, I was
people being happy that
I
they
was
signed
doing
Juan Soto.
shows with Bart that week. We were in the midday, and I absolutely remember those calls. Absolutely.
You got a lot of hanging on the rim, Don. I'm telling you, I'm not making stuff
Well,
up.
no,
A lot
but
of panic, a lot of look at
you.
you switching the story. You didn't get him. Now you're making it out like it could be. How could you say it could be
wait a
better for
minute.
the Yankees?
But wait
and
a
those
minute.
weren't coming from Yankees fans, Don.
But why couldn't a Met fan be happy that they got Juan Soto?
They should have
No,
been.
there's
They should
happy.
have been joyous.
Right,
Right.
There's happy, and then there's spitting in your face happy.
They spit in the face happy. They really
No,
did.
listen, I wasn't one of those people.
Karma.
I don't think the
Of course
majority
not.
are just happy. But no, you just said karma.
Karma.
Good karma.
Great call.
And what if the Yankees lose to the Red Sox? Then you took a step back without Juan Soto.
Still got to the
like.
postseason.
Don't you
But they got to
think? Don't you
playoffs.
think Yankee fans are hanging on the rim a little too
194
soon?
games.
No,
which is
no,
six.
Lose the next 2 games against the Red Sox, and
Michael,
you
how
got a
many,
better season.
How
but-
many wins did the Yankees have last year with Soto?
Same amount as this year.
94,
94.
right? How many wins this year? 94? How's it a step back? Same amount of wins.
Well, if they don't go to the World Series, he said.
Right, if they don't go to the World
It's a lot
Series.
harder of a road, as you said.
Yeah, but
right?
I'm
We've
just
acknowledged
saying, and
that.
it's still a better season than the Mets. But I just said it's still a work in progress here.
Oh,
Right?
So as
He-
a Mets fan.
he's minus 11 with the Mets in wins. Minus 11.
And also, forget about the Met fan. All right, because you're dismissing the people in the cesspool, okay? How about Soto at the press conference said, I chose the Mets because they have a better chance to go to the World Series than the Yankees. How's that looking right now?
That's
How's
facts.
that quote?
There's
Rather
facts
than
there.
saying, you know what? I had an offer I couldn't refuse.
Well, because nobody ever does that, right? When Giambi signed here, my father's favorite player was
And we
was
said it was
Mickey Mantle.
fraudulent.
Of course, because nobody ever says what it's always about, the money. We said it from the very second. I never hung on the rim about getting Soto that the Mets were better than the Yankees because I said it with you, and it is archived. It is on record. We both said it. He's going to go to the highest bidder, period.
Yep.
Has nothing to do with who's got the better future or anything else. It was all about
But
money
that's what he
or
said.
luxury. Because he says it, they all say it. Jack Morris was, I'm so glad to be back in Minnesota, signed a 1-year contract, and then the year after they won the championship, all of a sudden he didn't love Minnesota anymore. Went go sign someplace else for more money. They all say it's all about the money. They won't say it because that doesn't look good in the press conference, but he was no different than any other free agent that signed someplace else. I signed here because of the schools. That's what Hampton said. He came to the Mets because of the school. Or went to the
Colorado.
Rockies. Went to Colorado for the schools. Give me a break. Went to Colorado because they paid him more money.
But don't you think, I don't think Yankee fans are euphoric because the Mets didn't make the playoffs. I think they're euphoric because of what the Met fans said when they got Soto. That's why
And I
they're
believe,
euphoric.
and I could be wrong, but I believe that we were just happy to get Juan Soto, to finally get a win against the Yankees, to be there was somebody you wanted, somebody we wanted, and we actually got him. And we were happy about it. And I think that bothered a lot of Yankee fans that we were happy about it. Because we took the calls on Friday, and again, the quote was, sticking your chest out. I can't stick my chest out that the Mets finally went out and got the most coveted free agent in the last 25 years.
And you bring up a great point, too. If Thursday we're doing a post-mortem and the Yankees lose the 2 games to the Red Sox, Met fans,
Right.
they'll be euphoric.
No, but because there's some idiots that went after you on social media
Well, it was endless.
But
it was
because
endless.
it's always endless. But I'm sorry, any Met fan who thought they owned the town before they even played a game that they got one Soto is a moron. Is a moron. But I don't want that to represent.
Narrative.
I don't. But see that I disagree with. It's the prevailing
You're
narrative.
mad at the wrong person, Don. You're mad at the wrong person.
Because I don't understand
You
why
should-
he's giving them fuel.
Well,
because then that becomes the Met fan when he says you guys are creeps.
There you go. But that's the problem. They're representing it. Why? Because they're the loud minority. That's why. They're loud about it, and other Met fans say nothing.
But
that represents you because of how loud they are.
Maybe you got caught in a bad zone.
No, I heard what
I
you
didn't
said.
say all Met fans are creeps. I said that subsection that was coming after me about the glum Juan
And
Soto.
I just don't think that is the majority of Met fans.
But here's the problem.
Just
with
like I don't
majority
think I
minority.
live in the
You
Met-
think majority of New Yorkers are lowlifes, like the people that are Bethpage Black? But we're painted all as lowlifes because that's what was presented. Those are the loudest people.
And that bothers you as a New Yorker when in Nebraska and California and in Canada they're saying, boy, those New Yorkers are real scum.
Right.
Look how they treated everybody.
Especially Long
and all
Island.
I'm
We're
saying is
taking a
don't
hit.
have the whole fan base be judged by a few Twitter dwellers
And that's why
that went after you for what you said.
I specifically went after that subset. I even said I have Mike Breen's one of my closest friends in the world. I know he's crushed by the Mets, and I feel sorry for those fans. They're great fans. You know, Steve Cohen laid down the gauntlet to them. I want you guys to show up. They showed up. They had crowds of 40,000.
Yeah, that's what makes this even worse.
All the time.
That's what makes this worse because we bought into it and we all went. Highest ever at Citi Field, 4th highest in franchise history. Mm-hmm. And this is what you give them back. And the other thing I disagree with you, I think Stearns has to take a hit. Yeah, I guess on the back of your baseball card, he built a good team, but was there chemistry with this team? Did any of the acquisitions at the deadline, any of them pay off whatsoever? That bullpen stunk from high heaven and got worse after the deadline.
Even the offseason, his acquisitions didn't work. The two biggest acquisitions were all Cohen. They don't get Soto if it's up to Stearns, and they don't get Alonso. He didn't want Alonso. And I think Alonso's gone now, by the way. Because you got to change something about the team.
Well, but I don't. That's change for change's sake. How are you going to get rid of a guy that drove in 127 runs?
They've got to get better defensively. They're an awful defensive team.
I just look at that team and I think that's he's the least of your problems.
Yeah, is switching at first base going to be the thing that solves the defensive
You got to start
problem?
somewhere.
You know what they'll do? We'll go through the whole thing again, and they'll sign Cody Bellinger. Everybody be hanging on the rim again, and they'll play Cody Bellinger at first, who's a great
But see,
first
that's
baseman.
what I'm talking about.
He won't stop. He can't stop.
I guess the problem
He
I have with
cannot
Michael,
stop.
because I know Michael.
He's a bad guy.
I know Michael. I've known him for 25 years.
Oh, yeah, if it's been a day.
He's going to say something to me that's not true. He believes it is the majority of Met fans.
No, I don't. You know what? I
The
think
yo-yos?
It's much less than a silent, a loud minority. I think there's a lot of Met fans are really they're a different. They're a different
Because
breed.
we obviously have probably the same complex that people in Boston, Philadelphia have. It's the little brother syndrome. But I got news for all the Met fans. We're always going to be the little brother because we came last. That's just the way it works. You can't get older than the other franchise. All right, there'll be blips. Listen, the Devils won 3 straight Stanley Cups, 4 straight for the Islanders. They ain't touching the Rangers. Won 1 championship in 85 years.
But
doesn't matter.
But you'd have to say the Mets were the big brothers during the '80s. They were outdrawing the Yankees.
I will say this: the Mets are closer to the Yankees than any of the other little brothers are close to Big Brother. Nets aren't even on the radar. All right, Islanders and Devils can't touch the Rangers.
But you know why you are? Because you took Dodger fans and Giant fans and fused them.
I said that on
the
Friday.
The Nets came from nowhere.
Jets
the
are
Islanders
close.
came from nowhere. The Devils they didn't fuse fan bases.
And the Jets are not going to touch the Giants. It's just the way that it works. But that's not what I'm striving to be. I'm striving to try to get a team to win the World Series. Next year is going to be the 40th anniversary of the last time this team won a World Series.
That's a long time, right?
40 years.
That's
40.
1986, you and me.
How long?
1986 we're going back to.
So that's the thing that stinks. So I don't want to get caught up in, who said what to Yankee fans or Met fans and who owns I don't want to own the town. I just want to own the trophy they give out at the end of every year. That's what I want to own.
A piece of metal.
Yeah, that
hunk of
piece
metal.
of tin
Right.
that our commissioner says, that's what I'd like to have. That's all that should matter to anybody. That's all that should matter to the Yankees right now. Hang on the rim because some of the Met fans spoke up. But the one thing I'm not going to do is apologize for being happy they signed Juan Soto. And the other thing I'm not going to do, Michael, as disgusted as I am with this team, is feel that it's over. He's got 14 years left on his contract.
Till 2039.
Right, and
I probably will not be alive at that time.
And you know what? And Juan Soto
Predicting
sometimes
something.
looks
It's
lazy,
unfortunate.
and Juan Soto sometimes looks glum and disinterested. He's not the reason why they didn't win this division, and he's not the reason why they didn't make the playoffs.
Okay.
Because when he was awful, when he was struggling, and he was glum, the Mets couldn't help just rattle it off with.
You're right. But when you read The Athletic today, because you're going to see a lot of these stories coming out, Juan Soto is very businesslike. He approaches each game as if it's a business proposition. Francisco Lindor is very happy-go-lucky, no laser focus like that, kind of hinting at there's a little clubhouse problem. Well, Francisco Lindor's here till 2031. They're not going anywhere. Soto till 2039. They've got to make that work.
It's the odd couple.
And I think they'll make it work. And the other thing, as much as I love Lindor and I think he's a leader, he's way too streaky. And like these numbers will all say, like Alonso great, Lindor great, Soto great.
Doesn't tell you the whole story.
They did not tell you the whole story. And that's where I get Stearns, is because he built a great fantasy team and he built a great analytics team. But this team had no heart. This team had no gumption when it mattered. You're going into Florida, a team that, yes, they're playing better, but it's under 500, controlling your own destiny, and you let them beat you again 2 out of 3, and then the Reds lose yesterday,
That
and
was
you get
the worst
shut
scenario.
out.
The worst scenario. If the Reds had won yesterday, you don't even go
Nothing
up.
you can
So
do.
where's the
There's nothing you can
analytics
do.
for that,
It was
Michael?
the worst case. Oh.
All right?
There's no analytics for that.
Now, and again, Pete, he's going to be the victim because, we got to make some sort of a change or whatever. He had the hardest hit ball that any Met had all year. Would have been a gapper, would have cleared the bases. Instead, it's an out. So there were some breaks that didn't go their way either, but I'm going to let Alonso go just as I got to shake something up. The one player that I do think brings it every single night.
But the guy didn't want to sign him as a 30-year-old. He turns 31 in December. You're going to give him $40 million.
You say he's
Another
going to
one-year
be
deal.
gone because you got to change something. That's the one guy I don't want
Don,
to change.
But you got to change something. You have to.
Well, why don't change something that makes the team better, not change something cosmetically?
For changes' sake.
All you guys ever tell me is how it's such a long season, so you can't overreact, right? But what you can do, though, is look at it from a macro view. Take the last 2 seasons. The last 2 seasons, they have had half of a good year and half of a really bad year in both seasons, right?
Right.
That is exactly what inconsistent's all about. You can't say, like what we hear from the Yankees all the time, the best baseball's in front of them. No. They are literally that team. They are really good and really bad, but they're never just good. Right?
No, I know.
So that means there's something internally wrong.
Yeah, there's a lot of internal problems.
And by the way, they didn't lose the playoff spot yesterday. They lost it in September with 8 straight losses. In September, when you knew the season was on the line.
They lost it over 3.5 months,
That
honestly.
can't happen when you are a team that understands where they are. And I don't want to make the comparison, but it is fair to say the Yankees went through a lull as well. But when it became winning time in September, what'd they do? Started winning. 20 games over 500. 32-12. Like they just started, they got over it. They faced a gauntlet of opponents, and instead of the feeling sorry for themselves or bad luck, no, they just got it done.
But
a good team figures out a way to get it done. They are missing something inside, and because OMG and Iglesias, that was a rally cry.
Yeah.
That got them through it.
A moment
That's
of
a
time.
problem.
But
that's not something you can build a franchise on.
I told you those are the Band-Aids.
So there's a lot that needs to be fixed
Well,
here. And it can't be that I fell in love with a guy and I want to keep paying him money.
I understand they don't hit with runners
New
in scoring
players.
position. Their biggest problem is they can't pitch, period. You cannot win if you can't pitch. If you don't have anybody getting through 5 innings, even a good bullpen is going to be destroyed by having to get 15, 12 outs every single night. They did not have any pitchers until the kids got called up, and you want kids to try to save your season? That's
Almost
so
did.
unfair.
Do you buy into the narrative that Chris Carlin is trying to sell? That everything went haywire when I went to the Rick and Dave
I mean,
thing?
if you want to play those silly
heard that
reindeer
theory.
games,
Yeah.
honestly, if you want to play those
I
games.
don't want to play
No,
them.
no, I'm not
Reindeer
saying you.
games.
Okay, curse?
I'm just saying, because this is the thing that just sickens me. You want to see something that sickens me about Met fans?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Is the Hawk Tua and the grimace.
There you go.
And
The
all
OMG.
of the OMG and all the magic. Oh, Michael K came to Citi Field and we started to lose. Build a quality team. And when I say quality team, I mean a team, not a collection of stars that are going to hit for a certain average and a certain amount of home runs, but a team that's going to come together when it matters. Stop playing fantasy land of streaks and magic and voodoo, positive or negative. How about building a team? Twice in the history of this franchise, they've gone to the playoffs back-to-back years.
Don't you
Can't
think,
do
though,
it. There's
that
never
this team was
anything
better-
consistency.
When this team was put together, you didn't think they're not making the playoffs.
Of course not.
No.
Right. So,
No,
I mean,
human-
there's
Well,
got
look
to be
at the-
something deeper that we're not seeing.
Michael, the dirty little secret about Major League Baseball, when you take a look at the payrolls, if you got a payroll north of 300, it's criminal not to make the playoffs.
It's almost impossible.
Do you realize that the Mets, if things had broken the right way and won the tiebreak, they'd be an 83-win team. We're honoring average. There's nothing about being the third wild card team to get excited about.
There are
Even if
4
they made the playoffs, they're still not a good team.
There are 4 franchises that spent over $300 million. 3 of them made the playoffs.
Do you also you want this one, Alan? There were 4 franchises
Mm-hmm.
that went hot and heavy after Juan Soto. Yankees, Blue Jays, Red Sox, and Mets. The Mets got them. They didn't make the playoffs. Go explain baseball.
That doesn't make
Because
you're right about
because
that.
baseball is not basketball. If I've got a Juan Soto in basketball, I'm going to the playoffs.
So
Can't help but go, right?
'Cause
But
you
baseball's
out-physical
not
somebody.
that way.
But that brings back the point. And forget the hanging on the rim thing. It's a real conversation to have. Was it worth it?
What can we see? It's 1 year, and see, this is the stuff that bothers
What?
me, Alan. Was it worth? No. So the other 14 years, forget it. Throw them away because we
But
had
you
to win
don't-
this
but
year.
you don't know.
You had to win this year. Can we answer that
But you
question
wanted to
5,
have-
6, 7 years
Wait,
down
wait.
the stretch?
Michael will be gone.
I mean,
coming-
come on,
he's gonna
man.
be dead.
No,
That's what I mean.
seriously,
Yeah.
come on,
But
man.
no,
Was
that's-
it worth it? He's got 14 years left on his deal, Alan.
And how many of them is he in his prime?
Oh my God!
14 years is a long time.
I can't do this today. So 1 year.
Okay.
1 year
Right.
determines. Oh, that's what we're saying. That's what's all over social media. That's what everybody's saying. Yankees made the playoffs. Mets didn't. The worthless deal. A 15-year deal. It was all about the 1 year. So if the Mets can win the next 7 straight World Series, which they're not going to do, don't worry. But if they did, it didn't matter because the first year they didn't win. That is so unfair.
Can I give you my take? I would sign him 1,000 times out of 1,000 times if I'm the Mets. And if I was the Yankees and I had an opportunity to undo everything, I'd sign him rather than go to Plan B, which works just great.
Because he's a great player.
He's a great player.
But you got to make other things around him. Again, it's not basketball.
Yeah.
And even when they put the super team in Miami together, they went to the final, but they didn't win their first year. Like sometimes it takes a little while for it to go. They've got other issues. You want to have a conversation about Stearns not wanting to pay pitchers. We can have that conversation because it certainly came to bite him this year. Didn't bite him last year. The acquisitions at the deadline. Going out to get a center fielder that literally can't hit. Was that smart? But we're going to make it all about Juan Soto, and now you have to say, was it worth? Really, honestly, it's an ignorant question. It really is.
I asked you a question. It was a very simple thing. You answered it.
But the fact that you asked that question. How are we so focused on when you sign a 15-year? Now, granted, that's not going to age well. It's going to sink, just like Fried didn't age well. Right now, Fried was magical. The Yankees do not make the playoffs without Max Fried. But that's still an awful contract, an 8-year contract to give a 31-year-old. I think Michael would even admit that. But if they get there the first year, they win the championship. But what if they don't? What if they lose to Boston? Was it worth it? And then he can go out and win the Cy Young with Cole next year. So it gets reevaluated in 26, and then gets reevaluated in 27.
Yeah. Well, that's my biggest problem with Stern. He doesn't pay big money for pitchers. That's what Andrew Friedman, who runs the Dodgers, once said. If you're going to be rational free agent, you're going to finish third.
Yep.
Right, so that's a conversation.
Well,
you think the Yankees wanted to give Max Fried 8 years? No. They probably wanted to give him 6, like they gave Rodon. You think they wanted to give Cole 9 years? No. But that's the price of doing business.
You had to do it because you know that the immediate's more important than the long term.
And you deal with
live with the long term.
You deal with the Tommy John surgery. Right. You miss him for a year, and then you get him back.
Right, exactly. And Don, sometimes you have to ask a question like that to get the answer you gave because there are people that wonder that.
Well, because again, I'm not
Somebody
going to
needs
let
to give
the
that
world
answer.
be run by morons.
Exactly. So you answered it perfectly. But that's why the question has to be asked because it wasn't asked. It's just being assumed. But there are actually people out there that are saying, why did the Mets do this? They should have put more into pitching and all. Because you can second guess. It's so easy to second guess. What you're not doing is that. And that's what the other thing. If you think about it, Stearns is going to take heat. Should he be fired?
No, he shouldn't be fired.
No, but there are probably people that think he should.
Well, there's some people that think that Mendoza should be fired,
which is also ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Well, that means 2 years ago or last year doesn't count.
Well, you know what? Buck Showalter's 101 didn't count.
I don't fire either of them, but I think it's closer to a conversation with Mendoza than it is for Stearns.
Is it? What do you have to work with?
Well, when you have that talent,
you brought in a closer who didn't know how to play a role of a setup guy, and he couldn't handle it. And it messed with him. That was such a valuable piece, Hainsey. And he didn't know what to do. You moved him, and then
I'm not saying he
you
should
turned
be
him
fired.
into a
I'm just
setup
saying
guy.
It's more logical because when you have that kind of a colossal collapse, it sometimes comes to the expense of the manager. And it's not like he's got a pedigree. He hasn't managed forever. It's only his second year. So right now, you just said it. First year, awful in
Every
the first
button
half.
he hit right.
Basically, when you look at the 2 years of Carlos Mendoza, they've been a very average baseball.
Yeah.
You know, the last 3 years of baseball, the Mets have one of the highest payer, and they've averaged 82 wins a year.
Yeah, they've been a very average team.
Well, Michael, now, let me ask you a question. Yes. Did you watch them on the big screen? I know you've got a lot of devices.
There's a lot of things going on.
Big screen, Giants or the Mets? Mets season on the line. Jackson Dart, maybe your future. Ooh. What were you locked in on the big screen?
Great question. Finally.
I was...
You had Paw Patrol on, didn't you?
No.
Bluey.
Just saying...
Big Bluey vehicle.
Big Bluey.
It was a very
different... Big Bluey report.
It was a tough day.
See, this is a good question.
No, because I had to go to a funeral. My Uncle Ed died. It was my father's best friend. That was his best man at their wedding.
Right.
And there was a can of Budweiser in the casket because
by accident or they put it there?
Because that was the thing with my dad. We'd always have cold Budweiser in the refrigerator just in case Uncle Eddie came by because that was his best friend.
I think the mortician just left it there. Just forgot?
So I could have Dave Rothenberg and said, you're dead anyway. I'm going to watch the games. I went and I paid my condolences.
That was to honor your dad.
Right, but I had...
Was there a liver problem with Uncle Ed with all the drinking? Is that why he went?
It's too soon.
You just said he drank a lot.
If it was a week...
Did I say he drank a lot, or did I say
he
liked
Budweiser?
But you had beer in the fridge all the time.
No, we'll see you later. Get out. Seriously.
No, 7 o'clock.
Get
Couch
the
Cast.
hell out of the studio.
We'll see you at the Couch Cast.
I can't believe
No,
you
come
can't
on.
do
Are
that.
you really not? Are you really surprised? Are you really? Have you ever heard us talk about anything important?
I don't even want to look at him.
Don't look at him. But we set a new record for viewers on the YouTube though, so that's good news. But you don't look at him.
Why don't you go to break? I can't even.
You know what? We'll be right back.
He's
with more.
really mad at me? Is this
No, he can't even look at you.
At least he's not mad
We're
at me.
live
He's
on
not
the
mad at me
YouTube.
anymore. That's good.
We're live on the
Thoughts and prayers,
Ray
Uncle Ed.
It's Don Hahn and Rosenberg.
D'Agostino, law, bite back.
I'm injury attorney John Ryan D'Agostino, nicknamed The Closer, continuing D'Agostino and Associates' legacy of helping the injured for over 35 years. My father, John D'Agostino, built this injury firm to help accident victims.
This is John D'Agostino, and this is a family firm. For us, it's about doing what's right and making sure somebody pays for your pain. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-BITE-BACK.
They call me The Closer because big or small, in court or out, I'm fighting to get the job done, to win, to get you every dollar you deserve.
D'Agostino and Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and will come to you. I've been there and I'll be there for you. Call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Hey there, guys. Good afternoon. Not so great on the Cross Island southbound getting through Queens. Word of a multi-car crash on the ramp to the eastbound Southern State. Add that to the volume. You're hitting the brakes from the Throgs Neck Bridge on down. Slow crawl on the FDR northbound. Just picked up a truck that snuck on the roadway over by the 59th Street Bridge. Not moving much there from East Houston on up. Best of it's the outbound George looking good on the West Side Highway in Henry Hudson. Cross Bronx westbound slam from the Bruckner through to underneath the apartments. Inbound George roadwork on both the upper and lower decks. Just about a 10 to 15 minute ride. Not too bad heading outbound at the Lincoln. Outbound Holland about 10 to 15 minutes. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit mad.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
We are moving now.
Electric bikes are everywhere. They are quiet and very fast. Teens ride them on the roads, in bike lanes, but also in places they should not be, like sidewalks and parks.
Look out!
When you ride, wear a helmet. Don't speed. Watch out for pedestrians and cars. New York State and your community have specific rules for electric bikes. Follow them. Go to trafficsafety.ny.gov for more info. A message brought to you by the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
There's nothing the voice in our head obsesses over like our health. But with over 100 lab tests and insights, Function can help answer the questions like, why am I so tired all the time? How can I get better sleep? My friend was telling me about magnesium gummy she takes. How do I even know if my heart is work stress affected? It's time to up my cardio. If my mom has something, how would I find out? It's time to get some blood work done. A Function membership gives you a comprehensive health check with results tracked over time. Find out what you're made of at functionhealth.com.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
Hey Yankees fans, hit your next adventure out of the park and onto the water with City Cruises New York. Sail your way to epic skyline views, delicious dining, and premium drinks. Upgrade your game day with a dining cruise, a cocktail sail, or a night with your favorite entertainers aboard City Cruises Live. Whether you're celebrating a win or just the weekend, City Cruises is a shipload of fun. Proud partner of the New York Yankees. Book today at citycruises.com/New York.
The post-career day press conference, brought to you by Progressive.
Anthony, can you tell us what happened during career day?
I'm a biomedical researcher. The kids just weren't impressed.
How did you feel when your son called in the backup?
Embarrassed, and I knew it would be a fireman. It's always a fireman. It's cliche, but a crowd favorite. He had an axe and everything. I can't compete with that.
And will the fireman be helping your son with his science fair project?
Hope not. I'm literally a scientist.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Hey, it's Reese Davis. Let's be honest, you can't keep an eye on everything. Unless you've got Blink Outdoor 4 cameras. While you're focused on the game, Blink's keeping an eye on your home.
With up to 2-year battery life and with Sync Module XR, you can cover more space without constant maintenance. No wires, no worries. Blink helps keep an eye on what matters most. Get Blink today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Yeah, good job kicking him out, by the way.
Yeah.
Game time brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time,
it's Tullet time. I like when he holds it.
Jets face the Dolphins on Monday Night Football on ESPN at 7:15. And you've got, of course, the ESPN New York Couchcast live on our YouTube channel immediately following this show. So definitely check it out. Rangers Islanders preseason action at 7 as well.
Very excited.
We can get at least one TV with that.
We
right?
got to get that game on. Yeah, I'm with you.
I'm very excited for the couch.
Why are you standing? Is there something wrong?
My knee.
Well,
so,
YouTube wants to see you. They don't want a 5 talking to them.
Can you go to Jessica?
Are you going to be that way?
I'm going to stay for the same.
All right.
Good to know. Well, we're working.
Sorry.
I'm all about standing the whole
you're
show
a
if you
TV
want.
producer now, Anthony.
That's right.
So what, you didn't know? You didn't know your job changed? You
So
got
in lieu of pay, be nice to him.
My name's not
Tullamore
Greek.
Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. We figured we'd have some fun with Michael. Listen, forget the whole Met-Yankee stuff, all right? It's an embarrassment of colossal proportions. It's worse than 07. I hear people saying 07 was worse, Don, because they were going to win the division and it was harder to make the playoffs. But you got beat by a Philadelphia team that was good. And a Philadelphia team that, by the way, would go to the World Series back-to-back years after that. These are the Cincinnati Reds, and I mean no disrespect to them. Good for them. They made the playoffs. The Mets chased them down, not the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
And for the Mets to be able to go to, of all places, Miami, and have that team eliminate them. They didn't get eliminated by the Brewers. They didn't get eliminated by the Dodgers or the Padres. They got eliminated by an under 500 team. And the other thing that bothers me is Met fans, and Gary, Keith, and Ron, too, could be included in this, criticizing the Marlins for celebrating the win. And they were taking pictures in front of the dugout. Dude, that was their World Series because they have the lowest payroll in baseball. You don't think that's a chance for a team like the Marlins to flex? They are worthless. The players know it. They've got no chance to win. They've got literally the lowest payroll in baseball. They've been handed a gift of relevancy on the final weekend. You don't think they're going to relish the chance to beat the team that's got the second highest payroll in baseball? Give me a break. You don't have a chance to complain when you blow it the way they did. You take it. You take it. You get smacked in the face, you take it. You don't defend yourself. This team is not worth defending. We're a worthless piece of garbage organization right now. Hopefully we'll get up from it. Hopefully they'll make the right decisions. But stop complaining about the Marlins. Stop complaining about the Reds. Stop thinking you're better than you actually are. Stop worrying about the Yankees and worry about yourself. Own the town. My ass. How about owning a above 500 record and making the playoffs with the second highest payroll in baseball? Look in the mirror. The words Yankees or Marlins or baseball or Manfred or anything coming out of your mouth other than we suck, I don't want to hear it. So shut your mouth. That's what ticks me off. Those are the creeps. Oh, how come the tiebreaker is head-to-head? We should be playing. Stop. You wouldn't deserve it. You didn't deserve to make the playoffs because you couldn't beat the Marlins. One more time. And you're looking at that out-of-town scoreboard, staring at it all day. 4-2. Everybody and their mother knew that there was no shot the Brewers were going to lose that game. They were not blowing that lead out, and they were not going to lose that game. The Brewers were winning that game 4-2. The only question, would the Brewers score more runs? And you sat there and got shut out.
Mm-hmm.
Shut out.
How about the Alvarez at bat, 2 on? The swings he took at those pitches looked like he had no plan.
And then the 2 times he struck out looking.
But I mean, I'm talking about that at-bat was the critical at-bat of that inning finally felt like something was going to turn. And the pitcher, by the way, I forget what, wasn't throwing strikes, man. He was not throwing strikes. And he chased, and then he snaps the bat over his knee in frustration. That's the epitome of the season right there.
Disheartening.
As if you were not – look, you want to find all different things that are wrong with the team. We all know the deal about 21 games over 500. Never mind that. Like, this tells you what they are. 34-47 on the road. They were a good home team. Terrible on the road. What does that tell you? Bad road team? That's a problem. I mean, a really bad road team. 34-47 down on the road. That's literally like your whole season gets ruined because you can't win on the road. Why can't you win on the road? What does that tell you about your team? 23-26 in one-run games. What does that tell you about your team?
They stink.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, how many games did they blow? How many games did they have a lead and give it away? Like the majority of the season, they played under 500 baseball.
And not one.
38-55 to finish the season. 38-55.
38-55.
Like, you can put – I credit the Marlins for treating it the way they should have. They respected the game by playing it the right way because a playoff spot was on the line. Not for them, but for other teams.
But it was a meaning.
So the right thing to do is not sit my best players and I'm just going to tank this thing away. No. We're going to do the right thing by baseball, play our best guys, and give it our best shot. And they won. 2 out of 3.
2 out of 3.
Which shouldn't have happened.
And the one time they did win Saturday, Clay Holmes had an outing for
he played out of his mind.
And pitched well, and Alonso had a great game. But
after the game.
One thing if the Reds had won and it wouldn't have mattered anyway, but it's right there.
Yeah.
Just win the damn game. Took 2 out of 3 from the Cubs. Can't
but that's why, Don, I know you're fighting the idea of Pete Alonso and how, like, why are you making that? I just think you're saying change for change's sake. I would say that change for change's sake might be important right now because of what you're dealing with.
Go out and get me a better first baseman. If you want to tell me you're getting Bellinger to play first base or whoever, and he's better, I got no problem with that.
You need to get more the guys who are about more stuff about them or something. Because, again, bad road record, bad in one-run games. Think about it. That tells you there's something missing that goes beyond baseball talent. And I know Sean Manaea yesterday put a lot on himself. He said it. I was bad. He blamed himself. I was bad. Senga said, I've lost control of my body. Right? Those 2 guys took the hit, and they should, because 2 guys that were supposed to be your aces this year were garbage. They were not good. So the right guys are saying, it's on me, it's on me. But you do have to look at the entirety of the team. And while there might be talented players, maybe they're just not the right collection of players, the right combination of players.
I think that's
something
part of it.
is missing in that clubhouse that goes beyond baseball. Because if a song and a McDonald's character and some social media chick is the reason why suddenly you have a team feels good about itself, and that's what they're grasping onto instead of, you know what, we're just good. We don't need novelties to suddenly get us on a roll.
Well, because it's all just streakiness.
But that's the
getting
point.
Hot at the right time.
So what are you missing?
They got cold at the wrong time.
It's beyond baseball.
But you're not
There's
as good as you think
else
you are.
Missing.
But I just don't know. If you can convince me, I'll change my mind that there's a way that they could be better without Pete Alonso at first base. Find me a better first baseman, I'm all for it. But if you're saying we just have to change something up, and that's the guy that's got to go?
Well, you can't. There's certain contracts you can't change, right? There's certain ones you can't move, so you're stuck doing that. You have to find – that's the hard part for David Stearns. You have to find pieces that fit better. Players that won't let you lose how many games is that under 500 on the road? 13?
Yeah.
13 under on the road.
And find some pitching. Maybe he's got to
you might have some pitching. They're young.
Right? 1-800-919-3776. Let's get to your phone calls. We've got an NFL binge at 4:30. We've got ENN at 6. And, of course, if you're watching on YouTube, at 7 o'clock, the Couchcast, Jets and the Dolphins. And it's all happening right here on ESPN New York.
And not only that, we're going to watch, we're going to enjoy, and if you have the FanDuel Sportsbook app, it's your home for all your favorite NFL bets, all right? From yards to touchdowns to who will win. With FanDuel, any play can be the play of the game. Now, listen, Jets, Dolphins, all right, and Bengals, Broncos also in action. FanDuel is giving all customers a 50% profit boost token or 2 30% profit boost tokens. That's right. You can get in on the action with a 50% profit boost token or 2 30% profit boost tokens tonight. So make FanDuel your go-to app for any snap, all right? You visit FanDuel.com/Peter to bet Jets versus Dolphins and the Bengals versus the Broncos with a 50% profit boost token or, like I said, 2 30% tokens, all right? Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. 21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For all with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
The post-career day press conference, brought to you by Progressive.
Anthony, can you tell us what happened during career day?
I'm a biomedical researcher. The kids just weren't impressed.
How did you feel when your son called in the backup?
Embarrassed, and I knew it would be a fireman. It's always a fireman. It's cliche, but a crowd favorite. He had an axe and everything. I can't compete with that.
And will the fireman be helping your son with his science fair project?
Hope not. I'm literally a scientist.
Like it or not, sometimes you need a backup. That's why there's Progressive to protect your home and auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Hey, it's Reese Davis. Let's be honest, you can't keep an eye on everything. Unless you've got Blink Outdoor 4 cameras. While you're focused on the game, Blink's keeping an eye on your home.
With up to 2-year battery life and with Sync Module XR, you can cover more space without constant maintenance. No wires, no worries. Blink helps keep an eye on what matters most. Get Blink today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Coach Saban here, and let me tell you, every second matters. Preparation is everything, and that's why I trust Kidde Smoke Alarms.
And as North America's #1 home fire safety brand, they're built to respond over 25% faster to smoke detection. Kidde helps protect what matters the most. Find it at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. #1 claim based on total household installations as of December 2023. 29% faster average smoke detection based on internal testing of smoldering wood fires for Kidde 9th edition versus leading competitor 8th edition products.
Hey, listen to this. All I needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things. Like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed. From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
The ESPN New York Couchcast is tonight, and things are heating up.
We genuinely really get along with each other.
I don't even think Peter watches sports. You could make the argument that Rick doesn't get enough credit for being a low-key fraud. Carlin's going to be at this Couchcast, too, so we got to make sure we have a lot of cannolis.
The ESPN New York Couchcast is tonight. See it all unfold on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. Brought to you by the All-American Ford Auto Group, Calandra's Bakery, and Jacob's Pickles.
All right, you heard from us. Let's hear from you. 1-800-919-3776. Lamont in Fresh Meadows gets us started off here on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
Hi guys. How you doing?
Good.
First of all, Don, congratulations on the Devils gig.
Thank you.
I'm actually a Rangers fan, so it's going to be weird hearing your voice on the other side. But, well, you know what I'm saying.
Well, I appreciate that, man.
Anyway, I have a question. I'm a Jets, Mets, Knicks, and Rangers fan, and I like to wonder, how does the recent Mets collapse compare to the recent disappointments? Last year's Rangers, Aaron Rodgers 1 year at MetLife, or Game 1 against the Eastern Conference Finals against the Pacers? Thanks. I'll hang up.
Well, I appreciate the call, but I honestly, I don't even think it's a conversation. This is way worse than anything that's happened recently.
That game 1 loss for the Knicks was you were already in the Eastern Conference Finals. Like that's deep. You made a run. This is you didn't even get in. This is like losing game 82.
This is one of the worst in history of sports. It really is.
In the history of New York sports or all of sports?
Well, definitely New York sports. I mean, I don't know the statistics of. I'm sure there have been teams that. But when you,
I'm not going to tell you. Do you know the last time a team blew a 21? They were 21 games over 500 and failed to make the playoffs. Do you know when that was?
I mean, I'm sure
in baseball?
happened. It probably happened.
There was 2 times it happened
before the wild card, so it probably happened either during divisional play, probably pre-69.
No, one time was post-69. The other one was pre.
I hate the time.
1977 Cubs. Okay. Last time at 21, you were 21 over 500 and ended up losing.
All right, and
the other one was the 1905 Indians.
So the 1905 Indians had to win the American League. All right,
it's harder to do.
That was it. One way to get into the World Series. That was it. No divisions, no wild card. That was it.
But and 77 Cubs. That's
77 Cubs was at least in the division.
And at least, yeah.
But you're doing this. You're the 3rd team in the history of baseball to do it with your division and 3 wild cards.
That's a great point.
So think about it. You've got 4 cracks at it. All right, can't win the division. All right, we got 3 cracks at a wild card. And they missed out, and the team that's going had the same record as them, but they couldn't win the season series against them. They're gone. And I'll tell you this, if they did have the ability to have a play-in today, they'd probably lose the game. Who would be pitching for them? Right? I mean, so I don't even want to hear that. Now this is bad. The Knicks, all right, end up. You know what the pain of the Knicks loss was? That I think we underestimated the Pacers. That they were better than we thought.
They also
right?
It was we were winning this game easy, let our foot off the gas, and this dude got hot, hit a bunch of threes, and now he let it down to
one game.
Yeah, but you're right. It's one game, but you're just saying one of the worst collapses in the history of sports.
Well, think about.
That's a strong statement.
It's iconic.
But you're also
something you can hang your hat on.
You know, an uncapped sport. So you're talking about the 2nd highest payroll in baseball.
Yeah.
All right. A team that went to the league championship series last year, added the best free agent in the sport during the offseason, and couldn't make the 3rd wild card and blew a 5.5 game lead in the division and were 21 games under 500 and finished 4 games over 500. I mean, tell me a worse one. All right, the Rangers fell apart. All right, you kind of saw it happening, and they weren't that good, it turned out. All right, the Mets, I understand the Rangers went to the conference final the year before, but it wasn't as bad as this. This was really bad. I can't think of anything even close to it other than the Mets themselves in 07 blowing a 7-game lead with 17 left to play. You just can't make it up.
And it wouldn't have been. Now, Don, could you have handled it better if they weren't so good the first couple months of the season? It would have been a little easier to process.
Well, but it's
the collapse part.
I'm not making it. Maybe it just isn't your year. They really didn't even suffer that many injuries. I mean, guys got hurt. Alvarez was out for a little while.
Sure.
But it wasn't like they were devastated by injuries. Yankees had way more injuries than the Mets did.
Yeah.
They didn't have Cole all year long. They didn't have Heel for half the season. They lost the best player in the sport for what was it, 10-day IL. Wow.
Yeah. This is like the only thing you think of is like individual, like Greg Norman.
Right.
Yeah, just meltdowns.
Like meltdowns.
A tennis meltdown, a golf meltdown.
Yeah. Tin cup, like stuff like that. Like team meltdowns like this just don't happen. Again, 77 Cubs.
Yeah, 77 Cubs, and that was just they didn't win the division.
Yeah.
But take a look at it and see if they would have made one of the 3 wild cards that existed back
then.
And
you don't believe anybody should be fired, right? Like that's the thing. Because normally something like this epic tells you there's something really bad happening within the organization and changes need to be made, but you don't believe that.
And well, we do have Stearns. We're gonna throw some Stearns in during the course of the day. At 3:30, he did speak to the media. But since you brought up Mendoza's future, here's David Stearns on Mendoza.
I believe Carlos has all the same traits and assets that I believed in when we hired him 2 years ago. And I think over the course of his tenure here, he has demonstrated that. We had a tough year this year. There's no question. We are all disappointed. We are all frustrated. Mendy as much or more than anyone else. But I still believe he's a very good manager, and I think he's going to demonstrate that.
All right. Now, the only thing that can change is during the exit meetings, if all of a sudden some players are like, I'm not in love with Carlos Mendoza, then that might change. But other than that, it doesn't like Stearns has any appetite to let him go. But let's wait until the exit interviews because if you get a few important players to say, hey,
we learned that already.
We saw it with the Knicks, right? Let's go to Bob in East Norwich. You're on ESPN New York. Hi, Bob.
How you doing, guys? I love the show.
Thanks, buddy, man. What do you got?
This was such a disappointing season. I think a big problem was the Mets played over their head in the beginning of the year, and it made it difficult to identify what they needed at the deadline. I think their main problem I want to see them address in the offseason is pitching. What do you guys think?
Well, there's no question it's pitching, but it's interesting when you said that they didn't identify what they needed. They knew they needed bullpen.
Yeah.
And they went out and got bullpen help, and none of them worked. I mean,
it's amazing.
Obviously, some of them worse than others, but and a starting pitcher, the thing is, what starting pitcher could they have gotten that they didn't get, right? Alcantara never got traded. I'd have to look back at the deadline. Was there a starting pitcher that made an impact? Did Bieber make an impact? I don't know. I think they knew what was wrong with the team. None of the pivots worked. None of the deals worked. Mullins, I was all for. I thought that was a good pickup. Center field, a little pop. He did nothing. Nothing. It was troubling how bad the deadline ended up being for Stearns. We didn't think it at the time. We thought the moves were good, but they didn't work out.
On paper, they looked fantastic,
they
but it did not work out. And they had to go bullpen because they taxed it so much in the first half because none of the starters could get out of the fourth, fifth inning.
Rico in Buffalo, you're on ESPN New York.
Don, you broke my heart today, buddy.
Oh, no. How?
Yeah, I've been listening to you and Michael together for... Don, I'm 70 years old, so how many years were you and Michael together on the radio?
22 years.
30? Whatever? Okay. And Michael has always supported you, backed you, and stood by your side his entire career, and I listened to all of your shows. Okay. And then for you to rant on him and disrespect him.
I'll do whatever I want, Rico. And I'm getting tired of Rico on the air. Please. Please screen it.
Well, why? This is compelling to me, Don.
Oh, no. You think it's compelling because I gotta talk to the yo-yo. You get to sit there and laugh behind the scenes. Meanwhile, first of all, it was completely performative. Get a sense of humor. And the other thing, he suggested my dead uncle's a lush. He's lucky he didn't get punched in the face. Back on whatever station we're on. Who cares?
This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates. I played sports my whole life, and my dad was my biggest fan. Because he lost his leg in a construction accident, it was sometimes tough for him to get from his car to the bleachers, but that didn't stop him. He always kept a folding chair in his trunk and would cheer from the parking lot when he had to. And over the past 35 years of building D'Agostino & Associates, I've made sure our team does whatever it takes to accommodate our clients and help them get every dollar they deserve. With my son and my daughter by my side, we're going to continue the legacy of getting justice for people just like you. The consultation is always free, so call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK, 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222, and ask for me, John D'Agostino. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey, but we'll always make it easy for you to meet with one of our attorneys. Remember, I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino Law. Bite back.
We are proud to serve our country, to serve our local communities, to wear the uniform, to be a soldier, to serve abroad when and where duty calls. We are ready to stand with our brothers and sisters to defend, to serve, to fight. We're always ready, we're always there. We are the New York Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New York Army National Guard.
Every aspect of your business will operate better and faster with artificial intelligence. AI is a race, and companies that act first will win. Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. Thrive partners with you on a smart, secure AI strategy for your business. Then they deploy and manage it for you. Be first and win the race with Thrive Managed AI. Start with a complimentary strategy consultation at thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
Are you ready to unleash the beast?
Monster Energy is here to give you the edge this college tailgate season. Loaded with bold flavors, our powerful blend gives you the energy you need to push you beyond your limits. Tune in all season long with Monster, the energy drink of ESPN Radio College Football Tour. Power your performance with a drink that's as hungry for victory as you are. Crack open an ice-cold Monster and dominate your competition. Monster Energy. Unleash the beast. Grab yours today.
I'm home. Hey, Mom, before you ask, I've done my homework and the dishwasher's unloaded.
Nice. Hey, can you... Hey, hon, yes, I've got the finale ready to play. Here's your wine. Wow.
Isn't it nice not having to ask? We think so. That's why if there's a network interruption, AT&T will proactively credit you for a full day of service. Guaranteed. Credit for fiber downtime lasting 20 minutes or more, or for wireless downtime lasting 60 minutes or more caused by a single incident impacting 10 or more towers. Restrictions and exclusions apply. See att.com/guarantee for details.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station.
Ride the Mets here. Giants had a big win, and they are a favorite in New Orleans.
Well,
of course
they are. Okay, let's not.
Everybody's
together.
a favorite.
It's all coming together. We'll get into that. Jets got a game coming up tonight.
What the hell? And at some point, we got to just, what is football? How do you explain the Packers giving up a 40-burger? This is a Super Bowl defense.
I smell an NFL binge at
the binge. It's making the binge.
It's already bubbling.
It's
simmering.
Talking about losing a job. I mean, if 1 second ticks off the clock, people would get fired if I own the team. I'm just saying somebody be out of a job.
Yeah.
Somebody would be out. You saw the ending of that game.
No. By the way,
quarterback is not who we thought he was.
That's how you feel?
Jordan Love.
He's not who you thought he was?
Not who we thought no way.
He's more Julian Love.
Wait, who's Julian Love again?
I don't remember.
It's good, though.
It's not Jordan.
It's Courtney Love.
No, who was Julian Love? That's somebody.
The safety on the Giants?
Was he safety on the Giants? Okay.
Drafted by Gettle.
Didn't we do that one day?
And
We
then
did this
slipped.
whole thing.
I accidentally said
he's Bob
Julian.
Love. He's Kevin Love. We did all the Loves.
We
Love
are
up a
known to
storm.
repurpose things. You do 4 hours of radio every day. Some things are going to come back.
I understand.
Not exactly top 40 radio.
No,
but,
it was a boomerang conversation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're big on
I
the
like
boomer.
it.
We love it.
Rang.
You good?
I knew I didn't finish.
You good?
Here we go. By the way, I don't know how this is going to go. I'm calling a seat out there and putting my name on it.
Wait a minute. No, really?
Yeah, I'm going to.
On the couch?
I already have
They're
my seat.
testing it out there and everything.
I'm picking the seat. I'm taking one of the first two seats.
Who's itchy dog in a spot so they know no one's going to sit
All we're
there.
going to say is
What?
Is that there are 2 members of this radio station. They're going to be prominent figures on the Couchcast tonight on our YouTube channel. Check it out. That are currently rehabbing a knee. Keep that in mind. I think Peter and I would like to have one of our legs up.
It's a great point.
Because we are injured.
It's a great, Don, I love what you've done here.
Be thankful that you're healthy.
Do I have to sit on the couch? Do I have to?
You can pace back and forth.
Well, I specifically,
depends on how this game goes.
I specifically am trying to get the seat not on the couch. I want one of the chairs not on the couch.
Well, why don't you sit in the All-American Ford little truck there?
That's RJ's seat.
That's really.
Well, really, you're going to make the joke about me? I'm not allowed to throw right at RJ?
It's a great point.
By the way, are any of them coming? You think that?
No RJ. I heard RJ this
no
morning.
RJ.
No Ray?
I doubt
Sandy will be here.
Sandy's coming?
He's coming?
Right.
I have heard he'll be here, yes.
Well, that's nice.
That's good.
Because here's the thing. I can't sit in the middle of that couch. I want to. Listen, I'll stay in the seat. I'm happy to be there the whole time.
Yeah.
But I want one of the side seats.
No chance.
I can't be squeezed in. And it's not fair. We have to be on the air up till 7. So we're going to lose all dibs. Because they'll come in.
Wheel these out. Just wheel these right out. Set them up.
But then you're going to be in the way. You have to be in that area.
Who's have to?
Just to be on camera. You know how much
we were on camera for 4 hours.
Let's be honest. This our little couch cast.
You know what I mean?
Our little couch cast for the powers that be.
Yep.
This is the Super Bowl.
A big deal.
This is there's 2 things: Bad Bunny and then there's the couch cast. Okay, this is a big deal.
Yeah, we got to talk about that.
You're not familiar. You don't know a thing that's going on with Bad Bunny.
I don't know.
You are lost up.
I know where Don will be during the Super Bowl halftime.
Getting a snack.
Yeah.
Where he always is.
Yeah, by the way, don't even listen
He
to
doesn't
him.
watch.
It could be, even if Don complains and says he
Megadeth
wants it to be Metallica,
halftime.
he still doesn't
watched
care if
Ozzy.
it's mixed with his football.
I
He
watched
doesn't want
Ozzy,
it the way
but
of his football.
It wasn't going to stop me from going to the bathroom.
Right. He's getting a snack. He's going to the bathroom.
He's going to do what all middle-aged men do. Go to the bathroom, scroll on their phone.
Well, I
Right.
enjoy football.
You don't need to
Halftime
mix
sucks.
it.
Right? It's less. There's no football.
There's no football.
And in
right
the
now.
Super Bowl, it's like anti-football.
See, but that's why I enjoy the halftime of the Super Bowl, because at least they're giving me something to kill the time till I get back to the football.
Right. Because we back in the day, you get up with people and they analyze the game. Now they just analyze the game for like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And
we
then
throw
all
it
of a
to
sudden
an
the
act.
volume gets turned
Yeah,
up.
then it's a
and
Well,
variety
that's what's so
act
long.
for
No, but the
15
Super Bowl
minutes.
is so long because they actually do spend 5-6 minutes analyzing the game. Then they go to the halftime.
It's a 30-minute half.
Well, God forbid
30
we
minute.
analyze the game for at halftime.
Can I be
You know
honest?
what you're watching.
Yeah, I was
Is that
about
what
to
it
say-
is? I already know what
well,
I saw.
I was about to say what network has it this year?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Because if it's who has Super Bowl this year? Because if it's ESPN, I'll say the halftime's fantastic. We need it. If it's Disney, I don't think it is. If it's CBS, I'm good. I'm good.
I hear you.
Who do I need to hear talk about it? Nate Burleson, God bless him. I'm good. But Gronk, NBC has it.
Yep.
One of the Collinsworth family members. I'll be okay. I'll be fine.
You do without it.
I don't need the half. They have a 30.
You don't need Jason Garrett. You don't need
Dungy.
one of the
Hold on.
Sims.
I got Dungy. I'm good. Jason Garrett. I'm all
What
set.
about your Chris Sims?
What about Chris Sims?
Oh, sure. I'm not going to diss Chris Sims. I got no issue with him. Rodney Harrison. I'm set and I'm good. I'm all set and I'm good on Rodney Harrison.
You know what's sad is that I've watched pretty much every Thursday/Sunday night game, and I didn't watch a second of any pregame or half. I'm good.
None of it.
Can
I tell you guys?
Nobody on this planet has done more pre and post than me.
And yet
I'll
you're good.
do it.
But you don't want to watch it.
But I'm not watching or listening.
I respect you very much for that. Do you know I heard something recently, and I wonder if either of you guys could corroborate this story, and I can't say where I heard it, but I did hear this somewhere from a reliable source. Have you guys ever heard that during every halftime of his broadcasts, Al Michaels has a full, white napkin steak dinner delivered to him? Posts up, sits down, steak dinner, mashed potatoes, napkin in the shirt.
Before a game?
No, mid-game.
Mid-game?
Halftime.
Don, you've called many games. Peter, you WWE, same thing. You're sitting down in one place for a couple hours, right? No, but seriously.
Right, sure.
I've done this too. I can't eat before a game.
No,
let
it's
alone
halftime.
Let alone during the game.
But imagine when you're Al Michaels,
No,
and you called history 1,000 times over.
First of all,
I kind of ruined it because I did negotiate this with MSG. I will get steak dinners at both periods.
Oh, that's in your deal.
they'll-
Wait, wow. Two admissions.
After the first and the
Look at
second.
this.
No, steak after the first, sides after the second.
I have to eat before.
Dessert.
I have to eat before the game, but that's okay. I don't go nuts because I know that, especially if it's a road game.
But you
when we
don't
fly
feel
back-
like full.
But
Like
you know what? The United Center, Chicago.
Oh yeah,
like you dream about.
Yeah.
Meatballs the size of your head.
just-
I'm sorry. I got to.
You gotta partake.
At least cut one in half at least.
Sure.
I can multitask.
No, sure you can.
But no, you know what?
But does this surprise you?
Al's lost me over the last few years
Sure.
for obvious reasons. I'm back in.
Now that you know
I
this.
think that's amazing.
I know. Honestly, though, imagine you get to the point, though. What year? Here's my question. Al's been a big dog now since, the mid-'70s?
Easy.
Well, the
All right.
Miracle
Late
on Ice
70s.
was 80.
Yeah.
So let's say he was made.
I would say mid-'80s.
So
he's been
mid-'80s, he's been the
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
So let's say, at what point do you think he said, hey, guys, I'm going to go ahead and eat a steak dinner? You think early 90s? He was like, if you want me, Monday Night Football, it's me and then he has NBC. Because he had the Madden run. He's had so many different epic runs.
Is it that whatever city he's in, there's a local steakhouse that has to provide the meal?
I think my guess is he's been to everywhere so much
They all
that
know
whoever is working for whatever company he's at, whether it was NBC or Disney or
Right.
now Prime, whoever his person is, they say, Al, what's your choice here? And he goes, I like the.
Yeah.
I'm in Indy. I want the St. Elmo's ribeye.
Yeah.
Blah 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 blah.
I want
and
Hyde
it's taken
Park in
care of.
Pittsburgh or something. Yeah,
And they got to
then-
spend a few $100. Not that expensive.
Somebody goes and gets it, brings it, and
They
sets them
heat
up.
it in the building, and they wheel out the tray.
Hey, when you can swing it.
I mean, God,
right?
he's my hero now.
If you could swing it,
Oh,
you
he's my
swing
hero.
it.
I'm so in.
I would
and
totally
I wonder
be
now
the
if he's
same way.
doing it, does Herb Street say, I'd also like a steak dinner? Or is he just going, good God.
No, we let you have the dog in the booth. That's all you got. Let's go.
The dog gets Al's leftover steak.
That's it.
That's how
Probably.
it goes.
It's a good
He
dog.
gets a ribeye, and then the dog
Yeah.
gets the bone.
There you go.
Well, let's go to Luca in Soho. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Luca?
Sorry, guys. I kind of lost my train of thought in that conversation.
You're welcome.
But
or sorry, I'm not what you.
Yeah, I don't know what you're looking for, but
either. But I just wanted to thank you for that rant, that rant, Don. I didn't want it to be under this circumstance, but I kind of figured it was coming.
Amen.
Especially if the Mets didn't make the playoffs. $340 million it's criminal. They should have at least gotten into a wild card spot. But I wanted to ask you a quick question. If you're Stearns and Cohen and the Brain Trust, what do you think? Do you think a retooling, 2 to 3 year retool is better than a full on rebuild? Because where do they even go from here? Who are their core guys? And then one last thing, Peter, I think we got our guy to compete with your guy, Jaden Daniels, huh? Jackson Dart looked pretty serviceable for once. Thanks, guys.
I love you. You seem like a great guy. My thoughts yesterday weren't, oh no, the Giants have found their Jaden Daniels. No, I did not.
It should have been.
You don't know?
You think so?
You don't know yet?
That's what you guys left yesterday feeling?
No,
I don't know.
But he brought it up, and I was like,
but no. Did it not leave you wanting to see more?
To see more.
All right. There's something there.
No, but that's a far cry from. I think we found guys.
Well, he
said think.
Yeah.
What was the
What's he supposed to say?
Yeah. Okay. I mean, what was Jackson's best play yesterday?
The 15-yard touchdown.
Yeah, the
first drive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
that was a pretty heady run.
Awesome.
Think about it, your first drive.
But as you pointed out before our show, and it was a great call by Alan, it was a very rookie getting this touchdown. Touchdown. But guys,
how about the run when he took 2 hits and still dove forward? That run later on, it was like, come on, kid, just slide.
You're gonna think I don't want Tessa to call up and yell at me. You should definitely be like, cool, we saw some things, let's see. But real quick, his only touchdown pass was a shuffle pass. It wasn't the coming of Marino yesterday. Let's all wait.
We're going to break it down. We're going to break it down.
Pretty heady play.
But there's I got lots to say. I know it was a Met day, but there was a lot.
Did you come away thinking we found our Montana?
No, I liked what I saw.
There you go. Let's see a little more next week.
See more.
Wait, you're not going to yell at him for that question. But my question was one you're going to yell at me.
Well, which one?
Did you come away thinking you had your Montana after one game?
No, but I think he was saying it rhetorically. Like, he knew my answer. You gave those, because you're a good-looking guy, you gave those, serious but kind of puppy dog eyes, where you're really it was one of those. It was like a male Barbara Walters question. He was going to try to make me cry.
Right. I'm being rhetorical.
I love when Don's at the edge because all you have to do is just do this.
He got what he wanted.
Push.
He got what he wanted.
It's so much fun.
He got it all. Alex in Westchester, you're on ESPN New York. What's up, Alex?
Hi, guys. So about the Mets, I'm a Falcons and a Mets fan, so yesterday didn't feel like anything because the Falcons blew that 28-3 lead. But I wanted to just call and say, I think getting rid of Pete Alonso would be the stupidest thing that we could do. I'm clinging on to something, some sort of happiness with the Mets and how bad we've been. And man, we wouldn't have been anything this year, I think, without him. The beginning of the year, we had nobody besides him really producing. And granted, we didn't make the playoffs, but man,
I agree with you. I don't know how they get better without Pete Alonso. Now, I haven't done the deep dive in the first baseman free agents, and certainly Bellinger could become available, and the Mets can move him to first base, and he's had a heck of a season for the Yankees, probably their MVP outside of Aaron Judge, right? But I don't see an avenue in which you can tell me they definitively get better if they let Pete Alonso go.
If you look at his splits, he had a good start, like the caller said. Then he had that god-awful July. Well, he was really bad. He hit under 200. He was a mess. Struck out a ton. Trying to see. He had more strikeouts than he had hits in July.
But you literally.
But his August and September, fantastic number.
And you literally are going to have to go out and get me a guy that's going to have to hit 40 home runs and 130 RBIs
do you
to be better
think
than
that
Alonso.
He cost you every now and then, though, because of his inability at first base?
Yeah, maybe. He's not a butcher there, but he's certainly not, Don Mattingly or Keith Hernandez.
Of course not.
I get that.
Right.
And I understand that just letting him walk, it's not getting rid of him. It's just that maybe there'll be a price that they're not willing to pay. Although I think everybody thinks analytically, and I don't know if there's going to be another team that's going to blow him away.
You don't think you've gotten the most you can out of Pete Alonso? You think there's more he can give?
No, I think what he's given you.
What's he looking for? That's the other thing I need to know.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's not going to take another 1-year deal, right?
I think
He's got to be looking for the multi-year.
Listen, he had a better year than he did last year, right?
Yep.
But he's now a year older, and it didn't seem like anybody was interested in giving him the north of $40 million that he wanted. You think that's going to change just because he had a few more home runs and drove in a few more RBIs? No. I think people are set on the fact that I don't overpay for first baseman. But at the end of the day, it's still a business, guys. You still got to put fannies in the seats. The fans love him. He's not a liability on your team. And if you can't find somebody better than him to play first base, then what are we doing? Just change for change's sake? Just change the atmosphere? I don't think he corrupts that room. Now, Peter and I have always had the opinion that he's a little goofy, but I think he's become more of a he's become more of a leader over time. He's matured.
And the goofiness has gotten more charming.
And baseball to me is a big lead by example sport.
Yep.
So do I think the guy that probably controls that room a lot more than Alonso is probably Lindor? But when Lindor is in one of his 1-for-35s, you're not leading anybody, right? So I'm not saying it's off the table, but I personally don't think you're making the team better by letting Pete Alonso go. Anthony in the Bronx, you're on ESPN New York.
Hey, what's up, gentlemen? I talked to you all last week about the Yankees and the Mets, and yes, I'm a Yankee fan, but I think Pete is a gamer. I wouldn't get rid of him. He's a gamer. But, with the Mets and the Yankees, and I said this last week, as a Yankee fan, I don't really care about the Mets, but I do get annoyed when the Mets started bragging about Juan Soto. But now I can say it with more conviction, and it doesn't sound like sour grapes. And I agree with you, Don. The Mets should pay more attention to the Mets than the Yankees. I think Carlos Beltran wrote a book, and he's playing for both the Mets and the Yankees, and he said that the Mets was, they always was thinking about the Yankees, and the Yankees was in their minds, and this was according to Mr. Beltran. So for my thing as a Yankee, I can say this today, and it doesn't sound like sour grapes. The Mets should really pay attention to the Mets and not the Yankees, because the Mets got issues. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I'm saying the fans, I don't know in this day and age whether they think much about it. Maybe Soto did. I don't know. But I want to get back to something you said earlier in the conversation when you said it annoyed you. Met fans annoyed you when they got Soto. How did they annoy you? I mean, we were just happy we got a really good player.
No. But I'm working with them down, and I got friends, and they're just, we're going to take over the town. We got Soto, and we got an owner that can spend just as much as Steinbrenner, and now it's our turn now. And so, that was annoying.
Well, I mean, but listen, I wasn't there with your friends, but just based on what you said, taking over the town to me shouldn't matter. That's never going to happen. Okay, maybe it did in the '80s, but it's not going to happen anymore. Too much winning, too much.
It would take a lot.
It
would take a whole.
But that's not what we're after. All right, but everything else, a Met fan can't be proud that finally, after the Wilpons and the poverty they put themselves in with Madoff, they can't get excited that they got a guy that's sitting on $16 billion to spend money. They can't get excited that they got a free agent that the Yankees wanted. When did the Mets ever get something the Yankees want? So, what I was trying to say to Michael is, what sounded like hanging on the rim was just a Met fan just finally being proud to be a Met fan. They didn't have a poverty franchise anymore with an owner that wasn't willing to spend any money or couldn't spend the money. That they finally got something the Yankees coveted. That never happened. And it sounded to me like Yankee fans were annoyed that the Mets won. But at the end of the day, you got the last word. But, make a run here. I don't think you could be hanging on the rim and then losing the wild card. I don't think they're going to lose. Like I said, I think they're going back to the World Series again. But Alan, this is not going to age well if the Yankees lose to the Red Sox. It'll still be a better season than the Mets had. But that's not what the Yankees are about. You always talked about the standard. The standard's not settling for the wild card and losing to the Red Sox in the first round.
Of course not, especially when you finish the season 32-12. When you go on a run like that to finish the season, you look like a team that figured it out, got hot, and now is ready to play at the level that we've all been expecting this team to play since they were in mid-June and they were one of the best teams in baseball, right? So you aren't expecting this, but and I think to what the caller said, sometimes as a fan, and that's what happens when you're in a market with two of everything, is that when you have your own issues, you always want at least we're not this, right? You still need that. What's your copium? Well, could have been the Mets.
Yeah.
Could have blown a big lead. Could have done that. Could have not even made the plays. At least we did. Like, that's how it always works when you have two of everything.
But
you always look across the river and just go, well, at least we're not them.
But you know what? Yankee fans have their chance to gloat today. But tomorrow, it's about the Red Sox.
I don't think any Yankee fans are gloating today. You think anybody's gloating today?
Oh yeah, but again, I'm not saying the majority, but
I don't.
Just as Michael said, there were a lot of Met fans that said we're going to take over the town.
I was more in shock. It was more in shock.
Yeah,
and I thought of when I was watching that, especially the Alvarez at bat, and then the way that game ended. You get on base and then a double play is like, oh my God, it's really going to end this fast, this unceremoniously. I thought of what you said about how you're sick and tired of it always being like when things happen, it's always magic. It has to be why can't you just every year just be good? And I thought of, when the Mets do things, it's rarely boring.
Right.
Like when they go on a
spectacular.
run, it's unbelievable to run. And when they blow it, spectacular is the best word. Nobody blows it like the Mets blow it.
The Mets are like a gambler at the craps table in Vegas or Atlantic City. They'll go on their run, they'll make a ton of money, and then there'll be those times where they crap out and it comes up snake eyes. And it just happens. Last year, they made this amazing run, right?
Unreal.
And the run took you to Game 6 of the League Championship Series.
Right, the whole casino's around you at the table now because you're so hot.
We've all seen it.
Yep.
My big story
Hawk
was
2 was blowing on the dice, right?
But that's how they've lived basically their entire franchise. Instead of the Yankees are the team that they don't even go to the casino. They go out and they make their billions, and sometimes they lose, sometimes they win, but most of the time they win.
And the Mets are basically the cooler. You familiar?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
William H. Macy. Just bad luck. Just walk down.
That's right.
Go ahead. Oh, there's Hawk 2, a girl blowing on the dice.
Right.
They show up. She leaves.
She bang.
Nothing happens.
Right.
It's all bad.
Next thing you know, it's raining frogs. Let's go to Brian in Millburn. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Brian?
I want to say I'm a big fan of yours and the whole show. I just want to say that I think the real reason why it fell because of jealousy. That is too much talent on that team for them not to make the playoffs.
So who are they jealous of?
And Stern don't want to really give up money for pitching, too. That's another factor. But that number one factor, that got to change for him to go anywhere. Because I think they see Juan Soto, he got paid the money, but he got paid all the other amenities, too. So they looking at him like, wow, you get all this, who is you? You know what I'm saying? But he's a great player, don't get it wrong. But sometimes men are alpha males, and they do with jealousy. People are human beings, bro.
I don't know.
I don't.
I would believe that if the home record was bad and because that's the only time you think about the suite and the whole thing. We don't get a suite, and I got to. Their road record is terrible.
Let me ask you one question. Why you think I think honestly the Yankees didn't sign him based off that. Because you can't really do that in front of Judge and Cole and let's be honest, he get that.
Well, that's why they couldn't do it, and the Mets did because the Mets had no choice because they were going to lose out. But whether that affected them, Brian, win-loss wise, you know what, Pete Alonso, he's going to get paid. He thinks at the end of the year, so he can ask for a suite if he wants to. We'll see if he gets one. I understand the precedent that it sets, but whether these guys took it to the field, I don't have any evidence of that. I just think it was an ill-conceived team, and I don't want to get into the whole analytics conversation, but if the analytics don't measure heart and guts and hot and clutch, these are the things that if you're missing, you're not going to win, right? There are certain numbers they're going to put up, and if you look at all the Mets, Lindor's numbers were really good. He had a really great season this year, right? Hit over 30 home runs. You look at Soto, despite his struggles, he was a 40-30 guy. What did he finish with? 40 home runs and 38? He almost was a 40-40 guy.
Mm-hmm.
Alonso, 37, 38 home runs, 127
38
RBI.
home runs, yeah.
But you mentioned the bad July. Soto, the bad start to the season. Lindor, how many 0 for 20-somethings did we have during the course of the season that just absolutely killed him? The NFL binge.
Oh, boy.
Let's go.
It's coming up next here on ESPN New York.
Now, before we get to that, though, I want to tell you about FanDuel Sportsbook, all right? That is your home for all your favorite NFL bets. And, listen, this show, we're starting to get it together with the bets. Well, I had a good weekend. It was a bounce back. Listen, any play can be the play of the game. You got the Jets and Dolphins, the Bengals and Broncos tonight, and FanDuel is giving all customers a 50% profit boost token for two 30% profit boost tokens. So that's right. You have the option to either get the 50% or two 30% profit boost tokens. All right. Make FanDuel your go-to app for any snap. Just visit FanDuel.com/Peter to bet the Jets versus the Dolphins and the Bengals versus the Broncos with a 50% profit boost token or two 30% profit boost tokens. All right. It's that easy. You get to choose. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. 21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issues. Non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
There's nothing the voice in our head obsesses over like our health. But with over 100 lab tests and insights, Function can help answer the questions like, why am I so tired all the time? How can I get better sleep? My friend was telling me about magnesium gummies she takes. How do I even know if my heart is work stress affected? It's time to up my cardio. If my mom has something, how would I find out? It's time to get some blood work done. A Function membership gives you a comprehensive health check with results tracked over time. Find out what you're made of at functionhealth.com.
D'Agostino & Associates is a legacy firm, and I'm proud to be a part of that legacy. I'm Jenna D'Agostino, and like my father, I fight to get justice for the injured.
The hustle and grit of these streets shaped me. I'm John D'Agostino, and from the concrete to the courtroom, I built this injury firm 35 years ago to get accident victims justice. So call my team first, 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222.
You want justice? Think Jenna D'Agostino. Think D'Agostino & Associates. Justice isn't just a word. For us, it's a way of life. It's having compassion for your struggle and getting you paid for your pain. Now that's justice. D'Agostino & Associates means being there for the injured.
Seriously injured? Call my team first at 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222. D'Agostino & Associates has offices throughout New York and New Jersey and will come to you. I've been there, and I'll be there for you.
D'Agostino Law Bite Back.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Michaela's Mobile Spa, Michaela! Michaela got a quick business insurance quote from Progressive and chose from over 30 customizable coverages. Sure, it helps she's her only employee and does literally everything. But while others would rest on their laurels, Michaela was hard at work saving big. So take that, hypothetical other employee who doesn't exist. Be your own Michaela. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage is not available in all states or for all vehicles and coverage selections.
Hey, it's Desmond Howard. You want to win the weekend? It all starts with the tailgate. And for me, that means Kingsford Charcoal.
They've been bringing the flavor, the smoke, and the heat since 1920. No wonder they're still the gold standard of grilling. So fire it up, feed your crew, and let the smoke do the talking. Kingsford, the king of the tailgate. Get it today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. They cleaned up that crash on the Cross Island southbound on the ramp to the eastbound Southern State. Now just a packed ride heading over to the LIE in Queens from the Throgs Neck Bridge. Pretty bad ride on the BQE westbound getting through Brooklyn. First, a broken down dump truck in the right lane by Metropolitan Avenue. After that, a big accident right before the Battery Tunnel. Only the left lane is squeezing by. Traffic is at a standstill from Queens Boulevard on through. Still the best of it's the outbound George, Henry Hudson, and Westside Highway. Deegan northbound packed approaching the Cross Bronx. Your slam there from the Triborough and the Bruckner. Inbound George looking pretty good for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln already about 10 to 15 minutes. Outbound Holland 15 to 20. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
That's the ease at which you get information. You want it, you get it. Like that. Ask your phone, group chat, smartphone. You're always connected and informed in real time. No waiting. So if you're diabetic and still using finger sticks to read your blood sugar, what are you waiting for? Knowing your blood sugar levels instantly is important for managing diabetes. Call US Med at 888-665-0696. To learn more about continuous glucose monitors, a real-time instant method to track your blood glucose, US Med is an approved provider for Medicare and over 1,000 private insurers. And the best part? Call 888-665-0696 and we'll give you a free insurance benefits check today. So call 888-665-0696 today. That's 888-665-0696. 0696 and manage your diabetes as easy as...
This is the NFL Binge.
You've been waiting all weekend for Monday afternoon. Why?
Is that right?
Yes, because the NFL Binge is here.
Mr. Unlimited.
A lot of things to talk about, guys. And, of course, we're going to get into the full breakdown of the Giants vehicle, if you will, in a little bit. But for right now... I don't kill you. Let's...
Wait a minute.
Well, it's the Binge.
So the Binge takes lives?
Well, the Binge doesn't take lives, but you know who takes lives. You know the man.
Kiki.
Freddie Kiki. By the way, I like how you've been evolving your Kiki impression over time, and it's tremendous. All right, let's get to it. Jacob, can you play the audio for me? I'll shout it out for you.
Aw.
All right, getting right to it. The Steelers found out they were without running back Jaylen Warren yesterday morning. This is the 9:30 vehicle to you and me. The game was in Dublin against the Vikings. Remember, I worked hard on the impression. I found a way during the announcer lineup on Friday. It took me some time, but I eventually found the accent.
Yeah, you workshopped it, and it ended up being very good.
I'm Don LaGreca, yeah? No, that's British again. So how did I do Irish?
I don't know.
You just did.
How did I do? No, that's British still.
No, but you were there.
That's just too hard.
You end on an upswing.
On the upswing. Let me play the audio. And we'll figure it out.
Just play the audio.
Anyways, the absence of Jaylen Warren just allowed Kenneth Gainwell to have a career day.
Give to Gainwell. Gainwell knifes to the left side, plunges forward and into the end zone for a Pittsburgh Steelers touchdown. Second of the game for Kenneth Gainwell.
Oh, you're talking about Kenneth Gainwell.
There it is.
Oh, there it is. It takes me time. I don't know why. Pittsburgh wins 24-21 despite a late surge from Minnesota. Aaron Rodgers caught some attention with his comments of wanting to be in Dublin earlier in the week and explained them further after the game.
Well, ESPN wrote a clickbait headline, I think taking my words out of context, which isn't the first time, but I was answering a question about my desire all 3 times we came overseas was to come early in the week, especially if you have a bye week afterwards. Some of that is out of the control of the teams, some of it might be, but I would always love to get on the time frame that you're in, time zone, and get to enjoy the area a little bit more, especially with Ireland, the history, of ancestors I had from this region, but also just hearing about the country and what it's like and being able to see some stuff would have been great. That is obviously not the focus. It's a business trip. We understand that. But being the older guy, being around a long time, just would have loved one time out of these 3 to have an entire week to do it. But again, no complaints about the 3 days we spent, only desires for more time with you great Irish people. That's all.
He wants to get close to his ancestors. Say hello to his immediate family.
No.
I love Bobby.
Well, but if you think about it, what he's suggesting is have us play this game coming out of a bye. Problem is, how many players are going to go, oh, yeah, I'll use my bye week to go on a business trip with my team so I can spend a week off in Ireland.
And by the way, what he's saying isn't wrong. I get the
idea
idea
it's absolutely not wrong. But think about it. Like what he's suggesting is simply a bye week.
Yeah.
Oh, so we have more time. Well, you can't.
I thought
unless you play on a
international-
Thursday.
But every international game, you get the bye week after, correct?
Yes.
Perhaps. I don't know.
Well, your team gets the option of the bye week.
The Vikings aren't, right?
No, because they're playing
they're playing
London
back to
next
back.
week. Sometimes you get it,
or you
sometimes
stay.
don't.
But did you see what happened there, though, by the way?
Which thing?
Skylar Thompson, their third string quarterback.
Yeah, I think Dave Rothenberg famously called him Skylar. But yes.
Skylar?
I believe it was Sklar.
Sklar?
Sklar?
You have audio. It's there somewhere, yeah.
One way or another.
Skylar would have actually made more sense.
Well, that's Tylor and Skylar.
Sure.
But yeah, that's not nothing. Hanging out in the bar district.
Sklar Thompson came in, or whatever his name is.
Oh, boy.
One more time?
Well, he was hanging out. Oh, you want to hear it?
Sklar Thompson came in, or whatever his name is.
It's just not worth us hearing.
So what happened with Sklar, Alan?
He was mugged. He was jumped.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Oh, it makes perfect sense to add this.
Take care of y'all chicken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you're overseas, you got to make sure you take
A
care
number
of
of males were involved in an assault on Thompson near the Temple Bar area.
Damn.
The player's phone was stolen.
By the way, what kind of don't you have to have security around these guys like all the time?
The police encountered a male who required medical assistance.
Damn.
He was treated, assessed at the scene, and then released. He has not charged any. There's been no formal complaint or anything else.
That sucks.
But yeah.
Well, I guess they can't keep an eye on everybody all the time. If you want to go out and enjoy yourself.
Well, you got like 50 guys.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Well, first of all, like he doesn't dress, right? Like, it's interesting that he's on the trip.
What do you think those muggers sounded like?
Hey, Skylar Thompson, that's a nice wallet you got there.
Take care of y'all chicken.
Guys,
it's a real situation. I'm just saying.
No, I
pointing
know.
it out.
Well, I was just trying to cheer things up. Hey, guys, are the Chiefs back?
Mahomes feet staggered, takes the snap between the one and the fire, down the rail to the end zone, touchdown, Kansas City. Tyquan Thornton learning how to be a red zone receiver. A third touchdown pass by Mahomes, the 251st in his career, a gain of 11.
Yeah, that was special.
Ravens Fugazi.
Yeah, how about you? How about you, Raven boy? How you doing over there? You
Not
done?
good.
You're out.
Had a bad week. Not good believing in them.
Their schedule's been tough to start the season.
I mean, are you kidding me? You should want to kill someone. That's an insane. It's week after week after week. Detroit, Buffalo, Kansas City. It's horrible.
And you're catching Kansas City after a win, but they still hadn't played well.
No, they need it. And then you're going to Arrowhead. Not what you want.
Is it me?
But their defense, they made a lot of business decisions and tackles. They were not good.
I understand.
That is not the Ravens that we know.
No, not the Ravens.
No.
I get everybody gets the same amount of home games unless, the whole 9-8 flip because of the odd number. But, God, it just feels like Kansas City's always home. Feels like every big game they play, they're home.
It's true.
You know what?
Maybe because of the playoffs and they usually have a bye, although last year they didn't. But you know what I mean? It just big game, Arrowhead.
Yeah, they were at Bills, Browns, Lions, at Chiefs.
Oh, there's no truth to it. I'm just saying it's complete just my sense.
Well, no shock here. They're home next week against the Texans.
Crazy.
Home in week 6 against the Rams.
Now, let's that's, by the way, you said Texans next week?
Mm-hmm.
That's preview of another playoff game that they just win on their way to the Super Bowl yet again. Let's hear from John Harbaugh. What the hell's going on with the Ravens?
Congrats to the Chiefs. I thought they played really well, executed both sides of the ball, played good physical football, and won a football game handily, all 3 phases. I feel like they coached better, they played better, everything was better. That's a game in the National Football League, and we'll have to go back to work, figure out how to try to win our next football game. And we've got issues that we're dealing with, and we got to deal with them in a real smart way and find out how to line up and play our best game against the Texans. That's going to be our task this week. And I know our guys will go to work. I know our coaches will go to work to do that, and that'll be our challenge. So any other questions or any other conversations about it are just going to be just that. We've got to get to work and get ready to play a football game and play well and try to find a way to win a game and get on track. I believe we're going to be a good football team. We're just not a good enough football team yet.
Just give me an update on Lamar Jackson, please.
Yeah, because he, of course, left the game.
How long was that?
Now, listen, if they could play as good football, if they could play football as well as John Harbaugh can have a run-on sentence, then I like their chances against Houston this week.
That was 41 seconds?
This is back against the wall, though.
With no commas.
Yeah.
No commas.
Like
No,
the
no
way my
breath.
mom texts.
Man's going.
There's no punctuation.
By the way, when she finishes the text, does she say mom?
Oh, yeah.
Like it's like a letter?
Dash mom.
My mom does that all the
Comma
time.
mom.
The lack of commas periods, that gave it away.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't need to sign it. We knew.
But no, not even that. I have your number in my phone. You don't have to say
Oh, no,
dash mom.
No. I still
I
get
know it's you.
messages from what's your cell phone number again? No, you called me 7 times today. How do you not know?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Daniel Jones has finally lost a game.
The only thing I got right this week.
Listen up.
Daniel Jones, 24 of 32 through the air. Ready to sling it again here. Heaves from his heels. Jump ball. Picked again! Cam Curl calls game! His first 2 interceptions as a Ram in Week 4 against the Colts. LA is going to 3-1.
Damn, Cam Curl, former Commander, current Ram. 2 interceptions.
Did you see the
Rams beat Indy 27-20?
Don, did you see the touchdown that wasn't?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I figured this would set you off. Kid's got a touchdown. Walking it in, puts his hand out, loses the ball. No touchdown.
And if you pause it, and this was an Indy touchdown that may have given them the game.
Yeah.
He holds one hand out with the ball. It slips out of his hand at the half-inch line.
Yeah, it wasn't...
One more inch, he's in.
Just almost made it in.
But the angle that you see live, you think there's a shot he got it.
Oh, yeah. Live, you think he might have got it. Then you go back and realize he didn't. And I've said this many times. I'll say it again. There is not a more aggressive punishment in football than a touchdown turning into a touchback. Like, the punishment for the crime is so excessive.
It makes no sense
it's
to me.
brutal.
Yeah.
Get the ball at the goal line.
Something.
Or if you want to make it a touchback, put the ball at the 20. Why do you lose possession?
You lose possession and
because you're an idiot. That's why.
But
because you're a
you
moron.
have to recover
in
the
this
ball.
case,
All
yes.
Right. But
just keep it at your elbow, cross the line, then do all the dancing you want.
But you didn't recover the ball.
I know. No one recovered the
no
ball.
One did.
Why
It went
did
out of
they
bounds.
get
It went out of the back of the end zone, which...
But if the ball goes out at the sideline, what happens?
If it hits the pylon.
Team retains.
Like nothing. Like it's unreal. It is one of the ultimate punishments in sports.
It is a big punishment.
It's the worst punishment.
It's brutal.
The worst?
It's the death penalty. It is the death penalty.
I don't know what the rules were when they fed people to the Lions. I'm sure that was very punitive at the time.
Right.
I would say that's
But
probably
in the
worse.
sports that we follow, I don't think there is a worse punishment than that.
So
it's not even a penalty.
It's close to dying in a game.
Well, in that case, if losing is dying.
In that moment, you'd rather be dead.
I would play you the audio of Daniel Jones talking about the turnovers, but we already survived the John Harbaugh audio. We don't need it.
I didn't survive.
Sunday night
still
football,
real.
you want to talk about a doozy of a game.
This game
I don't know
drunk.
what the hell was going. It was a drunk game yesterday.
Yes,
That's
it
right.
was.
A drunk game when Micah Parsons and the Packers returned to Dallas, but nobody told any defense to show up. The game went to OT. Dallas kicked a field goal, and Green Bay did too.
Matt Orzik on the snap. Daniel Whelan down on one knee. Snap, placement, kick to the uprights. And it is good. And the game ends in a tie.
End of the ball game.
A hard-fought overtime affair ends in a tie at 40.
The 40-40 club for real. Micah Parsons, not satisfied.
There's only one thing for me, and I told y'all from the beginning. All I know is go. So from the snap of that football, it was just about killing four. And now it's on to whoever the Bengals got up, just killing that opponent. I just didn't think we did a great job.
Yeah, sounded like Bengals to me.
It definitely
I think
like
he
Bengals.
listens to the show. He made, though, a game-saving play. He didn't have a huge impact, but the tackle on Dak there, that saves the game.
But how does Love run that play?
You know what Shefty said? That clock should have run out.
Probably, but you know what?
Like
they
the
were
fact
on the
that
road.
you're on the
so
road
that
and
was
they
at
gave you a
Lambeau.
second.
It's crazy, but
So what was the play you were killing Love for? Was throwing the ball over the middle with
he
seconds
did
left?
like a check down. Well, he has no timeouts, right? The clock's running. You're under a minute, actually under 40 seconds. At that point, he does a check down on the field, like not to the sideline. So now it's going. You get 5 yards out of it, and now everybody's got to line up and it's just that took way too much. Throw that away. Live to fight another day.
I'm all for at least at that moment try a play. But try a play that you at least leave a few seconds. There was 1 second left after the incompletion. That's how close it was to them losing.
Now listen, the kid still threw for over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns,
But you
no
gotta use your
interceptions.
brain, man. That's not smart.
But late in the game, that is not.
He
the
did
sort
it
of
again.
awareness.
By the way, Russell Wilson threw under 430 yards against that same defense. So
you're not giving out awards for.
I'm
throwing,
not giving out awards for lighting up the Dallas defense.
Now, wasn't that Caleb Williams last year? Did it for the
Yes.
Bears? But he was a rookie.
It was the
He's a kid.
worst. That one was the worst I've
But
ever
what was
seen.
the playoff game with Dallas? The Cowboys had a playoff game where they ran out of time. Remember that one?
It is.
But this one,
Remember Mike McCarthy froze and they couldn't stop
So
the
they
clock?
so one accidental second, and that game's over.
Game's over and they lose
If
40-37.
think about it. If that hits a shoulder and the ball bounces in the air instead of goes straight, that went straight to the ground, stop the clock. If that just bounces up in the air, game's over.
And if you
lose.
watch it, you would not have been surprised if it just hit zero.
Well, that will do it for your Week 4 NFL binge.
All right, we got to get into the Jackson Dart of it
Yes.
all. 1-800-919-3776. We've got ENN at 6. And, of course, if you're watching on our YouTube channel, even if you're not, get there at 7 o'clock because we've got the Couch Cast with the Jets and the Dolphins. It's all happening here on ESPN New York.
This fall, don't sit on the sideline because of pain. If you're tired of waking up stiff, fighting neck, back, or joint pain, and missing out on the things you love, it's time to take action. Call Dr. Jay Shaw at Sandwell Pain, New Jersey's top pain specialist. Dr. Shaw is the Ivy League trained, double board certified, and laser focused on one thing: getting you back in the game. Living pain-free, no surgery, no cuts, no downtime. Just precise image-guided treatments that deliver real results. Whether it's sciatica, nerve pain, migraine, or chronic joint pain, Dr. Shaw will personalize a non-surgical game plan just for you without pain medication. Same day and next day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. Most major insurances are accepted, so what are you waiting for? Don't let pain keep you out of the action this season. Visit Sandwell Pain to text, call, or book online. You'll wish you met Dr. J. Shaw a lot sooner. Relief starts today, and victory over pain is closer than you think.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners, so they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Hey, let me ask you something. Would you seat your 3-year-old child on a windowsill? Would you seat them beside a lit fireplace or by the deep end of a pool? One last question. Would you seat your child in a car seat that's not correct for them? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Secure their future. Seat them in the correct car seat. For more information, visit safercar.gov/the-right seat.
Sponsored by the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
Every aspect of your business will operate better and faster with artificial intelligence. AI is a race, and companies that act first will win. Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. Thrive partners with you on a smart, secure AI strategy for your business. Then they deploy and manage it for you. Be first and win the race with Thrive Managed AI. Start with a complimentary strategy consultation at thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
Hey Yankees fans, hit your next adventure out of the park and onto the water with City Cruises New York. Sail your way to epic skyline views, delicious dining, and premium drinks. Upgrade your game day with a dining cruise, a cocktail sail, or a night with your favorite entertainers aboard City Cruises Live. Whether you're celebrating a win or just the weekend, City Cruises is a shipload of fun. Proud partner of the New York Yankees. Book today at citycruises.com/New York.
Progressive presents Employee of the Month. Small Business Edition. Today's recipient from Michaela's Mobile Spa, Michaela. Michaela got a quick business insurance quote from Progressive and chose from over 30 customizable coverages. Sure, it helps she's her only employee and does literally everything. But while others would rest on their laurels, Michaela was hard at work saving big. So take that, hypothetical other employee who doesn't exist. Be your own Michaela. See if you could save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage is not available in all states or for all vehicles and coverage selections.
Hey, it's Desmond Howard. You want to win the weekend? It all starts with the tailgate. And for me, that means Kingsford Charcoal.
They've been bringing the flavor, the smoke, and the heat since 1920. No wonder they're still the gold standard of grilling. So fire it up, feed your crew, and let the smoke do the talking. Kingsford, the king of the tailgate. Get it today at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
The ESPN New York Couchcast is tonight, and things are heating up.
We genuinely really get along with each other.
I don't even think Peter watches sports. You could make the argument that Rick doesn't get enough credit for being a low-key fraud.
Carl's going to be at this Couchcast, too, so we got to make sure we have a lot of cannolis.
The ESPN New York Couchcast is tonight. See it all unfold on the ESPN New York YouTube channel. Brought to you by the All-American Ford Auto Group, Calandra's Bakery, and Jacob's Pickles.
So, thoughts and prayers out to John Mara, who was diagnosed with cancer. He sent out a statement earlier today, and we wish him well with that because he's a good man. He is. I mean, I've had my faults with him as an owner, but he is a terrific human being, and we just hope
lovely guy.
He's able to battle this. But, you know, lost in all the Mets hysteria, and rightly so, was Jackson Dart's performance. And the Giants got a win against the Chargers, and that's not nothing. You know, now you're a favorite against New Orleans, and maybe you could be 2-3 and kicking yourself that you're not 3-2. because you should have beat the Dallas Cowboys. But just my quick thoughts, and you guys can chime in. Clearly, Russell Wilson was making business decisions because Jackson Dart was not. All right, and I don't know if that's exactly a smart way for the kid to play, but it made for exciting football, and they were able to get the win. I thought the defense outside of the Carter offside would eventually led to a touchdown for the Chargers at the end of the half. I thought the defense played very well against a high-powered Charger offense. So all around, it was a really nice game. My concern, though, guys, is long-term. And you went through this with RG3. That's no way to live in this league. You're going to get yourself hurt.
Yeah.
I want to see him throw the football because that's how you win in this league.
Yeah,
So, again, no imagination in the red zone. I hated the decision to go for it on fourth down. You lost yards on third down. You have not been good in the red zone outside of the kid making plays. And you go for it on fourth down. Why would you not want to make it a 6-point game? Your defense is playing well.
Make it make sense to me.
But you know, Peter, it's almost a layup teams getting a field goal range now. Right? And there's plenty of time left on the clock. So why wouldn't you make it at least make them get a touchdown? Make it a 6-point game. Always going for it. I really believe this, and you went through it with Ron Rivera, who was a pretty good coach, went to a Super Bowl.
Riverboat
but these
Ron.
guys, the riverboat gambler garbage, it's not sustainable. It got the Giants in the playoffs a few years ago and got Dable Coach of the Year. But tell me how that makes sense. You can make it a 6-point game, give your defense a bit of a break. If you do give up a touchdown, so what? You can still come back and get in field goal range to win the game. I understand a touchdown makes it a 2-possession game, but you lost yardage on third down. He's just the kid. You lost your best receiver for the year and Neighbors.
And don't you want to, sure up getting your first win? Force them to beat you with the touchdown.
Yes.
A couple of thoughts. They were 2 for 4 in the red zone until that possession, right? That made them 2 for 5 on the day. 2 for 4, they had some success in the red zone, number one. Number two, we chastise coaches for playing it safe all the time, playing the prevent, going for just take the 3 when really at 6 you could still lose if they get a touchdown, right? We sometimes will criticize a coaching staff for making conservative decisions. Dable's going for it. I'm home. This kid's hot.
But you know what?
He scored twice already in that red zone. Let's go for it and put this game away. So I understand it. Now, it didn't come back to hurt them.
No.
But I understood all that part of it. That I'm not crazy about. To me, everything about that game was pure energy. That's all that was. The building was crazy. Yeah. They were excited for this kid, and he delivered what you were hoping a rookie in his first start would deliver. Little juice in the building. Cam Scatterbo gave you some juice. I thought Abdul Carter was fantastic. The pressures he had on quarterback. Now, he didn't get a sack, but he was still all over the place. He was making plays. That was about your future as a Giants organization, and that stuff was, to me, the intangible that is why they won the game.
I disagree.
You disagree with what? I just said 8 things.
Okay, yeah, it's a great point. That it was about the future of the organization. To me, that game was coached like the future of Brian Dable. It reeked of desperation. I am risking my quarterback's health. I am going for it everywhere I need to.
Where did he go?
Don, did you see the celebration of Dable at the end?
Yeah.
That was a guy fighting for his job.
That
was not a quarterback.
Dart went to him. Dart went to him.
But I understand that. But the way that he freaked out, the emotion. And by the way, you love to see the emotion pouring out of him, sure.
Dart, after the game, raved about Dable. Said he's the guy who believed in me.
Of course, and that's a beautiful story. But if you're an organization, that game to me, Don, was coached to get one meaningful win right now. If he gets killed doing it, even the play calling. The decisions to run, everything they did around Jackson Dart was risking killing the kid to make sure you get one holy win.
You were on the show Friday. You heard me tell you this is what they're going to do. I told you. Yeah. They're going to do a lot of Ole Miss stuff. They're going to do a lot of he's going to do a lot of things. They're going to run it a ton. What'd they do? 56% of the time they ran the ball. And by the way, against a really good run defense, they put up 161 rushing yards. The Giants
That's something to feel good about.
Yes. You knew they were going to simplify the offense. They weren't going to have him throw a lot. He didn't have to throw a lot. When he did, he made some big throws. No, he made some big throws. They were important. It's a little sidearm. He showed you something. You can't blame this kid for not sliding on Dable. That's him being young dumb.
Oh, I'm not blaming him.
That's him.
By the way, I'm not blaming him for anything.
He was so jacked up on Mountain Dew, there was no way he was going to slide.
I have no issue.
You can't put that on the coach.
No, why not?
Because
I think this whole thing's
kid's
about
making
the coach.
that decision.
No, I think this entire.
We've seen young quarterbacks do this in their first starts. By the way, Daniel Jones had the same kind of debut. He won the game, rushing touchdown, passing touchdown.
And did it develop anywhere from there?
Well, no, but that's what
and
I'm
is this
saying.
going to develop anywhere from
but
here?
That's your cautionary tale. Not the coaching staff made him run. That kid was breaking tackles because he was all jacked up on Mountain Dew.
Fair point.
I get that. You're both right. And I agree with both of you. But where I kind of lean more towards Peter is, okay, at some point, you got to coach him up because you got to throw in this league. I think there was a lot of, we're going to take advantage of what he can do. We're going to dumb it down for him. We're going to use his athleticism. We're going to just get a win. And it worked. Now, as we start to get down the road here, it just can't be that every week because he's going to get killed and teams are going to figure it out. So I'm all for it against the Chargers because you had to do it.
But you knew this was a building block.
Absolutely.
Like they're going to, little at a time. By the way, again, Russell Wilson was 1 for 10 on third downs the previous week. They were 7 for 15 on third downs with this kid.
The biggest lesson I learned yesterday, to me, the number one lesson learned is Russell Wilson is horrible. That is the number one thing.
Or he's retired.
Or he's retired already. It's a business decision.
He was not
that
gonna
was
do.
the big, because as and I'm not, I know it's going to sound like I'm trying to rain on the kid. I'm not. He could turn out to be great. I saw some nice things. The biggest thing I noticed, though, was that he was not Russell Wilson. This was not a great offense. Cam Scatabo was Scatabo, same guy he's been.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you lose Malik Neighbors. We'll get to that later.
Brutal.
But what I noticed on was it was addition by subtraction and a great defensive football game.
Yes.
But we are going to have to see a lot more development
offensively. You saw that defense step it up a level knowing they had a rookie quarterback. Everybody seemed to be lived. That's why I said this game was about pure, raw adrenaline. And that's what the Giants desperately needed in a home game. And now they got a chance against
to go beat the Saints.
You got a chance to get 2 wins now. Because the Saints team that is just, I mean, my God. Did you see the end of their game? Like, they are just a disaster.
No, they're awful. And you go win this game at New Orleans, and then you come back 2-3. That place is going to be jacked up
against
to play
the
the
Eagles.
Eagles.
No,
now, it's going to be horrible when it happens, but still.
Because you're right. That Daniel Jones game, if you remember, was against Tampa. He ended up becoming the offensive player of the week. They won on a missed field goal, by the way, by the Bucs. Otherwise, they could have very lost that game. But then it's going to have to be building. Let's see what it looks like against New Orleans. Let's see what it looks like against Philadelphia. It can't be that every week. Defenses are going to figure it out. You're going to get the kid killed.
Of course.
But I'm all for that because they needed a win. You saw how pumped up the crowd was, how pumped up the defense was.
It's a great atmosphere.
They get
there.
a win. They kind of salvaged the start of the season. Now you got a winnable game in New Orleans. You're right. You're 2-3. You feel like, all right.
Don, nobody's got planes flying over the stadium. No one's wearing paper bags over their heads. It's critical.
Though, because of how important it was to win that game, he got a little too caught up because, again, I don't see where it makes sense to go for it on fourth down. If it's at the 1 yard line, he had lost yards. You could say, well, they were 2 for 4. They were 50% in the red zone going into that fifth try. But they were not moving the ball well while in the red zone. They lost yards on third down. Kick the field goal. Give your defense a bit of a break. They're playing great. Field goals are so easy in this sport now. That could deflate things. Now you fail on fourth down. Chargers come up, take the lead, and then now you're down 4. Now the kids have to score a touchdown to be able to win the game. You get too caught up sometimes. That's what I don't like about Dable. All the riverboat gambler, got to be all tough football, go for it. No, stop. Use your brain. Take a 6-point, double your lead here late. Your defense is playing well. Now, they got bailed out of it anyway because the defense again played well, and then he got the ball back, got the first down, didn't have to give the ball back, or when they did, there was hardly any time left on the clock.
Again,
so it
you
didn't
don't
matter.
see. All right, and I've been critical of Dable, so I'm not trying to defend him or anything like in that. But in this moment, there's under 6 minutes to go in the game on that fourth down. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like you go for 3, it's only 6. They got the ball now.
Right.
They still have Justin Herbert. They still have a good offense.
Okay.
Like they still have a team that you know, like our defense is bending, not breaking right now. Now they got turnovers, and that's been big, but that's a big moment. You want to put that game away. You don't want to leave the door open for Herbert to take them, which he's done in his career, go down the field and score.
But you did. But you did. Well, first of all,
he went 9 plays,
play.
and then they
you
had to
lost
punt.
yardage on third down. Like it's not even, I think, that doable to begin with, and a 6-point lead. All right, so if I give up a touchdown, there's still enough time. As you said, there's 6+ minutes left in the game. So you're not down to a final possession. Chargers are not the kind of offense that's going to go on a 6-minute drive. Or they might score a touchdown. All right, give me time to get in a field goal range and win the game. I got a chance to make a 3-point game a 6-point
And
game.
to your point with that much time left, here's why the risk isn't worth the reward. 10 doesn't even end the game. It's not like you go, we're done. It's still 6 minutes left. They could still score, get the ball back,
I get
score. You might as well. But by the way, this is across the league. Yesterday, the Commanders had that spot where they scored the touchdown, and they were down 2 scores, 15. What's your theory, Don? You're down 15. What do? You score a touchdown late. Down 15, score a touchdown.
Then you go for 2.
They immediately went for 2. My theory in my brain, of course, is you go for 1. You extend the game.
Right.
Yeah,
That's what I would do.
You don't want the game to be over if you don't get it.
Why
go
go
for
the
2.
game in the second to last possession?
They happen to get it, but I think it's the wrong thing.
I agree with you. I would get the 7
So
and
you
then
know
worry
you
about
can
the
play.
2 at the end.
I'm with you. It's frustrating.
Well, look, again, I'm sure both ways we can argue this, but I feel like that game was all about adrenaline, and this franchise needed it badly.
Calls 1-800-919-3776. Don Hahn, Rosenberg on ESPN.
You know so much about who you are. But do you know what makes your body your body? With over 100 lab tests and insights, Function can help you know the truth. Because you know you're made of grit, wit, and a good heart. But just how healthy is that heart? You know you're made up of all the places you've called home. You know you're made of your mom's sarcasm. And now you can find out if you have her thyroid too. You know you're made of college all-nighters and 30s early-nighters, but those still don't explain your sleep issues. You know that you're made up of good meals with even better conversation. But are you actually absorbing those nutrients? A Function membership gives you a comprehensive health check with results tracked over time. Find out what you're made of at functionhealth.com.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. A problem spot in Nassau County. LIE Service Road shut down in both directions between Mineola Avenue and Roslyn Road, working on a building fire affecting the LIE eastbound main roadway. Delays there with the volume. Go back to the BQE in Queens. Still have this broken down dump truck on the BQE westbound in Brooklyn, right lane out by Metropolitan Avenue. Packed there from Queens Boulevard. You stay on the brakes westbound. Just picked up that big crash right before the Battery Tunnel. Still your best ride to the outbound George Henry Hudson, West Side Highway northbound. Some pockets of slowdowns from the 70s. Inbound George looking good for both the upper and lower decks. Outbound Lincoln already about 20 to 30. Outbound Helena, 15 to 20 minute ride. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit MAD.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
The FanDuel Sportsbook app is your home for all your favorite NFL bets. From yards to touchdowns to who will win, with FanDuel, any play can be play of the game. And when the Jets and Dolphins and the Bengals and Broncos play tonight, FanDuel's giving all customers a 50% profit boost token or 2 30% profit boost tokens. That's right, you can get in on the action with a 50% profit boost token or 2 30% profit boost tokens this Monday night. So make FanDuel your go-to app for any snap. Just visit FanDuel.com/Peter to bet the Jets versus the Dolphins and the Bengals versus the Broncos with a 50% profit boost token or 2 30% profit boost tokens. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. 21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Bonus issues, non-withdrawable profit boost tokens. Restrictions apply, including any token expiration and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com for help with a gambling problem. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check Kirk Herbstreit's pregame analysis first, before talking to your brother-in-law.
In this game, the key thing to watch will be the offensive line versus their front seven. If they can get pressure without blitzing, this could be a long night.
Okay, Kirk.
I know stuff.
Ooh, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Out here, pets are always by your side, watching the herd, running fence lines, or asleep at your feet. Pets are some of our favorite customers. When you bring them along to Tractor Supply, we'll always have a treat waiting. And with our price match guarantee, you'll always get the best price on their favorite food, toys, treats they love, and pet meds to keep them healthy. Tractor Supply, for pets out here.
Put it in the book. This is your radio home for New York Mets baseball. 880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS FM HD2, New York.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it's game time, guys.
It's Tully time. It's Tully time.
That sounded like Fred Flintstone.
Yeah.
I thought that was a Wilma coming.
Yeah, I never really noticed that before. Well, if they
like
bring the Flintstones back.
I like it.
The Jets face the Dolphins on Monday Night Football on ESPN at 7:15. But, that's the way the old folks used to do it. The youngins are going to be listening and watching us on the Couchcast on our YouTube channel.
Kids, like you dream.
Because everybody, me, Peter, Alan, Michael K., Rick DiPietro, Dave Rothenberg, Chris Carlin, we're all going to be hanging out here.
So let's go over it one more time.
Yes.
Ty's on the air, of course, or
Ty's
he'll
gonna
be live on the air. Yeah.
And Dan and Bart have to do their jet
working.
obligations on Q104.
So it's the three of us.
Yeah.
Michael K.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Carlin.
Mm-hmm.
Dave, Rick.
Yeah.
And I think Jake is here too, right?
Is Asman here?
Yeah, I think no, he's not.
No, he's
what?
I don't believe he is. No.
What are you talking about?
No.
You know what he's doing? He's probably hosting like
he's got something.
some
He's got
jet
something.
You want to pull
bacchanal.
10 grand out of his pocket?
Exactly.
It's working
Stay out
tonight.
of his pocket.
I did try to convince Bart, him and Willie, to come by. I don't know if that'll happen.
By the way, that would be amazing.
That'd be fun. No room on the couch anymore. But
Doesn't
still.
matter. This is just worth.
But wait a minute.
What?
Is Jake doing some kind of yo-yo thing?
It's not yo-yo.
I don't know if it's yo-yo.
No,
I just don't believe.
Say it's yo-yo because he does these things on YouTube. He can't be competition. We can't carnivore ourselves here.
That would be disappointing.
Tell Ass Man to get his ass here and work for us. All right?
What if he has an event where he's making buku bucks, though?
But if it's on YouTube now, he's.
Well, what if it's not on YouTube?
Well,
what if it's a non-televised party where he's making a lot of money?
Well, that's the only excuse. No, seriously, find out.
He wants to know. Don wants
Jake,
to know.
Listen, Anthony's got a lot on his plate, Jacob. Make the call.
He wants to know.
I'll call him on the air right now.
I'll let him know now.
Because, if he's making money, it's all about the cash.
Yeah, the cash, if you will.
But if he's doing something on YouTube, that's poor form.
Bad to get right up against us, you mean. And by the way, he's got a built-in audience there. He's been doing this for years.
Right, but
put in the work.
we want that audience. So
we need them. You want to collab is what
get on
you're
the
saying.
case.
Now,
and then that's it. And
did I get all the names on everyone?
Yeah, because
about 7 of us?
listen, Ty will get breaks and things.
It's not that big of a couch now.
I know. Well, I know we got some large.
Understand.
No, we're not missing any.
You're tall.
Now Ray Santiago is going to be here, but he may not be like in camera shot.
I think we're just going to be floating around.
We should discuss Cowboys with him, though.
Oh, yeah, that'll be fun.
Oh, boy.
We got to have some fun there.
Nobody hates the Cowboys more than him as a Cowboy fan right now.
It's amazing.
All right, but I should close out the read,
Please
shall
do.
we?
Yeah.
Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. So we're looking forward to that, but it's nice to just get the Giants probably their best win in a long time. I know they beat Indianapolis, but most Jet fans hated that. Or most Giant fans hated that because it hurt the draft pick. Although now, why would you care, right? Because this might be the guy you wanted all along. See, that's why I always talk about not wanting the tank. Because all the Giant fans wanted them to lose to Indianapolis. They would have gotten Cam Ward.
Sure.
For all we know, Jackson Dart might be the better quarterback. May not be.
May not.
We don't know. The Giants would have taken Cam Ward, and we'll see. Well, at Tennessee, a Met. That's my 1 point. I got that. I wish that was my 1,000-point play.
Oh, God.
Because I had my 3-point play with the Packers. Very disappointed. But I did nail the Tennessee. They got shut out. I mean,
brutal.
Not good. And I got the Jets today as my 2-point play.
Alan, you and I, it's funny because we didn't even hesitate on our 3-point play or 2-point play, in my case, your 3-point play being the Rams.
God, I needed that.
But then in retrospect, they made it ugly.
Of course. Well,
it was harder than it had to be.
They always make it ugly, but they still make it. That's all that matters. Pretty or ugly, I just need you to make it.
And by the way, and this is what I wanted to go back to before, and we'll keep talking to the people about the Giants, 1-800-919-3776, all your Giants thoughts. And the Jets are playing tonight as well. But what do you make of this league? Every team that we talk about, we talked about the Packers defense, didn't exist yesterday, right? The Falcons got smoked by Carolina last week. They scored 0 points. Last night, yesterday, the Commanders could not stop them.
Yeah.
All they did. Michael Penix Jr., who, by the way, I'm not impressed by. I know he put up a ton of points yesterday.
Well, he's got some weapons now.
He's got weapons. Lagord as Griffin.
Lagord, yes.
But I don't like the way he throws the ball, and I just think slow release. I'm not impressed. But I mean, we stunk. All day. You just cannot figure this league
All right,
out for
and
the first 4 or 5
as you
weeks.
referenced, the Carolina Panthers the week before did what? Not only shut them out, put up 30.
30.
Did you see what they looked like against New England?
They got completely bombed off by the Patriots.
They had a lead early.
Yeah, and then it was awful.
Then
and by the way,
you
that
said
the vaunted Cleveland defense.
Give up 40-something
Cleveland
points.
has the best defense in football.
Yeah.
Detroit couldn't find their way out of a paper bag the first week.
Yeah.
Now they're back to being the Lions.
Now they're the Lions. The Lions.
The Lions, if you will.
You said the first few weeks. We're still in
It's preseason.
We're still in preseason.
I think this is like a week one, right? Because the first 3 weeks generally feel like preseason. You're trying to figure it out. Now I think you're in, okay, now we know who we are.
I think it's next week.
You think it's next week?
I think this coming week is week 1.
Well, no, but unfortunately the games count, so you can bury yourself, right? So if the Jets lose tonight,
right.
you're on 4. It doesn't matter really what
night,
happens.
night.
You're not.
Who do you trust?
What a difference
All right,
it is if you win.
All right, how about that? Who do you trust? Give me one team that
you outright trust.
Outright
Detroit.
You trust Detroit?
I trust Detroit.
Despite the first game of the season.
Oh, sorry. Eagles number 1. With a bullet.
Did you see what they did with the tush push? Now they're like, oh, watch this.
Yeah.
Now you're gonna think you're gonna stop it. Now we got this. Like the wrinkle they just threw in. I almost feel like it was too early in the season.
See, that's why.
That's crazy what they're doing now.
I emphasize. I'm going to keep saying it over and over again. If they just attack the tush push from a football fundamental standpoint instead of the Eagles are too good, because when you go after good, you get burned, right? Yankees are good. You went after them, Met fans. Guess what? The Met fans that did go after them, you get burned. Go after the Eagles, you're going to get burned. You know why? Because good burns. That's what they do. And the Eagles are just good. So now everybody's all caught up on the tush push. Now they're finding other ways to score around that. Eagles are good. And
yeah.
And here's a note to
he could have run. Saquon could have run for an hour.
Oh, he could have run a circle. He could have made a circle. Figure eight.
By the way, I think I could have gotten in from there.
You might.
Everyone fell in the middle.
All you would have to do is catch the ball, like just be able
not
to
drop it when he hands it off.
Just don't drop that.
And
little
don't
pitch.
tear my meniscus on the run.
Anthony brings up a good point too. In the AFC, you still have to trust the Bills, right? There's no reason not to trust the Bills.
And you talk about bat the bunny. They totally batted the bunny.
Well, that's why
batted
I
the bunny
that
and they
game,
still
15 and a half.
What did they end up winning by?
12.
Yeah.
That's why I can't do it.
That's
why you hate that
never
number.
in doubt.
But you don't bet that game.
But that's why
they bat the bunny
in
now.
the NFL. You can't mess around.
All right, so the only two teams you trust are the Bills and the Eagles
right now. Sure.
And I'd say Detroit's right there.
Oh yeah,
Detroit. Yeah, that's right. You mentioned Detroit.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think those are the ones.
Because the Packers were a team we all thought we trusted. I don't trust them.
Oh, sorry. Real quick. And Ballard's he's borderline out of his mind today. I think he's a very emotional person. I'm sorry. They lost to Cleveland, and then they gave up a 40 spot to the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're not going to turn out to be great in January, but I will say that what we saw the first 2 weeks may have not been a full representation of who they
Everything they gained in the first 2 weeks, they lost in the next 2 weeks. That's how I feel.
To some extent,
we're back to zero with them.
Yeah, I don't know.
I still don't know who you are.
You can't tell me you're favoring them still to win the division over Detroit.
No, God,
right this week?
No,
you can't tell me you feel that way this week.
And the other way, the good teams that I think are in big time trouble, the Ravens are in big time trouble.
Oh no,
because
they're a week away.
Because now they don't have the tiebreaker against Kansas City or Buffalo.
Yep.
Well, that's that though. But they could still win that division.
Here comes Raven boy.
Oh.
He might as well be a Ravens fan. No, you.
Me?
He's looking around. Alan's looking around.
Like he's saying, here we go.
What
did I do?
About you?
Me?
You
Ravens
love
fan?
you love the. You pick the Ravens. You love Lamar.
I think
you are a Raven man. Just own it.
All right, I'll give you that.
And they're in trouble right now.
I worked with the former Ravens.
I know you.
Two of them actually for many years.
Current Raven.
So Ram. So, but no.
Let's see their schedule coming up.
Look at the division.
They got the Texans. You just said that. They have the Texans
have a bunch of home games coming up.
They got the Rams at home. They got the Bears at home. They got to get right.
Their defense is hard to fix in the middle of a season like that because what they're missing, they don't have. The problem is that division, which you thought would be a gauntlet because it's always a tough division. Do you trust Steelers and Rodgers? Do you trust them? All right. No Burrow in Cincinnati.
Nope.
And then
Cleveland's
Cleveland's got Dylan Gabriel starting now quarterback.
But
Shador's only like a week away. One hit away, and Shador's a quarterback.
They can win the division. But unlike Kansas City last year, the Ravens are not equipped winning 3 games to get to the Super Bowl, 2 on the road. Like Kansas City could because that's how great they were.
Yeah.
So they'll win the division. They'll get the home game.
Mm-hmm.
They'll get that Saturday afternoon against Houston.
But their
game.
defense is not tough enough.
They're not going to Buffalo, and they're not going to Kansas City to win in the playoffs.
That reputation of the Ravens and tough defense and physicality and Ray Lewis, that's gone.
That's gone. That's way gone. And let's see, man. They've had a very difficult schedule for sure. A lot of nationally televised games, short weeks, all that stuff. They will get better, but I don't think Houston's a given. Like I would say I would think they would win, but would you be shocked if they lost? And then the Rams?
No.
Yeah, that you can't.
And
be
the Bears? Like, all right, so maybe they
Rams?
go 2-1.
Where's Rams? Home?
For Ravens? Yes.
Yeah.
Also,
See,
home.
That
so,
helps.
So Rams happen to go across this
That
country
helps.
again. So, yeah.
Let's dive into the calls. 1-800-919-3776. Frank in Harrison. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Frank?
Hey, good afternoon, guys. Look, I'm all about taking the points that are given on the field. Not chasing after the points later. However, you have a young team that for the last 2 to 3 years has been accustomed to losing. So outside of being aggressive, how do you inspire those men? A lot of times you have to be aggressive. You have to go out there and
But it's got to be logical aggression, Frank, because to your logic is that you got to be aggressive, right? But it could also work to now you're aggressive, you don't get the first down, now you're reeling because you're a young team and you give up the lead and you look back and go, why did we put ourselves in that situation?
A lot of times we used to criticize Tom Coughlin, and Tom Coughlin was the most conservative coach I've ever seen in the NFL back in the day on why he didn't go straight for the touchdown. He didn't try to, put the exclamation point at the end of everything. So we're at that point now with a young team where, this team has, in the last couple of years, has done nothing but lose, and a lot of times the fan base was out of the games flying helicopters over the
I don't, Frank, I understand. If you were telling me that at the end of the game they decided to go for 2 for the win instead of going to overtime, I'd understand what you're talking about. But Peter said it best. I think the cons outweigh the pros in that situation. You lost yardage on third down. What was it, like 4th and goal from I think the 5 or 4. So it wasn't even like at the 1 yard line. He's a kid. You don't get it. You give him the ball back. Now the defense, it didn't matter. The defense made it a moot point. But boy, I would feel a lot more comfortable if I'm the Giants and I'm up 6 as opposed to 3. And even if I give up a touchdown, I still have time to win the game on a field goal. And also to Peter's point. Is a 2-possession game really putting the final nail in the coffin? A 9-point lead with
against
6
Justin
to go.
Herbert,
is that really aggressively ending the game or just making it a little harder for them? Now, again, the defense made it a moot point, but you didn't know that at the time.
No, you didn't. Look, like I said, do I think it was the right decision? Of course, because I have the hindsight to my benefit. But do I understand it? I understand it. And I think it's what Frank said. I think I understand the mentality in that moment was ride the wave of emotion and punch this thing in. They were at the 3-yard line.
Okay.
Just punch this thing in.
But they lost yardage on third down. So it wasn't like they were.
Well, remember, it was a keeper.
Right.
And he got sacked. That kid, what was that kid's name? I couldn't say his name, but from the Chargers. He was all over Dart. That kid.
Yeah, he was very good.
5 sacks. He might have had 3 of them. But the pass to Wan'Dale Robinson, if he catches that, what?
Yeah, I get it.
You know what I mean?
But I didn't think it was necessary at the time. But I think the way these coaches are in the NFL is, it's the big bravado in the post-game press conference. Well, that's the way I am. I go for it. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's always the right thing to do.
I get it. It's 2 problems. It's the bravado, and usually it's the numbers also. So, they'll tell you, no, it makes more sense. You do go for it there. But I don't care. I've been watching football for 40 years. 40, as a wise man once said, and now it's true of me also. No, get the points, go up 6. You have a young team trying to secure its first victory. You got to just secure the victory.
I get it.
And that's the field goal.
Make them score a touchdown.
Now, the all the good news, right? Abdul Carter played great, right? Number 1 pick.
Love that. Yeah.
Dart played great, right? For his first game. That's great. Come on.
Played a good game.
If I would have told you this is what would have happened, you'd say, well, you'll take it, right?
No, you take it. But
so
at the
he
same
played. He gave you something. He gave you juice. He gave you everything you needed.
Could we just, again, I'm going to sound like I'm raining on it. Can we just meet in the middle here? He didn't give you, oh, my God, I think we found our guy. He gave you, I want to see more.
We got something here.
But there could be something here. Let's see more.
Look, didn't turn it over.
Nope.
Right? 13 for 20. He was
But
he
I
was
just went
good.
back and watched every throw. There aren't a ton of good throws that you got to see yet. There's not.
All right. Well, let me just finish the point.
Go ahead.
Just finishing the point is that Scatterbo just shows you also a guy that's just willing to run into a brick wall. How long that lasts for him, we'll see. But last but not least is, to me, the real wet blanket on the day is Malik Neighbors.
Yeah.
And how you saw Dart looking at Neighbors like, you're my best player. I'm finding you as much as I can. He was looking for him every chance he could. And on that throw, Neighbors was trying to make a spectacular play, and that's when he popped the ACL, which we found out today officially it's an ACL. They lose him for the season. That, like, while everybody was still caught up in the euphoria of A, a win, and B, that Dart looked serviceable and you want to see more, Dart not having Malik Neighbors, to me, that's
a big story.
That's a huge part of the story that I think will really show itself, especially against the better teams. Him not having that guy, who's one of the best young receivers in the sport, is really going to hamper any type of development he can have this year. That sucks, what happened there.
Yeah, that's
absolutely sucks.
It got overshadowed.
Not just for the kid. Well, it's for the whole organization, for Dart, all of it. And yes, it's been talked about, but I just feel like it got lost in the excitement of the win. And, Dart's number one selling jersey right now in the NFL. This is how Giants fans have really received this and are excited about it. But that Neighbors loss, man, that's a big loss.
What it does is just it puts an end to any thinking of even if Dart performs well, that they're going to run to the playoff. Yeah. That's too big a loss. And also, I don't know, man, but like somebody gave the list, like how many guys have lost seasons to ACL injuries at MetLife?
Oh, the turf.
The turf. Again, I don't know. I'm no doctor. I can't tell you specifically,
thing, Don.
But
it's a
hard.
thing.
The numbers are there, man. It's nobody last year, but like from 23 to I think they went back as like 17.
I mean, I've seen on the MetLife turf guys have the non-contact, I just planted my foot and down I went type injuries. Mm-hmm. This was him. It looked like he was trying to jump off 1 foot, make a spectacular catch. I don't know if it is the turf, but the only way to know is did his foot get like jammed?
I don't know.
Or not, but he'll be the one to have to explain it. But still, that's such a wet blanket on the day.
And frankly, just from you said this already, but from a development standpoint for Dart to lose your top weapon,
because he can make catches, man.
So it's going to be hard to
know
have
to
the
be
look
perfect.
you're really getting now at the kid, because all of a sudden now you're thinking all about Wan'Dale Robinson and Jalen Hyatt. It's not the same. It's just not the same thing.
Yeah, and Slayton. And you got to wait a year now to see Dart with Neighbors instead of being able to see it develop over the course of a season and then anticipate it for next year.
14 ACLs since 2020.
Wow. On that turf?
On that turf. The majority of them Giants. Obviously Aaron Rodgers. Fuller for Baltimore.
Well, Rodgers wasn't an ACL, though. Rodgers was an Achilles.
Achilles, I'm sorry. So 13
Wasn't
ACLs.
Zach Wilson one as well? Didn't Zach Wilson also pop something?
But it's not on this list here. So all ACLs with the exception of Rodgers' Achilles and a partial patella tendon for Shane Lemieux. Otherwise, it's all ACL since 2020. So we're talking 5 years.
You can't see anything in his to let you know what it is.
But it's a lot. I don't know what you do about it. But the Johnson touchdown, we all agree, was really, really impressive, and Brian Dable talked about that after the game.
It's interesting with that play. It was a little bunch play. We've worked it one way for, 10 years since we've been running the play. And Dart sees me in the locker room right before I come out here. He's like, on that play we ran, Theo and I talked about that, what it was yesterday, the day before, and that if we get this look, I want you to sit. We normally don't really sit on it. So that's a credit to two young players playing the game and having confidence in a critical time to do what they talked about, whether studying film. And look, I got a lot of confidence in our rookie quarterback.
That was a nice play. I thought the first drive touchdown was excellent as well.
That was a great drive. 80 yards they go. Like, it's the last time a rookie in his first start was Patrick Mahomes to lead a first drive, 80-yard touchdown drive. Did you like what Dart said, giving credit to Russell Wilson?
Yeah, of course.
It was probably not necessary, but the fact that he had the wherewithal to show some, respect to the veteran, you know what I mean?
Well, it all could be true.
It may or may not, but it doesn't matter. Right. It just kind of shows you what the kid's about, right?
It shows, hey, he's been a big help, but also he was making business decisions on the field.
Clearly.
I just think that's where we're at there. And then what happened, because I guess he had to go into concussion protocol. You can see how mad he was that he had to leave. And then there's, Russell Wilson having to come in.
He got booed. Oh, the crowd went crazy.
But that's why Russell, in that moment, is exactly why he didn't scorched earth and demand a trade, because what if it ended up being a concussion and he couldn't play the rest of the game? Guess what? Wilson's your quarterback.
He's your quarterback.
And he's going to be your quarterback possibly next week, too. Right, because we only found out about Fields being out of concussion protocol today.
What's that got to feel like? 80,000 people in the place. You were once, like, think about it. In Seattle, you walked on water. Now you're in New York, and the minute you step on the field, the crowd is booing you. Like, think about where he was at one point in his career and where he is right now.
It's sad, man.
Where nobody wants to see you play. That's like, God,
it's not
unreal.
like it's not deserved.
What a turn of events.
I mean, that performance the week before,
No, I understand.
It was deserved.
It was well earned. Yeah.
Whether that makes him feel better or not, I don't know.
No, I know. But he is sort of, I don't want to say he's built for this. That sounds like an insult. But he is sort of built
oblivious.
For
he doesn't hear it.
Yeah, no, just being a team guy.
No,
that's at least what he's built his reputation.
Yeah.
Whether his reputation is good or not, I'm not sure. It's really
Depends
he is
who you
one
ask.
of the hardest players to read of all time.
Loud, unbelievable.
Because it's a combination of how he's playing and how Dart was playing before he got hurt.
Right.
Yep.
1-800-919-3776. ENN's coming up at 6. Take up till 7 o'clock, and then it's the Couch Cast on ESPN New York.
Hey, guys, every aspect of your business, from the most mundane to the most complex, will operate orders of magnitude better and faster when you add artificial intelligence. You know AI. AI is literally right now a race to the top. Companies that engage AI first will win. Will that be you, or will it be your competitors? Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. Founded by tech powerhouses, Thrive partners with you on a smart and secure AI strategy for your business. Then they deploy and manage it for you. Probably need AI to read this. Imagine AI solutions working across every part of your business, automating support, powering chatbots, analyzing competitors, even managing billing, collections, and orders. That's just a taste of what Thrive Managed AI can help you achieve. It makes your talented team even better by letting them focus on what they do best. The race to the top will be won by those who engage Thrive Managed AI first. That needs to be you. Go to thrivenextgen.com/ESPN and get started with a complimentary strategy consultation. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
Why do you go to Princeton Longevity Center?
We go to Princeton Longevity Center because my husband's cardiologist told him having this exam saved his life.
Because somehow 20 turned into 40, and now I need to take my health more seriously. The Princeton Longevity Center designed a program to keep me healthy and active, so 50 and 60 will be no sweat.
Because even though my cholesterol is high, it turned out my arteries are clear. That's a big relief.
Whether you want to make the most of your future years or just want peace of mind, you need the Princeton Longevity Center. Their comprehensive preventive exam combines the latest technology with caring experts to create your personal plan for staying well.
Because I shouldn't have to wait an hour for a 10-minute physical. I go to Princeton Longevity Center because I get everything done in one day and take my results home with me.
Find out why you need Princeton Longevity. Call 888-8000-PLC or go to PrincetonLongevityCenter.com. Call 888-8000-PLC. That's 888-8000-PLC.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good. Donate at cityharvest.org.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Hey Yankees fans, hit your next adventure out of the park and onto the water with City Cruises New York. Sail your way to epic skyline views, delicious dining, and premium drinks. Upgrade your game day with a dining cruise, a cocktail sail, or a night with your favorite entertainers aboard City Cruises Live. Whether you're celebrating a win or just the weekend, City Cruises is a shipload of fun. Proud partner of the New York Yankees. Book today at citycruises.com/New York.
Now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. We're going to start off in Jersey. Messy ride on 80. First on the westbound side, right after exit 42 for 202 in Parsippany. A crash blocking a lane. Jam there from 280 eastbound side. A car fire being picked up by exit 58 for Madison Avenue and Patterson. Solid slowdowns go back into Fairfield. Not too bad at the inbound George for both the upper and lower decks. Best of it's the outbound side, southbound Egan and Henry Hudson. Outbound Lincoln and Holland Tunnels about 20 to 30 minutes each. Preseason hockey at the UBS Arena. Islanders are hosting the Rangers. Already packed on the Cross Islands southbound, heading over to Hempstead Turnpike, hitting the brakes from the Throgs Neck Bridge in Queens. This report is sponsored by Parkwiz. New Yorkers know the hacks, and here's one for parking. Reserve ahead and pay up to 50% less in drive-up rates. With Parkwiz, you could book your parking in advance and skip the hassle of searching. Download the Parkwiz app today. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan. We are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
A Progressive Home and Auto Bundle can protect you round the clock, but we can't protect you from those painful moments in sports.
Holding. Defense. The ref totally blew that call.
Oh, I'm sure he'll make the right call next time.
It's too late. It cost us the game.
Well, it's just one game.
That loss eliminated us from the playoffs.
Oh, the playoffs are on so late. Now you'll be well rested.
Okay, I need you to stop talking now.
Well, at least your home and auto are protected with a bundle from Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Get ready for a new Monday Night Football experience with the ESPN New York Couchcast when the Jets take on the Dolphins for the Week 4 divisional matchup. Settle in on the couch and join the Altcast with all of your favorite ESPN New York personalities for instant reactions, unfiltered commentary, and behind-the-mic banter. Stream live on our YouTube page from kickoff to the final whistle. Grab your snacks and watch the game with the pros. It's the ESPN New York Couchcast presented by Calandra's Bakery, Jacob's Pickles, and driven by the All-American Ford Auto Group, your giant Ford Auto Group with giants savings and a giant selection. Tonight, starting at 7 on ESPN New York's YouTube channel. So Ty Butler is going to be in. Dan Gross has got to do the Jets with Bart Scott, but everybody else will be here. And I'm not saying this for the promotion. I'm saying this because I'm feeling it.
Okay.
This is going to be the biggest thing we've ever done.
Oh, my God.
I'm being serious.
You guys have had beach bashes,
I'm being
thousands
serious.
of people.
Yes, and those were all huge successes.
And?
This is going to be the beginning of something huge. Because think about it. If this is successful, and with YouTube, we could be talking about thousands of people watching this. This could be something we do for, like, a lot of big games.
It could be
in the future, right? Because, so think about, like, maybe in the future it's going to be a big Knick game. Or a
Yankees
big Ranger
World
game.
Series game.
Yankees World Series game. There's so many different things that we can do with this that could be a lot of fun. And I think this is going to be the first of many. It may not be as big as this because of, like, getting everybody in one place at one time, which is obviously the most difficult obstacle to hurdle
Always is.
for something like this.
What do you what
But this is
like,
going to be a big deal.
Aside from obviously watching the game and commenting on what we're seeing as we're seeing it, right?
Yeah.
Like what is the typical behavior of these types of watch
I think we do
parties?
whatever we want.
Is it?
Well,
Yeah.
within reason. But
I'm not going to take my what out.
Well,
Why not?
listen.
Why not?
If something doesn't happen, I will.
Yeah.
So
We've already discussed.
So watch that.
So no, but I think we talk trash and have fun. It's a joint radio show with all of us.
Well,
right?
I think they tried to do the bootleg there instead of going for
yeah, exactly.
the A gap.
Yeah,
no.
I mean, what are we going to do? Like, honestly.
No,
like,
we're going to watch it like we'd watch it, and you're going to be a voyeur into how we watch football. And you're going to have Jet fans. Alan's a Jet fan. Rick is a Jet fan.
Alan's dead inside when it comes to the Jets.
I am dead inside.
He's not even hyped for
Well, maybe this is the
more
game.
hyped to hang out
I'm
and
dead
eat some Jacob's Pickles
I am
than he's
dead
thinking
serious,
about the game.
and I'm more about the food spread and hanging out with the
Is
boys.
there anything that can happen tonight? Now,
Yeah.
this is a loaded question, but you're an intellectual.
Oh,
you're
very much
You're
so.
a deep thinker.
Too deep sometimes.
Is there anything that could happen tonight to get you in the vicinity of how Giant fans feel?
you
at
want
being
like
1-3?
like what will give me movement?
Yeah, like the Jets go 1-3. What could give you that kind of movement.
Movement, you're saying?
That's what he said. So
the Dolphins are pretty much bad, right? They're ass.
So it seems. ASS.
Right, so just winning's not enough, right?
Like,
all right, you beat them by 30.
Like, what's going to happen that's going to make me puff my chest out and say, damn right I'm a Jets fan? Like
Justin Fields throws for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, it's like, the Dolphins
win
suck.
the game 40-0.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Fields goes off.
It'd be nice. Still ain't making up for the Mud Bowl. Still ain't
There you
making
go.
up
You're
for
still
the fake spike.
Well, you just defeated it. Nothing's going to happen tonight that's going to make
All right,
up
well,
for
you're asking me, what am I
misery,
getting at?
50
What am I
years
getting
of
out
misery.
of it? What am I getting at?
No, I'm just saying, I'm admitting there's nothing that's going to happen tonight that's going to get you as excited as Giant fans are for Jackson Dart.
No.
But you still have a young quarterback in Justin Fields. So if the defense finally plays to what we've been sold for years with this franchise, and Fields goes off for a bunch of yards and touchdowns, and you're 1-3, so you're not last place anymore. You get your first victory. You got some winnable games coming up. I'm just saying that is there a scenario where you can at least be excited about tonight?
No.
All right.
I'm sorry. I guarantee if it was 24-0 with 2 minutes to go, I'd wonder how they're going to blow this. That's where I am.
You're done.
I'm sorry, but
Peter was exaggerating, but it
no,
looks
I'm
like
in a real
got
place.
Close.
I'm in a real place right now.
You're in a really dark place.
I am, because it's just hard for me to fathom what does the future look like.
What is good?
Because I don't know what to believe anymore.
I'm going to give you something.
Give me something to believe in.
And I don't know what it's going to look like.
Have somebody call in as a Jets fan and tell me what I should be believing in right now, because I'm having a hard time.
Your Jackson Dart is Aaron Glenn, right? If you don't believe that Justin Fields really has any kind of a future, your hope is that you at least got the coach.
Yeah,
I'm hoping we got the quarterback. You're hoping you got the coach.
You know you don't have the
now,
coach.
I don't
but
know.
if he outcoaches Mike McDaniel where he is right now, you better.
But if you
know what? I'll actually, you know what's really gonna? You want me to be emotional tonight? I'll be livid if the Jets look poorly coached, they get run out of the gym, and they lose. Livid. Because then I know I don't have a coach.
Then you don't have a coach.
That guy's a dead man walking, and he just came and kicked your ass.
And I don't know if there's anything
that would set me off.
And I don't think there's anything that can happen tonight where you say I got my coach, but there could be a game where he's like, you know what, that was a well-coached game. The defense looked fantastic. They didn't give Miami anything.
I need to see it start trending that way, right? Like that's what I want.
You're coming off one of those moral victories in Tampa, right? That's what you're coming off.
I know.
So you got to follow that up with a win and an impressive win, and maybe you start to believe just a little bit.
Yes.
All right, let's get back to the phones. Let's go to Alex in the UPS truck. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Alex?
Hey, what's up, boys? So, hey, man, I feel good about yesterday. Like it or not, whether if you want to say he threw for only 111 yards or, like Peter said, his little pass, that apparently doesn't mean that much. They got the dub, and you just beat a team that was 3-0 that just won 3 straight divisional games.
Mm-hmm.
Ran the ball 41 times. I think they found an identity there. The pass rush played good against an injured offensive line like Chargers team with no Joe Alt, no Slater. But, hey, man, this league's about winning, and he did that. I think they looked good on third down.
Very good.
And, like, when you look at Jaden Daniels, man, he didn't throw a touchdown his first game. He rushed for one,
Daniels was not. That's the thing. I didn't walk. And see, this I'm glad you mentioned that. Daniels did nothing in week 1 against Tampa. And I did not walk out going, oh, my God,
we have our
found
guy.
No, it was when they beat Cincinnati on Monday Night Football that I went, we might have the guy. And that was like a thriller. We threw multiple touchdowns. So all yesterday was a good first day. Let's see what's next.
And the thing is that also we're going to see how this ages for the Chargers. They beat a 3-0 Chargers team that everybody was excited about. Chargers might turn around and lose the next 4 games. I don't know.
Who knows?
I mean, the Chargers might end up being a team that doesn't make the playoffs.
Well,
or
they
barely
just
makes
lost
the playoffs.
Joe Alt now. That's
right.
Their
So
offensive line's really starting to get rickety, and that's not good for Herbert.
That win could age poorly, or it could age very well. Now, if this had happened last week against Kansas City, or maybe you could say, well, Kansas City's not very good right now, but it's Kansas City.
Although, how'd they look yesterday?
I don't
know.
Well, listen, they're not going away. For when it's all said and done, it might be the Chiefs that end up winning that division, and not the Chargers or the Broncos. And
which
we'll
is
find
very
out what
possible.
the Broncos can do
very
tonight.
possible.
Let's get back to the phone. How about Tessa in West Caldwell? I heard you were at the game, Tessa.
Guys, please excuse my voice because I was at the game yesterday and my voice is gone. But I did tea, I did everything, but it doesn't matter because I was there in the building. I just want to say this one thing, Don, before I make a comment, and thank you guys so much for taking my call. Before I make a comment about the Giants, you already know I'm a diehard Yankees fan, and I just want to say, Don, when we lost Juan Soto to you guys, I wasn't that Yankees fan that felt like the Mets fan was like pumping their chest and hanging off the rim. I was the Yankees fan that it didn't matter who we lost him to. I was just pissed we lost him because I'm just so used as a Yankees fan getting what I want. You understand what I'm saying? So I never had no beef with the Mets fan. I felt like y'all should be like that. Are you kidding me? Look, you just got this world beater. Y'all should be like that. So I definitely wasn't that Yankees fan that felt like, oh, look at you guys thinking you're all that. No, you should feel like that. You just got this guy. I'm just a spoiled Yankees fan that felt like, oh, we should just get whatever we want. So that's just how I was, Don. That's just how I was feeling. Okay. And I felt so terrible for you yesterday because I felt like you're not even going to be able to really soak in this win because you're devastated over your Mets. So I felt bad for you. But just speaking of devastation as well, it's catastrophic losing Malik Neighbors. I felt guilty being happy for the win. I don't even want to go through that because I was just so sad for him and just our organization. But as a whole, I'm not joking, guys. I know I could be over the top, but I've been feeling like trash for the past thousands of years. You understand, with our Giants. It literally, I'm not joking, guys. The building was shaking. And I used to go to Giants games all the time before COVID, 3-4 times a year. I've never been a part of something like that yesterday. Everybody was hugging, kumbaya, and hands. It was insane, guys. It was no beef, no, it was crazy. When the defense got them out, 3 and out, and then the offense comes back and scores 80 yards for me, that was like, oh my God, is this my Super Bowl? Because I don't even know when we're going again. That's how I felt yesterday. It was insane, guys. It was thrilling. It was uplifting. It was motivating. I feel like they attached pieces of my soul again, But it was amazing. But I do want to say this. I was happy for Jackson Dart, but it was so vanilla. And I'm like, are they scared for him to throw it down the field? Are they just trying to be safe? Did they not? So a part of me was a little bit nervous and skeptical, like, let him just go. Let's see what he's doing. And, I do agree with Peter. And I ain't going to front. Today, I'm not going to get in the petty playpen. My voice won't even allow it. However, it did feel good that we weren't the trash and the losers on Sunday. And, Peter's Commanders did lose. That did make me feel a little better, too. Just a little bit. But that's all I'm saying about that, Pete. I ain't going to go too far today. Not today. My voice can't take it.
Test. Your voice sounds like you probably just need to take a drink and just say goodbye right now.
It's voice rest. That's
just really don't push it.
It's hot water. I just did this. It's warm and hot water. It's no talking.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, and particularly not talking about a guy whose team just split 2 games with a backup quarterback starting. That's what you're going for?
The offense was, by design, conservative. It's his first start. He doesn't have full command of the playbook yet. The whole notion of just let him throw it down the field. Baby steps, man, baby steps.
But the problem is, you're right. The hard part is, I think a lot of people just don't know what Dable even has left. So we haven't seen. No one's seen anything in a long time from Dable that impressed them. And then yesterday's just another day. It's been 2 years. So
and remember, 2 years ago, did Daniel Jones throw it all over the field, or did they have a great running game?
Exactly.
And he was part of the running game.
We've really never seen anyone sling it under Dable.
Yeah. Right. Well, they never had the weapons, and they were supposed to have the weapons this year.
The game against the Cowboys was slinging it.
That's right.
But that's mainly because the Cowboys were like, go ahead and sling it.
Yeah, whatever you want.
We're not going to tackle.
Obviously, Neighbors' loss changes things a little bit, but this team's got way more weapons than they had. And even with Barkley, a couple of years ago when they made the playoffs, they didn't have any receivers, and they were kind of forced to do what they did. But maybe with Neighbors gone, it might feel a little similar. But that just shows you how bad things have been for this team, that a moment like that felt like the Super Bowl, because the Giant fans are passionate, and they haven't seen anything like that in such a long time. Again, Indianapolis last year, but everybody was rooting against them because they wanted a better pick. When was the last time they won a game?
Playoff year had some good, exciting moments in it. But she's right, though. That stadium, like that was different for them. They needed a day.
They needed that for sure,
badly.
1-800-919-3776. ENN is coming up at 6. Ty Butler at 7, and don't forget, right on our YouTube channel, the Altcast, Jets taking on the Dolphins right here on ESPN New York.
Listen up, New York. It's football season, and you should be out there enjoying every play, every tailgate, every moment. But if you're dealing with neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica, even getting off the couch can feel like a challenge. That's where Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain comes in. He's one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and dedicated to getting you back in the game. Here's the difference. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided procedures that get real results. Dr. Shaw treats everything from neck pain, back pain, migraines, nerve pain, and chronic joint pain. And he builds a custom game plan that's right for you. Same day or next day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. And yes, most major insurances are accepted. So don't let pain keep you on the sidelines this season. Go to SandwellPain.com to call, text, or book online. Relief is closer than you think, and it starts today.
We are proud to serve our country, to serve our local communities, to wear the uniform, to be a soldier, to serve abroad when and where duty calls. We are ready to stand with our brothers and sisters to defend, to serve, to fight. We're always ready, we're always there. We are the New York Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New York Army National Guard.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids. 1-877 Cards for Kids. Donate your card today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. That's Cars with a K to donate your car today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's carsforkids.org.
This is John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates. I played sports my whole life, and my dad was my biggest fan. Because he lost his leg in a construction accident, it was sometimes tough for him to get from his car to the bleachers, but that didn't stop him. He always kept a folding chair in his trunk and would cheer from the parking lot when he had to. And over the past 35 years of building D'Agostino & Associates, I've made sure our team does whatever it takes to accommodate our clients and help them get every dollar they deserve. With my son and my daughter by my side, we're going to continue the legacy of getting justice for people just like you. The consultation is always free, so call us first at 1-800-BITE-BACK, 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222, and ask for me, John D'Agostino. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey, but we'll always make it easy for you to meet with one of our attorneys. Remember, I've been there, and I'll be there for you. D'Agostino Law, Bite Back.
This college football season, show your school spirit every time you pay. Introducing college-branded Venmo debit cards. Rep your team on and off the field with custom school designs that let everyone know who you root for. Whether you're tailgating, grabbing snacks for the watch party, or celebrating a win, you can unlock 15% cash back at ESPN. One free year of Perplexity Pro and more. This college football season, score more with the Venmo debit card. Get yours now in the Venmo app. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard.
Max cashback varies. Terms apply. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank, N.A.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on October 2nd, 1993, when the University of California faced a 30-0 halftime deficit to Oregon. Cal went on a remarkable 42-11 run in the second half to capture a 42-41 victory, one of the largest comebacks in college football history.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
From the regular season to the Super Bowl, ESPN New York is your destination for football. We've got crazy fans.
If the Giants somehow beat the Cowboys, I'm going to take a dump on your head.
You can feel good because you're a damn football team. Expert analysis.
Marcus Spears joins us now, ESPN NFL analyst Damian Woody.
Mel Kiper Jr.
The Hall of Famer Steve Young.
He's kind of our resident general manager, Louis Riddick.
We got Mike Tannenbaum right now.
And all your fantasy and wagering needs. This is ESPN New York. We are football.
You would be complicated.
What did I do?
Because you make it. When are you ever referenced this way? Ever.
That's crazy.
I didn't even know I was referenced that way.
Just trying to
There's
send
a lot
him a
of
couple of bucks,
technology
and it's like,
Well, did you do it?
God, I'm doing it right
Watching Alan and Don try to come together on Venmo
Listen,
And who looks bad?
now. I do.
I'm
I'm the first to admit. I know I look bad.
Yeah.
But I don't like owing people at all. Ever.
It's me.
I know it's you, but it's me. I'm the one that's complicated, not you.
Why you get me worried?
Well, what are you worried about?
Well, because you don't like borrowing money. Makes me think because you're bad at paying it back.
No.
Oh, that's the concern. I see what you're saying.
I'm definitely always good for it.
But
there
no,
you are.
it
There
hits
you
different. It hits different when Alan can't figure out something like tech because he looks like he's of a different generation, like he's so young.
Yeah,
and then you remember,
nice.
you guys are the exact same thing.
No.
You just got white hair. You're both lost on your phone. Let's be honest. He's got an iPhone. Your phone's green, but he's pretty lost.
It's very lost.
Let's go to Mo. He's in Jacksonville, Florida. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Mo?
Hey, how you guys doing?
Good.
I wanted to get your point on the Liam Cohen
yeah.
Saleh altercation
Yes.
at the end of the game. Who would you guys bet on if you had to put your hard-earned money on it?
Oh, Saleh, for sure. You see him? He's a beast.
We're getting there. We're getting there for you, and
You saw it, Saleh, like, let him know, like, nah, you don't want to do that with me. He made that clear. Players were laughing.
But do you guys think that Saleh can get potentially fined for this? Because, I mean, he used some derogatory language towards Cohen, and he also threatened his life. Like, it's all on camera. So what do you guys think?
Oh, there'll be a
NFL can do
fine.
here?
There'll be a fine for sure because you can't do that.
Did not know that.
This is all coming up on E&M.
Oh yeah, we got it for you. Don't you worry.
Not being able to get a mental picture of Cohen. I'm still saying that Saleh. The way Damian, I hate this word because it's so kid, but Damian Woody described him as swole. I don't like that word.
About who?
About Saleh.
Saleh is. You're not a swole guy.
No,
I'm not particularly into swole. I'm not anti-swole, but
I don't know.
it doesn't do it for you. Because it's giving you swollen.
You guys have met Saleh in person, right?
Yeah,
sure we have. Bob.
He is swole.
Oh, swole.
He's
built.
If you met him in regular life, you'd think that's a pretty jacked up regular guy. He's pretty jacked up.
All right.
I'm looking at him again right now from yesterday.
I literally have met him.
So have I. We've all met him.
I'm saying, like, I don't recall going like, damn, guy's big.
No, but you also worked with Bart.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Like
Bart right. Bart makes regular people look skinny.
Yes.
No matter who it is.
Same with Canties. If these are physical giants.
By the way, being anywhere with Canty,
Canty's
he is really
respectfully, that man is a freak.
Like, I feel small around him.
You should. He's huge.
The hug he gave me at his wedding, like, at the receiving line.
Where is it?
Dude, like,
Where
he
is it?
lifted me off the ground. Like,
what are you doing over there?
You know what?
I went to a guy I've worked with for many years. I went to his wedding. That's a drop.
Yeah, but you wanted people to know you went to his wedding.
Well, if I just randomly said the hug he gave me, would you be like, why the hell is he hugging you?
Then
for?
now there would be no reason to play. Again, you're making it seem like it's a bad thing.
It's just a thing.
It's a thing.
It's just a thing.
You could have said when he hugged me, I felt it.
I'm so confused.
You wanted people.
No, the only thing would have been better is, I remember when he hugged me as we were over at Obama's house, and I mean that's the only.
Right.
But I mean, you said at his wedding, so he's implying. Because by the way, Don, you've worked with Canty before, haven't you?
I wasn't invited.
Yeah,
I can't even get him to come things that he said he'd come to.
I wasn't invited.
Okay.
So that's why I get the button.
And all that was in the message, and that's why there was the drop.
Correct. But
guess where I was that you weren't.
But the point is, guess what? He's a gigantic man.
That was the point I was
and
trying
Saleh
to
compared to them, no.
Didn't
Regular guy though.
seem-
If you got into a solid, he was like out of control, angry. You'd be like, whoa, bro, you're a pretty muscular, in shape guy.
But
know
when
what I
you
mean?
look at the
he's
coaches,
not tearing his meniscus on the stairs.
When was
is
the
what I'm
last?
saying.
That's a good one.
When was the last coach in New York football
Who wasn't a complete slob?
that looked anywhere close to solid?
Wasn't a complete-
Gase wasn't overweight, but he was skinny.
Bowles in good shape, but he's older. He's 15 years older than him.
Bowles, yeah.
Bowles in
He was heavier.
Yeah, he's not
a decade ago. And no giant coach. When was the last giant coach?
in
Parcells.
shape.
Yeah.
Parcells.
No, keep going.
Coughlin was on the elderly side.
Yeah.
Keep going. Bill Arnsbarger was a mess.
I don't know who you're
All
talking
right.
about anymore.
Probably Alex Webster because he was a former player.
You're going way back. By the way, That's a great top 5 most jacked up swole coaches. Top 5 swole coaches.
Top 5 swole coaches.
Yeah.
All right.
Who else you got?
If you went outside football,
Joe Girardi.
He was in good shape.
Yeah, Girardi
pretty
was in
jacked
good
up.
shape. Not thick, but he was.
But he's in
and
tremendous
Boone's
shape.
in good shape, but he's not. Oh, he's not big.
No, Boone's not jacked
Boone's
up.
underrated tall though.
Best in shape baseball manager.
Oh, you going baseball?
Would because I'm thinking baseball next. You mentioned Boone. Would have to be Sparky Anderson in his prime. You're not messing with Sparky. Jim Leland. Jim Leland. Heater in mouth. Flicking the heater in your face.
We've played the Sparky Anderson game before.
I love Sparkles.
But
he was 30.
Think like Sparky Anderson, 75 World Series. He looks 75 years old.
And he was 22.
I wonder how.
He was 22.
I wonder how old.
When they drafted Alan, when they got Alan Trammell, he was 21 years old. They were the same age, Trammell and Sparky.
What year were you looking for?
75 Reds. You're talking 84 Tigers.
Yeah, I'm going Tigers. He was still 21.
Let's see.
You don't want to know. I bet he was 40.
Let me look at the picture here.
Yeah, what year was
Oh, good Lord. He's all gray.
Yeah, but what year was he born?
And what year was he born? That's the question.
That's 1975.
I bet Don, he was born 1935.
You think
he's going to be younger than me right now?
think he was 50?
I'm going younger. I'm going 40s.
40?
I'm going he's in his 40s.
He was born in 1934.
41 years old. 41 years old.
When I show look now again.
Let me see the picture of Sparky.
Ready?
Turn it around. I need it.
Oh, yeah,
Which
Red
one?
Sparky. Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's 41. He's Steve Martin.
It looks like he dyes his hair
But he's
white.
Steve Martin now. Like,
yes.
They called him
Murders
Sparky.
in the
They should have
building.
called him Whitey. Let's be honest.
Yeah, he's
He
the real
should have
Whitey.
He's really white.
He's the real Whitey. Whitey Anderson.
So in 84 Tigers.
There you go. How about that? There you go. There you go. Like
that's look
he's
at
not
those.
even 50.
By the way, look
how
at
old is he? What did you say he was there? How
He's
old?
41.
41. That's 40. 41. People age different now. This poor man.
And by the way, I'm blanking out because I've been like this all day.
56 years
Who's
old.
he talking to there?
Joe Morgan.
That's Joe Morgan.
So Joe Morgan, the great Joe Morgan, 10 years ago when he was still in the booth all the time, he looked better than Sparky looks there in the 70s when Joe Morgan was 75 years old calling games.
So 84 Sparky was 50.
Yes.
Show it the Tiger picture.
Here you go.
Yeah, 84 Sparky.
It's like the ghost of Christmas past.
Oh, my God.
The only thing that changed was his eyebrows went from brown to gray.
And his face is a little more sunken. He looks 80 there.
Oh, my God.
That's tremendous.
Yeah.
God bless him.
God bless.
We love Sparky. But anyways, he's not the most
There
jacked
he is
up.
as a young man. His face still looks like
By the
he's
way,
like 40.
He looks like Aaron Judge as a young man.
He does.
Well, just Sparky Anderson looks like Aaron Judge.
A shorter version, but yeah.
Well, everyone's a shorter version.
Yeah, it's really true.
Good point.
All right, we'll get more to your calls on 1-800-919-3776. But coming up next, it's a Monday ENN like no other.
Look at this.
What year was that? He's smoking
know,
a pipe. He's
got
leaning into it.
He's got a pipe.
Oh, man.
Tiger's
my God.
jacket.
Hold on. There it looks like he should be yelling, "There she blows."
Right, I was just like, all right, Moby Dick, center field, batting fourth. Oh, my God. Don Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Every aspect of your business will operate better and faster with artificial intelligence. AI is a race, and companies that act first will win. Thrive Managed AI is your advantage over all your competitors. Thrive partners with you on a smart, secure AI strategy for your business. Then they deploy and manage it for you. Be first and win the race with Thrive Managed AI. Start with a complimentary strategy consultation at thrivenextgen.com/ESPN. That's thrivenextgen.com/ESPN.
Hey Yankees fans, hit your next adventure out of the park and onto the water with City Cruises New York. Sail your way to epic skyline views, delicious dining, and premium drinks. Upgrade your game day with a dining cruise, a cocktail sail, or a night with your favorite entertainers aboard City Cruises Live. Whether you're celebrating a win or just the weekend, City Cruises is a shipload of fun. Proud partner of the New York Yankees. Book today at citycruises.com/New York.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
We are proud to serve our country, to serve our local communities, to wear the uniform, to be a soldier, to serve abroad when and where duty calls. We are ready to stand with our brothers and sisters to defend, to serve, to fight. We're always ready, we're always there. We are the New York Army National Guard.
Sponsored by the New York Army National Guard.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks a million, guys. I hope you have an awesome rest of the night. Preseason hockey over at the UBS Arena. Islanders hosting the Rangers. Puck drops in a little over an hour. Just packed on the Cross Island southbound, heading over to Hempstead Turnpike. Bumper to bumper from the Throgs Neck Bridge in Queens on down. Long line of brake lights on the Staten Island Expressway westbound, heading over to the West Shore. Solid there from the Verrazano. After that, looking pretty good at the Goethals Bridge, making your way into Jersey. Still the best of it's the outbound George, southbound Deegan and Henry Hudson. Cross Bronx westbound, crawling from the Bruckner through to underneath the apartments. Inbound Georgia, about 5 to 10 for the upper deck, lower level in pretty good shape. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride, about 15 to 20. Outbound Hahn, run you 20 to 30. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
This college football season, show your school spirit every time you pay. Introducing college-branded Venmo debit cards. Rep your team on and off the field with custom school designs that let everyone know who you root for. Whether you're tailgating, grabbing snacks for the watch party, or celebrating a win, you can unlock 15% cash back at ESPN. 1 free year of Perplexity Pro and more. This college football season, score more with the Venmo debit card. Get yours now in the Venmo app. Learn more at venmo.com/collegecard.
Max cashback varies. Terms apply. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank, N.A.
This college football moment is brought to you by ServPro.
College football teams have moments they recovered from and made it like it never even happened. Like on October 2nd, 1993, when the University of California faced a 30-0 halftime deficit to Oregon. Cal went on a remarkable 42-11 run in the second half to capture a 42-41 victory, one of the largest comebacks in college football history.
ServPro, like it never even happened.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station. This is an ENN special report. Now reporting...
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports. Do what you want. It's ENN.
Hey, thank you so much. Good. Great. So happy to be here. Welcome, everyone, to ENN.
Tell you, if we have as many people watching tonight that are working on this, we're being in good shape.
I told you, it's
like
our
a
Oscars.
sea of people.
It's like our Oscars.
You know what's different?
Everyone's here.
But this is weird for us because normally by now, there's tumbleweed out there.
Yeah. I know.
Like it's things are happening right outside.
Oh, by the way,
window.
but don't worry. One thing is still the same. They can't even hear the show. I promise you. If I Don scream
what we're
as loud
saying
as
is a complete
Don,
mystery.
See if Don screams if they turn. Don, like do like a
do a we know or
like
something like that.
like a we know. And see if they look up.
We know
nothing. Nope.
Anything?
Not a single person.
Who is sorry ass?
There's somebody on his phone just staring.
That's
at us.
how. I mean, we work at a radio station, and the speaker's so low that they can't hear us. It makes no sense. Yes. All right, I'd like to start off ENN by saying good evening to Don.
Back on whatever station we're on, who cares?
That was quite a moment.
I don't think I've ever in my years heard.
Right. He forgot.
Back on whatever the station is, who cares?
Yeah, he forgot.
I was so angered. Back on whatever station we're on, who cares? Can we lose that? What was his name again? Reno and Buffalo. We're good. Reno. I appreciate
the number.
That you like my work and love my work. But
Rico.
Yes.
Yeah.
Rico. Suave.
I'd like to say good evening to Don.
You take it. You get smacked in the face, you take it.
And to Don.
You could have said when he hugged me. I felt it. Yeah, that's getting some reaction on Twitter.
And to myself. One more inch, he's in.
What was that?
You guys are bad.
What?
I'm sure in context, I'm sure in the context of the conversation, that fit perfect.
That was about the fumble at the goal line for L.A.
We'll never know what it was about.
And then we didn't flinch because what other words would you say?
One more inch, he's in.
But then you guys have to filth it up, and out of context, it sounds horrid.
Okay.
Come at me, dog. What's up? Come at me, dog. What's up?
If you missed the beginning, you got to go back and watch later. We had an old school Michael versus Don showdown to start the show. Set the record for most viewers ever on the YouTube. Yeah. Broke a record there. Now, Michael had the record earlier that day, and then we set it.
Oh, because it's that kind of day.
But now, do you think tonight during the Couchcast, we will break whatever records we've ever had during our shows?
Easily.
You're going with easily.
Mm-hmm.
You think people are going to be smashing subscribe?
Yeah, I'm telling you, this is going to be a big moment for us. People enjoy these types of things. This is not that intriguing of a game where people are like, I got to be totally focused. This is I've been here over 24 years. Very seldom do we hit the sweet spot with stuff. We hit it with this. There's nothing else going on, right? 7 o'clock start, so it's not your typical 8:20. Jets, Dolphins. It's a good matchup, but it's also not a critical game. Both teams 0-3, so it leaves room for the entertainment part of it.
What time's actual kick?
7:15.
7:15? All right.
Remember, there's another game coming up. They got to overlap. I still don't know how that works.
We love the doubleheader.
I don't know where the benefit is.
The doubleheader.
It's not really a doubleheader, though, when the other game's still going on, right?
No, it's a single header.
That's more.
I don't even know what you call it.
Staggered.
It's a threesome.
It should be
Will be staggering.
It's you in 2 games.
What about should we just be called cheeks?
0-3 teams. That's
because they're just next to each other. It's not staggered. It's just 2 things at the same time.
You take that cheek, and I'll take that cheek, and we'll pick up a first down.
Chris knows.
It's the side-by-side. Kind of.
Sort of.
All right, let's start with the foosball. Okay, so earlier last week, there was some tension brewing between the Niners and the Jaguars because Robert Saleh had a statement about the Jaguars, quote, legally stealing signals. All
legally.
Right? That's what he said. Now, Jacksonville head coach Liam Cohn was not happy about this, and the gentleman had to be separated after a heated post-game exchange. Now, Saleh and Cohn were also 2 of the top candidates for the Jaguars' head coaching job in the offseason, and they did not initially greet each other at midfield after the game, but then Cohn circled back towards Saleh, and things escalated. Asked about what was said, here's what the Jaguar head coach had to say.
Not a big deal. Just keep that between us.
Oh. That doesn't seem accurate because I saw screaming, I saw yelling.
You do realize...
Yeah, but you don't want to take it to the podium because then the league gets involved.
I guess, but there was a camera. There's still people in the building. It wasn't like it wasn't
right
public, you know?
Yeah. It was all over social media by then, too. But what is he going to do? He's going to pull more fuel on the fire? No, just let it go. So he's doing the right thing, but we all know what happened there. He got a little mouthy, and then when Saleh said to him, like, you don't want to talk to me like that, he turned around. Then he said that.
Keep my name out your mouth. Keep my name out your bleeping mouth.
Yeah.
To which Saleh replied, I will bleep your world up.
Oh. And then it was like, ooh, uh-oh.
Yeah. Then he realized, where's the security guard? I need to get behind.
Although, can I tell you the bluff here?
What's that?
Saleh he's a good family man. He's not pounding this guy out on the. I'm sorry, he doesn't. You could tell that's a guy who is in great shape and could beat you up if he wanted to, but he knows in all honesty he's not going to.
Well, with most people like that you think are more passive and wouldn't take the risk.
Those are the ones that kill you.
Well, those are the ones that when you throw first, you better hit.
Those
are the ones that now? Oh,
true.
Okay,
I'll finish it.
Well, now I'm
I'm in the.
Well, is it
right?
Is it fair to say that he may be a pacifist, doesn't want to throw down, but maybe deep down inside he's thinking, I would enjoy if he charged at me.
That's what you're saying. I wish you would.
Yeah.
He's saying I wish you would.
That's exactly what you want. Please do something that
then
gives me the.
Then I'm within the rights to destroy you.
Those are the guys you don't want him.
But I will bleep your world up. What a quick quote.
I like that.
He said it like he had said it before.
That's right.
Not the first time.
That's not the first time he has said it.
All right. So Cam Ward not very happy about the Titans going to 0-4. Cam, what's wrong with the offense? Talk to us.
So good.
Everything from interception to a penalty to an incompletion by me, a bad ball, and then once we pass the 50, we just not continuing the drive. If we keeping the buck right now, we so we 0-4. We have at this point we got nothing to lose. We dropped a quarter of our games and we've yet to do anything. So we have to lock in, especially myself on the offensive line, from the defensive line, from the special teams to all three faces. We have to play together. We have not played together this year yet, and that's just something that we want to preach about it every day. Every day we got to do better, and we're doing that, but it has to show up on Sundays. It hasn't showed up yet, but it got to show up next week.
I'm all in on
this. This is why they love this kid.
I'm all in on Cam Ward.
They love this kid for that. He called his team cheeks, but he put himself in the conversation. The only problem is the biggest issue with their team, he didn't name it.
They can't. The coach.
Yeah.
Well, that's the
biggest issue with their team is the coaching, and he didn't name it, and he really can't.
No, he cannot.
Can't name it.
It's almost imagine that changes the whole thing. And by the way, having all that been said, our coach sucks.
But
we
you know
need
what
out
he's
on
doing
this
there,
guy.
though. You know what he's doing there, though. It's almost like he's telling the room, "We're all we got. Like we can't rely on them putting us in a good place.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to do this."
That's good stuff from him.
Very good.
And the words that were bleeped out, they weren't that bad.
It was ASS.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it.
We've said that.
I said it today.
I might have said it 4 times today.
You know who's jacked?
Ty. Oh no, Ty's out of control. He's out of control. The man's running like 30 miles a day. By the way, he's borderline got a problem.
Yeah.
I mean,
whoa. What do you mean he's got a problem?
Listen, I'm jealous. Don't get me wrong.
He's dedicated to his fitness.
Yeah,
at an age where it's if you do it then,
it
when you get to our age, it's easy.
Don't say our age. You're much older than me. I still have time.
Yeah, but I look younger than you. But he's at least at the time when you generally let go for a while because you don't have to.
Yeah,
and then you're fighting it the rest of the way. Look at
the time this guy
You know
wakes
what
up
that
is
is, though?
psychotic.
He's a specimen.
That's the SNY.
He's been doing it pre-SNY.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
but now
he's on TV.
Now it's paying off.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying.
So you're saying the tie is swole?
I don't like that word.
Say
but
it, though.
yes.
But that's what he is.
He is swole.
Ty, what time are you waking up every day?
4:30.
That's come on, Alan.
To work out or because of the kids?
Why would my kids be up at 4:30?
I don't know what goes on in your house.
Yeah. That was a great response.
Good response.
That was a great response. Why would my kids be up? Because his kids are both drug dealers. They're up. They got a drop. They got a drop in the middle of the night.
4 and 2-year-olds.
Yeah. When you got young kids.
Wait. But now you hear 4:30.
Yeah.
There's not. This isn't slightly psychotic behavior. No, it's impressive.
All right.
But it's psychotic.
Is 5:30 psychotic?
It's on. Now we're getting to normalcy.
That's
4:30 is the
Sun's
middle.
up.
No, it's intense.
It's intense.
It's intense. He's Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah.
4:30. Now, do you do it so you can then get back and take your kids to
gotta
activity?
help get them ready.
Yeah.
You know.
But what
go to
time are you
school.
getting in bed?
I mean, last night, midnight after the Cowboys practice.
And your
game,
alarm goes off at
4:30. It's rough, man. It's a rough life, but you got to be dedicated. This is what we do.
And by the way, I hate to say this, but this is unfair. This is where his blackness is contributing in an unfair way.
Wow.
Hear me out. Any
I
white
know. Black
person, hear me out.
privilege.
Yeah, this is black
A term
privilege.
never
No, hear me
heard
out.
before.
Hear me out. This is black privilege.
I am not coming.
Get ready.
The Peter, the floor is yours.
Get ready.
Don's red. I've never seen Don red. And
Get ready. Get ready. Hear me out. Any white person who would attempt to live a life like this, where they're up until 12 and then wake up at 4:30 at Ty's age, would look 75 years old. Ty still looks 26. I'm telling you, I know white people who sleep 4 hours a day. You know what they look like? The Crypt Keeper. This is unbelievable. Look at this guy.
Just to be clear.
Yeah.
In the spring, I look like the Crypt Keeper. In the spring. For about 3 months straight.
I don't feel comfortable.
That's what I didn't know I looked like that.
I don't feel comfortable.
Did I look that bad?
He was trying to pay a compliment.
I mean, I'm on national
Well,
television.
you get makeup, so
I
it's
look that bad?
Yeah, no, you got the makeup. You got the
makeup
Crypt.
on.
Hold on, you're doing 4:30 at that time?
What do you think the call time is for Get Up?
I don't know.
Yeah, no, you.
We're not good enough
I
to be on Get Up.
know your phone call is
Well,
6 a.m. Right?
Yeah, that's 6.
And when do they want you in?
There, you're there.
But Rosenberg, you can relate. You do a morning show. You guys have the prep time and the call right before.
Wait a minute. No, don't take that. No.
By the way, no, Ty's mocking.
You just don't know.
No, he does. He's
No, I
mocking.
know.
He's completely mocking.
Okay.
No, Ty
I was
knows.
like, prep time.
Yeah, Ty knows exactly what my life is.
Side note, does Moose get off the DHR worst caller list now? Because we did get
No, well, we didn't call it at the time.
Rico, whatever his name is.
Yeah, but Don would have had to call. I think he got a call for
You
it.
got a call
Is that
right
what
there?
I couldn't even spit out the
lost it.
station, so I'm sorry I didn't think about putting him in the.
So
he's
Moose
banned.
is still
No,
banned.
he's out of the league.
So Moose is still banned.
He's worse than Dale Hunter.
Well, listen, there's bad news and good news. The bad news is
Dale Hunter.
Ty may be in the best shape of anyone this side of Rick DiPietro, and he won't be on the Couchcast. The good news is he'll be right here on the air.
Yeah.
If
Maybe
you want to
swing in.
And he could lift up the couch with all of us on it.
That's right.
That could be
all
all
right.
the tricks we do.
So we heard from Cam Ward. Speaking of best looking people on the couch. Chris Carlin has done it again, folks. He has done it again. Another week, another great call from the Carlinator.
Yeah, on the other side of the country.
Here we go. You got it?
Good snap. Spot is down. Kick is on its way. It's partially blocked. The Bears got a piece of it as it barely makes it to the end zone on a couple of hops. And Chicago has come up with a massive play on special teams.
Another one.
Don't do it.
What?
Let him have this. Don't. Damn it.
Come on.
Come on. Is that you, Jake? You're the bad guy.
Oh, Jake, you're the real bad guy. You thought it was me.
It was not Rosenberg, everybody.
Nope,
Make
that
this
was
clear.
Jacob.
He didn't touch the button. You did.
Nope.
2 weeks in a row now.
You're a bad guy.
Listen.
That's a great call. Let him have it.
Great call. Well, listen, and he should be lauded for it, but not here. This is what friends do. Another great call, and also another blocked field goal to decide a game.
Crazy.
This season is absolutely nuts. Now, speaking of the foosball guys, much to the potential chagrin of Don LaGreca, who, again, his opinion doesn't even count because he doesn't watch either way, Bad Bunny is getting tapped to be the Super Bowl halftime performance. The commercial dropped yesterday during Sunday Night Football, and the Apple Music Super Bowl halftime show in Northern California will be headlined by the Bunny, Benito, Conejo Malo, whatever your version of you want to say. Bad Bunny, Levi Stadium, February 8th. I saw his concert this summer in Puerto Rico. It's going to be, I actually think, I'm going to make a bold claim here. If Don watches, which he probably won't, because he's out on halftime anyway. If Don watches, I think he'll come in the next day and go, you know what? I think I like him. More so than I'd say a lot of other people they could have gotten. I think Don would go, I kind of get it. I kind of like this guy.
Last year, Kendrick.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the whole concept.
Yes.
Of what
you
was
enjoyed
going
it a bit, right?
I did. A bit is accurate.
Okay. Enjoyed it a bit, which is about as much. Now, if a bit was accurate for last year, what would Metallica get you? Because it's still a halftime performance. So they announced it's Metallica, which, by the way, some people thought it might be Metallica this time
because
around.
of where it is. Yeah.
So if it had been Metallica, if Kendrick, a bit of enjoyment, what's Metallica giving?
It depends on what they play. Right?
Okay.
The songs.
Assume they play.
They're going to play the
They're
hits.
playing Enter Sandman. All right, Don, you're going to have to deal with it.
You're
You're going to have to deal with it.
Because
You're
they'll
out.
definitely play Enter Sandman.
So, but let's say they play a couple that you really like also.
Yeah. Then I would enjoy it.
You'd go all the way to enjoy.
Go all the way to enjoy.
And now, for example, on the furthest extreme, you find out Marco and Jay Lynn are doing halftime, and they perform, and they're a band they're like
the Carpenters, right?
Yeah, or like Billie Eilish and her brother, whatever, right? And they do have. If that would be, oh my God, it was the best moment of my life. Then Metallica would be, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Kendrick would be a bit.
Yeah.
I think Bad Bunny could fit it a bit for you.
A bit is that I watched it. I didn't get up.
You didn't leave.
I didn't leave the
room.
room.
Or cover your eyes.
Well, covering I can leave the room. I'm a grown up. I mean, I won't be offended by the music where I got to cover my eyes. Listen, I don't think I'm going to enjoy Bad Bunny.
You don't think so?
Because give me a flavor there, Jacob. Give me a taste.
You want to give him Nueva York? What do you have in there?
Something.
We'll give you a little taste. Something. I'll tell you one thing. I'd be shocked if the dancers don't provide at least some level of interest for you.
Well, that shouldn't count.
But it does.
It absolutely does.
I mean, come on. It's all part of the show. No, give us Nueva York. I think that's the way to go. Let's see what Don thinks here. Come on, Don. Give us a little.
But America loves this?
Many people in America do.
But does this make sense for halftime?
This is his most recent album, which was more like. I don't know why Jacob decided to play sheer instrumental music.
Sure.
It was an interesting part of the record to play, but this is just one kind of element of Bad Bunny's music. There's a bunch of different styles, but I mean, he is, I think, at the moment, the biggest international star that exists. And if you pay attention to what the NFL is doing, Berlin, Dublin, Barcelona.
He's big in those.
Sao Paulo.
He's big in Berlin and Dublin.
I mean, he's just international. My point is, they just
He's
want
international.
No, I get it.
They just want international.
And this is in San Francisco, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the tie-in there? None?
I don't think so.
Because Metallica is from the Bay Area.
Yes,
Right.
That's
By the way, now Metallica is an interesting one in terms of. I was thinking about this earlier. In terms of the old guys that haven't gotten a chance to do it, who could get it, they would be kind of up on the list of like really big old guy band that has not yet gotten their chance. Why isn't it them? Because they'd have to pay, right? Like Bad Bunny pays for this. What do you mean? Pays?
Don't you have to pay the NFL to play halftime?
No, you just don't get paid, I believe.
Oh.
Yeah. I believe it's not a paid. They don't pay. Well, you write them a check. How you think it's a bidding war?
I don't know. I thought I heard they had to pay.
No. The big news that came out was that they don't get paid. Like it's such an opportunity and it costs so much, you just go do it.
Oh, if they exceed the budget. Which I wouldn't be surprised if The Weeknd and Kendrick might have.
Oh, The Weeknd exceeded budget?
That he paid to make it better than what
see,
the budget
okay.
allowed.
All right.
I have so many mixed feelings on The Weeknd.
Do you?
Just not the actual
Saturday Sunday version.
No, this weekend I'm thrilled for.
Yeah, no, I know what you're talking about.
But you know what I mean? Like musically, as moments I like, moments I don't. Anyways,
I'm curious to see if he does try to incorporate different genres together, like maybe cover something, like just do something that makes everyone feel like, oh, okay, so
sort of something to draw someone. That's an interesting
I'm in
thought
this.
too.
I'm in this too. You know, I think that's important.
Also, I will say this without saying very much because we don't want to put anything in danger. He has been very outspoken politically in Puerto Rico. Now, most of it's Puerto Rican politics that the average American from mainland America may be not paying attention to, but he's very, very political.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and his he did 31 shows in Puerto Rico this summer and brought like hundreds of millions of dollars in commerce to the island. He's a pretty cool. His story is actually pretty cool.
Yep.
He was bagging groceries 10 years ago. Now he's doing the Super Bowl.
Great story.
Pretty cool story. Now, not as cool a story for people's local towns would be how Alan Hahn's feeling about Long Island this weekend. Rory McIlroy, I think I may have seen him give the finger yesterday.
Oh, no, he 3 times.
3 fingers, right?
Pointed and
there were some bleeps to go with it.
Yep.
In response to what had been a lot of abuse from the fans at Bethpage at the 45th.
Verbal abuse.
Ryder Cup, yes. Verbal abuse, that is, of course. Now,
which Long Island, we call that talking to each other.
That's right. Now, Rory, let's hear from Rory on the Ryder Cup crowd. Now, remember, essentially the U.S. got smoked for 2 days, but then on Sunday made quite a run of it. But in the end, Rory gets the last laugh, and lots of laughing they did. Here's Rory.
I don't think we should ever accept that in golf. I think golf should be held to a higher standard than what was seen out there this week. Golf has the ability to unite people. Golf teaches you very good life lessons. It teaches you etiquette. It teaches you how to play by the rules. It teaches you how to respect people. And, sometimes this week we didn't see that. So, this should not be what is acceptable in the Ryder Cup, but we will be making sure to say to our fans in Ireland in 2027 that what happened here this week is not acceptable. And for me, it's come and support your team. I think if I was an American, I would be annoyed that I didn't hear a lot of shouts for Scotty today, but I heard a lot of shouts against me. And it's like, support your players. Look, it was a rough week for all of us, but at the same time, we shut them up by our performance and how we played. I tripped back a few times because it got to me a few times, but we tried to handle everything that came our way with class and poise, and for the most part, I felt like we did that.
Man, it would have been bad if they'd blown that lead and lost. Can you imagine?
It could have gotten uglier if that's possible.
Yes.
But it didn't. But Tom Watson put out a tweet today. Now, he's a 2-time Ryder Cup captain.
That's the great Tom Watson. It's you and me.
And it's interesting what he had to say because he congratulated Europe on their victory. He said, your team play the first few days was sensational. More importantly, this is Tom Watson. I'd like to apologize for the rude and mean-spirited behavior from our American crowd at Bethpage. As a former captain and as an American, I am ashamed of what happened. End quote. Now, Bethpage is a highly respected course that a lot of the pros love playing on.
Oh, yeah.
The PGA's coming back. They keep coming back. But that is one of those things to me that if I'm Bethpage, if I'm like that, I'd be really concerned about this because
with which part of it, like what it did reputationally?
Yeah, absolutely. The course is the course. It's very tough, but
weren't they doing things
crowds?
Like,
they were pumping
they
up.
Were leaning into
they were doing a lot of pumping up the crowd before and all that stuff. It got crazy. It's one of these things that I think those who are outside are probably looking at it like that's just how Long Islanders act. New Yorkers, that's just how they are. And it's not representative, but unfortunately in that environment, it was. So there's a lot of people that are embarrassed by it. But as I said before we went into this thing, I said it. Because just hearing all the buildup of this, they were building that course has been built up for the last month and a half.
I'm curious.
I've been hearing from a lot of they couldn't wait for it, that there was going to be a rowdy, loud crowd.
So they wanted
with the U.S.
It was almost planned.
It was a U.S. versus thing.
Right.
And that makes people a little more crazy. Because now you're not rooting for your golfers anymore. You're just rooting for or rooting against. It's a country thing. There was an anticipation that it would get ugly. It got real ugly. But did you also see what the European team did? The fans, I should say.
Which thing?
Well, the fans.
Oh, the fans.
So once it looked like, okay, the U.S. was not going to make this comeback, a lot of the American fans got quiet. Because now they had nothing to say. We're about to get our ass kicked at home.
Yeah, this is early in the day Sunday?
This is later in the day Sunday.
Oh, later. Okay. Once they kind of sealed
Once you knew, like, this is over, the European fans then got up. And they started feeling it. And they started getting rowdy. And you know the song by the Cranberries, Zombie?
Of course I do.
This
Zombie,
yeah.
Zombie.
It's in your head, right?
Yeah. In your head.
Right. So they started like singing that. And instead of saying zombie, they were saying Rory.
Rory's
as if to say Rory has been in your head all weekend.
Well, by the way, Rory.
So the revenge factor at the end of the day was
I got to tell you,
the karma.
It was a good weekend for Rory. Like from a building his brand as having a little bit of swagger. It was a good if you're looking for another star, because I've said this many times. Scotty Scheffler is the number one golfer in the world, has been now for a few years. And if you walked into Best Buy and he helped you buy a 65-inch Samsung, you'd believe it. He just does not have the swag of a big-time athlete. He's just ice water in his veins, incredible golfer.
But there's like Tiger was really the only golfer that had that.
But that's what I'm saying. But for Rory, this weekend, the yelling and screaming, and by the way, and being so dominant at the Ryder Cup in general over the last
and think about it too
10 years.
His history is that he melts down under pressure.
Yes,
he didn't do that at the Masters, and he didn't do it here.
Rory's had a fantastic comeback for golf, and it is actually really needed when you think about it.
Yeah.
All right, that will do it for ENN, as we are 35 minutes away from the big couch cast, ladies and gentlemen.
All about you the rest of the way. 1-800-919-3776. Don Hahn and Rosenberg on ESPN New York. Saturday, October 4th at Sports Illustrated Stadium, the New York Red Bulls take on FC Cincinnati with kickoff set for 7:30 p.m. Start your match day early with the Boulevard at 4:30, right there on the Boulevard. On the Boulevard. Enjoy pregame activations, giveaways, and live performances. Then at 5:45, catch the Red Bulls on the red carpet. Gates open at 6 p.m., where the first 10,000 fans will get a reversible Red Bulls bucket hat. For your chance to win a family 4-pack, enter now through the ESPN New York app. Just click the contest tile and submit your entry. Bring the crew and secure your seats at NewYorkRedBulls.com. Plan ahead and travel smart. The Harrison Path station is closed Saturday, October 4th. Free shuttles will be run from Journal Square to the stadiums. Check that out. All right, 1-800-919-3776. Back to the busy phones, and let's talk to Danny on Long Island. You're on ESPN New York.
There he
What's
is.
up, Danny?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. As a Long Islander, I'd like to advise everybody that when there was 60,000 people at Bethpage, not all of them were from Long Island, so we don't necessarily know if my brethren were the ones that are doing the yelling. There's similar issues like that back in. Yeah, there's similar issues back in 2009, I believe. They had the U.S. Open there. It's a rowdy crowd. Everyone's drinking. It's a beautiful day, and people who don't normally go to golf that are just paying a big money to be. They're not aware of the scene as far as the etiquette. So anyway, from what I understand, it was a great time we had by all. The local towns did tremendous economically, right down to the Uber drivers. So that makes me very happy to know that the little people got their money, because in 2009, everyone got scared away, and the local restaurants actually didn't do too well. So that was a very successful weekend.
Saturday night, Danny. Saturday night, every restaurant was packed. All around the island, it was packed, and you saw in all the parking lots, like you said, there were black SUVs everywhere. So yes, there was
everybody made their money.
Yes, everybody made their money.
Rich people spend a lot of money. I love them. But listen, I've been listening to the Met post-mortem, but I just left the medical examiner. Me and Dr. Bodden did the autopsy. The Mets died of chronic lack of pitching. Full stop. It's not the chemistry in the locker room. Wasn't something missing. Their offensive numbers were good enough, as good as almost any team, the top 5. The Mets. I just, as I'm sitting there listening to this, I just Googling some stuff. The Philadelphia Phillies had 81 quality starts, which we laugh at that. It's 6 innings, right? The Mets had 39. That means once in every rotation, the Mets had a pitcher that made it into the 6th inning.
And it was Peterson. It was Peterson.
Once in every 6, and we don't even know how many runs Peterson was giving up, because he might have given up 4 runs in this. So it was full stop pitching. Alonso had a decent year. Soto had a good year. Beatty hot and cold. Nimmo had his year. Lindor, maybe a little higher in the batting average, but you look at the averages of the Mets sluggers, they're all up in the 260, 270. That's high by today's standard. They didn't bat 220 with 30 home runs. So all about the starting pitching, catastrophic failure by the entire staff, and then that leaked into the bullpen. Everybody was tired. So that's it. That autopsy's been conducted, and I was fine, because I was watching Dart. I thought Dart did well. I'm into the Peter camp. I think it didn't look too big from the moment. I thought he played. I think they were told him don't throw the ball away. There's a lot of sacks being held. Remember, it was also a tight game. They weren't coming from behind. They had to lead most of the towards the end. So I thought he did relatively well, considering it was his first game. At home is a big deal, because communication for these rookie quarterbacks is a problem. And last but not least, how about my guy, the ancient A-Raj, turning back Father Time? I'll tell you one thing. The game of quarterback is played from the neck up. He makes all the right calls at the line. He has a good cadence with the keeps them off balance. That's a very good Viking team. They got a good offense. They got a new defense. And my Steelers shockingly dominated them for 57.5 minutes before the Vikings managed to get a touchdown, make it late, and it always seems like that happen. But Rodgers still can throw that ball exactly where it needs to be thrown, on the run, hits it right, shoulder pad high. He still has it. And if that man can stay on his feet and they can attack, let him throw the ball instead of trying to run the ball all the time. With the Ravens 1-3, with a bad hamstring, and the Bengals are done. Okay, here you go. Now we're making the playoffs. I'm not saying we're beating any of the quality teams. It was certainly a nice start for Ray Rodgers. And I'll tell you one thing: he's a good teammate. I don't care what anyone says about his politics. Last week, when Austin made the game-winning touchdown, he ran down the field, which he never does, and hugged the guy, because the week before is when Austin tipped the ball into the other guy's hands in the end zone. And he made it. So he's a good teammate. Everyone seems to like him.
I think everyone thinks he's a good teammate.
I don't think there's any debate about that. I think the people that don't like Rodgers, 2 things: they didn't win with him, And, I'm sure
Or they
there's
found him
politics and he's annoying and all that.
But once the football was taken away, his 2 years with the Jets became about everything other than football.
Right,
but
you're
when
missing
it was
the
only
teammate
about
part.
football, it was always good. Again, back to the Met thing.
Yeah.
It's Sean Manaea and it's Kodai Senga.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well,
there's nothing more and it was a bad bullpen moves that Stearns made at the trade deadline that looked on paper like they were good moves that ended up blowing up on him. So two of your main starters give you almost nothing all season, and your bullpen was bad.
The one thing I'll say, because he said it's a pitching problem, full stop. It was a pitching problem, and that's what cost them the division. But they still could have managed to get into the playoffs had they hit a little bit better than they did. They got shut out the last day of the season. I mean, if you hit the way you're supposed to, you win, you get in.
Yeah.
So overall, the main problem was the pitching, but let's not completely excuse a problem all year long, hitting with runners in scoring position. The last game of the season, it's a microcosm of the whole season, right? They left 10 guys on. Was it 0 for 8 with runners in scoring position? And you lost 4-0. Yeah, the starting pitching gave you no hope, but the bullpen, because they used Diaz for 2 innings, which was smart, gave you a chance to fight back in that game. And you didn't. Really, their biggest threat was that 115.9 mile per hour exit velo on that shot with 2 outs in the 5th with the bases loaded by Alonso that got tracked down in the outfield. And that clears the bases, makes it a 4-3 game. Maybe things change a little bit. So there was some luck against them. But the lack of pitching cost them the division, cost them positioning in the playoffs, but a little bit more offense, Alan. Just a little bit more.
Yeah, I get it.
And they're playing tomorrow.
But I get it. But I think the pressure that goes on the offense because the pitching is not reliable, which is what made Game 161 so that was the aberration, getting what Clay Holmes gave you.
It was great.
Right? That was the aberration, but you needed more of it. And you didn't get it. And your two main guys, and what are they going to do with Manaea and with Senga? Those are major problems to have right now.
I mean, are they fixable?
What do? Do you trust them? Do you trust that they'll just bounce back? Or Manaea said it wasn't anything physical. It wasn't mechanics. It wasn't anything. He just said, I just wasn't right. He just couldn't get right. And then he wasn't healthy. And Senga he's another one. He's like, I couldn't control my body. Those are I'd rather know that you had a pain somewhere or some mechanic thing that they had to figure out or a blister. To tell me, I don't know what's wrong with me. I just suck this year. That's almost more alarming.
Is that you now have we'll see what Tong turns out to be, but Sproat was outstanding. McLean was fantastic.
Right.
So you might have 3/5 of your rotation set with those kids.
Might.
Might.
Yeah, you won't quite
or at least
know.
2 of them. I think McLean's a player. I think he's going to be there.
McLean's a player.
All right.
Sure.
And then Holmes, give him credit. I mean, maybe he continues to work out of the offseason. He might be able to be your 5th starter.
Mm-hmm.
But, what do you do with Manaea? What do you do with Senga? Peterson, not a great close to the season, but I think there's room for him in the rotation. I think they've got to go out and get, however, whether it's trade, free agency. Again, I didn't look at the list of free agents. They got to bring in a quality pitcher. They've got to bring in somebody that's going to give you innings, somebody that you can say, okay, I know what I'm going to get out of that guy. At least. Have to.
Pressure's on Stearns. He's got to get something.
And the one thing I'll say, I acknowledge that he had a bad year, but he seems to be handling it well. He spoke today. What is the most fixable part of the team for next year?
I'll keep harping on run prevention. That is where we fell short this year. It's where we need to get better. I think we will. I think that improvement can come both internally and externally. I very much believe in our player development apparatus. I believe we're developing very good pitchers. I think we're going to continue to do that, and that's going to continue to be an emphasis.
But I still think there needs to be an insurance policy, all right? What if any of these kids hit a sophomore jinx? Tong still has a lot more to prove, all right? What if out of that crop of pitchers, it's only McLean that turns out to be the stud?
Mm-hmm.
All right? What if Senga doesn't find it? What if Manaea doesn't find it? Whether is Holmes just never going to be more than a 5th starter or a borderline bullpen guy? There's just too many unknowns. You got to bring in a known. You got to bring in a known.
What are the odds that all 3 are going to hit? Think about Generation K. Think about the Harvey, DeGrom, Wheeler time, right? Remember that? And
what
Thor.
does hit mean? Hit means you get a few years out of it?
No. Hits, this guy becomes one of our aces.
But for a few years.
Yeah.
For as long as the Mets had it the first time.
Yeah. Because he just said run prevention's the biggest problem. He believes in their development. He sounds like a guy that thinks that they might be able to solve this problem from within. He better be right, because other teams are going to retool. There are going to be pitchers out there to get. I would like to get that insurance policy. Listen, I still think the Max Fried contract is not going to age well. 8 years for a 31-year-old. But the Yankees didn't care. They wanted to make sure they had a stud for this year and at least the next couple of years, Fried and Cole together. They're going to get that. And if they're able to find a championship in there, they'll let it age poorly. They're going to have to make a decision like that.
On that point, am I crazy to actually be more excited about 2026 for the Yankees than I am this October?
Yes, I think.
Yeah, right
crazy.
now they have a pretty good path to the World Series. So you should be excited right now.
We should live in the now, man.
But next year feels like
but
that could be a really good team.
You should take this in. And your hope will be to end up right here.
Of course,
you're here now.
Well, I get it, but
you know what he's doing, Don?
No, he's being that guy.
Am I deflecting?
No, you're showing off.
Not deflecting.
You're showing off. You're rubbing it in his face.
Yeah,
it's like, I'm here now. I'll be here next year. I may be better next year.
You guys, man.
No, but honestly,
I'm just asking
you are the hottest team outside of Cleveland. And let's face it,
12.
Central Division teams. Believe me, I'll believe it when I see it. All right.
All right.
8 straight wins to close out the season. If you get by the Red Sox, I still believe you're going to the World Series.
Really?
Yeah, I do.
Like you don't think
I'll believe because I'm sorry, it all aged very well for me.
I know it did.
I'll believe the Central Division when I see it. Detroit completely spit the bit down the stretch. Now the Guardians are there, but the Guardians aren't beating the Yankees in a big spot. They never seem to. And then the Blue Jays, just when you're ready to anoint them as the best team in baseball, and they are the 1 seed, they were miserable down the stretch, including losing 2 out of 3 to the Yankees. All right, I give them credit. They swept the Rays. Good for them. They held on to the division.
I hear you.
But I'm going to stick to what I said, and if I'm wrong, guess what? I'll be here 3 o'clock, whatever day that the Blue Jays eliminate them, or they don't make it to the World Series. The Yankees. I'm telling you, if the Yankees beat the Red Sox, they are going to the World Series. And so
I like.
Now you might disagree.
I don't mind this take.
All right, you don't mind the take.
I don't think.
So.
It's
What are you worried about
take.
next year? We're going to have Cole and Fried. Who knows who gets hurt?
I didn't say
Cole's going to
worried.
be coming off and not pitching for an entire year.
You said, "Am I crazy?" I'm even, and we're saying yes.
Yes,
you're crazy. Focus on right now.
I'm
you're
more
spoiled
anticipating
brat. You're
next
spoiled
year
brat
and what
a bad
next
guy.
year could be.
What could next year be?
Well, you look at the pitching.
What can happen this
God.
year? You went to the World Series. I think you got an
you
excellent
got an
chance.
embarrassment of riches in starters.
Right. And you know what? There's nothing more fugazi than an embarrassment of riches with starters.
Really?
The way these guys get hurt constantly.
Well, we learned that
the way
this
they
year.
never live up to expectations.
But we've already learned that this year.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
You had it when you got Fried. That was an embarrassment of riches. And then what happened? You lost one, which showed you just how much starting pitching depth is valuable. And that's the lesson to learn in Flushing.
So, you know what? You're one of the hottest teams of baseball going in.
Mm-hmm.
The last time you faced the Red Sox at Fenway, you took 2 out of 3. You're home. They just lost their Game 3 starter, the Red Sox. I mean, come on.
You calling it?
Check yourself.
Call it
I'm not calling it because I think it's going to be a great series.
I hope so.
But I'm saying for you to be salivating about next year.
Well, because you brought it up.
This is the world of the good looking. When you look in the mirror and you see gorgeous every day, you're floating on air. You think everything's going to go your way.
Now you're referring to Allen as the person or as the team?
No, it's the team.
This is about Allen or
this is about Allen.
Okay. No, stop it. You should only know what I think when I look in the mirror. Repulsed. But when you're talking about it, it just made me think about. That's right. Cole gets right. What they've got, like that, it was hard for me not to just say to myself,
put it
"Wow."
in question for him. I'm telling you, yes, you're crazy.
All right, I'm crazy.
You might be right, but still crazy to bring it up.
You may be right. I may be crazy. You have it backwards.
He's the guy. I remember one time my father almost smacked me.
Here we go.
Was it because you almost knocked over the fish tank?
I'm going to tell you what it is when I come back. It's not a great tease, but we're up against it.
And we got a couch cast.
And I see Carlin, the only one that seemed fit to come early. Don Hahn and Rosenberg on ESPN.
That's nice.
Oh, look at that. The newsroom's abuzz. We're minutes away from our couch cast. If you're just joining us, just go to our YouTube page, and beginning at 7 o'clock, you're going to see the entire ESPN New York staff talking about football, talking about the Jets and the Dolphins. So here's what you do. You pop the game on ESPN tonight, 7:15 kickoff. But we're going to be on the air at 7. You have the game on your TV. And then you grab your iPad, you grab your laptop, whatever, your phone. You go to YouTube and you watch us. You can watch the game, and then we're going to be commenting on the game.
And a lot of other things, too.
You never know what stuff.
You never know what the hell we're going to be talking about.
You never know.
Think about all the personalities you're going to have on one couch.
Right, and we don't get a chance to hang with these people. I mean, I don't get to see Chris all the time.
You love these people.
I love these people. Michael Kay and Rick DiPietro and Dave
there
Rosenberg.
He is. Kay's back.
Can't keep
Look, Michael's back. We've come full circle. We started the show with Michael. We end the show with Michael, who just came off, I heard, a tremendous dinner.
No, it wasn't good.
Turn your mic on.
Wasn't good.
No, I'm sorry.
What happened?
I had chicken parmesan. It was just dreadful.
That's a tough thing to
dreadful chicken parm?
Yeah,
you can't
cheese was good. The sauce was good. The chicken.
What are you seeing? We have a food situation here. So if you're still hungry.
I know. I'm going to dive into calandria.
We have some calandras. I heard Jacob's Pickles on the way.
Yeah.
I think Jacob himself may be appearing.
See, we were afraid because you were eating.
Mm-hmm.
That they were like, oh, well, Michael ate. We're good. And we would starve.
Yeah, once Michael eats.
Like people care about me that much.
What is there is a hang up here.
About
that
what?
Like whatever happens, yeah, I know this is annoying. That whatever happens with you is like the be all end all of everything else that happens at the station.
That's right.
So if you're hungry, suddenly food will be everywhere.
That's
but if
right.
you say I'm not really that hungry, no one gets to eat.
All right, so that's untrue. Nobody cares about me.
That's the feeling I get. Like what did you put these guys through? Because
it's not Michael.
Like this is
it's
like
not Michael just being Michael. It's not Michael.
It's not who
it's
is
the
it?
people around Michael.
Yeah.
They all think they can get something from Michael.
Yeah.
And Michael can't do a thing for him. But they still believe.
He thinks that's why Rick and I get along.
Well,
Rick
I
thinks
still
he can
believe
get
that.
That's a good call by Don.
I mean, I have had.
What could Rick get from me? More money?
There have been dinners and lunches in which I've been present with Michael in front of executives.
Mm-hmm.
Where I just got up and left and didn't say goodbye.
And no one knew you were
gone. They didn't
gone.
even notice.
Yeah.
Because
Can I tell you about one little dinner we had at the Super Bowl?
I think I've heard
this. It's the top ESPN executive sitting at the table with us, and Don's got his phone.
I do it again.
Watching the Winnipeg Jets.
No,
he'd do it again.
See, if you got to make it up.
It was Patrick Eliash's birthday.
No, it was Ilya Kovalchuk's first game as a Devil.
That's it.
All right,
They made
how did it work out for me?
It worked out great.
All right, because maybe I might that anniversary might come up during a game, and that would be a great story, wouldn't it?
No, I remember when I ignored George Bodenheimer when I watched Ilya.
It was Bodenheimer?
It was a big wig. It might have been Bodenheimer.
No, it was Bodenheimer.
Was it Bodenheimer?
Yeah.
It was.
And Russo was at the dinner.
And everybody noticed he was looking between his legs because that's where his phone was.
And also, but in fair, I also propped it up against the wine glass I wasn't using. So
yeah, that's true.
I know that move. I've never done it in that exact situation.
One of the great success stories in life, Don has become such a success and has never played the game.
Doesn't try.
He doesn't try.
Didn't try.
He spits at authority.
Think about it.
He just doesn't care.
What if on that night he sucks up to everybody?
Right.
Gets some job where he's off now doing something. The devil job opens. He can't get it now. He's too busy doing something else.
But
Dream
you know
job
what? That
lost.
something else could have been calling the Stanley Cup on ESPN.
You don't know that.
You don't know that.
You don't know.
Well, you don't know because he never gave it a shot.
We know how this worked out
so far. But that's
so
the thing.
far.
But that's why you can't argue, because in the end, Don literally never pushed himself to do a thing outside of his comfort zone. And he's got an afternoon drive talk show.
Right.
And he's the voice of his childhood hockey team.
Yeah.
You can't beat that.
No.
And he never Michael, we had a meeting last week. A meeting we all had to be at. And with like a good 5 or 6 minutes left in the meeting, I look over and Don's standing by the door.
Yeah.
I stood up.
This is a meeting we were told to be at by powers that be. I look over at Alan, and I look over at John. We're all still sitting there.
Yeah.
Don's just waiting with his bag on.
Don's,
he's already out
Don's
the
guy,
door.
like, you know when the train's pulling up to the station?
Right.
But it hasn't stopped yet? Don's the guy at the door already.
With the bag on.
But
can't wait for the door to
you know
open.
why I did that?
Let me guess, because your show is about the story.
Yeah, we're minutes from the show starting.
But you
Nobody's
with
moving.
bosses.
So I'm thinking, I'm going to be the guy to stand up to let them know, all right, 2-minute warning here, guys.
It's a right play.
But you were with the top executive that would know that.
Yes.
So if you were a little late, Michael would have gone on from 3 o'clock to do it.
God forbid.
But that's the thing.
And you know what?
God
You
forbid.
didn't have to. You know why? Because I
you
stood
got up and insulted
I didn't
people.
say a word. I didn't say anything. I stayed engaged. I just stood up. And you know what happened when I stood up? the meeting wrapped up.
By the way, we need to.
You're welcome.
On tomorrow's show, we break down the word engaged. Okay.
Well, listen, I was as engaged as everybody else was. Wasn't like it was good news.
How'd the show go today?
I thought it was really good.
Started great, ended great.
Yeah.
And my Met rant, I did a Met rant later. They said it's doing good numbers. It's all coming together.
He lashed out.
What was the rant about?
Oh, he lashed out.
ranting about?
The Mets.
The Mets.
I know. Okay, that's broad.
No, but
that's
because I was getting upset about the fact that Gary, Keith, and Ron were upset that the Marlins were taking a picture in front of their dugout. Why not? They've got the lowest payroll in baseball. They just knocked out the team with the second highest payroll in baseball. They finally had a reason to play at the end of the season. Why shouldn't they treat that as their World Series? Stop complaining about anything other than the Mets. All the Mets you complain about are themselves, not what the Yankees, not what people think of them, not how the Reds celebrated.
All
you
this
should
and
complain
more
about
you
yourself.
can hear while we're on YouTube. So
That's
if
a
you
wrap.
are
Ty,
not on YouTube
Butler,
make
Nets.
sure
But
you get to
watch us
YouTube
on
for
the
the
YouTube.
Couchcast next.